Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult.
What's he doing?
Welcome.
Why did you trying to break it? Yeah. What's
You
he
did
doing?
your test. You don't need to do it again.
Yeah.
Because I'm
What's
happy and
going on?
excited doing the wrestling podcast.
For those who
If you
don't know,
wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult.
For those who don't know, something keeps freezing the camera and we don't know what it is. So Maffew did a test. To make
Everything was all right, so I did it again. That's why you test things.
And did it more. My foot's itchy inside my sock.
Come here, I'll help you. It's the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. We did a better intro twice now, but they're both broken. So now we're on the third one. We're still ready to go. And yes, we are, ladies and gentlemen, wide in Technicolor and sold out.
So itchy.
What does that mean? Oh, we'll tell you. Don't you worry. Don't worry, Ross.
What does that mean?
What does that mean, Uncle Maffew?
That's right, Ross. Right on cue, as we rehearsed. Yes, we announced the Cultaholic Wrestling Live. That's right. Live and kicking. Coming soon to the world famous
Little Buildings.
Little Buildings.
In Newcastle.
Wow, don't they sound like an indie band?
They
That
do,
Jack would like.
and they host a lot of indie bands that I like.
Hey, how do you know that?
Now, they are sold out, so I don't know if we should plug it too much.
We should just pat ourselves on the
Right,
back,
okay.
like Impact Wrestling's newest signers, Barry Horowitz.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we have
yeah,
sold
yeah.
us
We
out.
sold out all 10,000 tickets. It's going to be one hell of a day.
For a venue called Little Buildings, it's actually...
Yeah. It's an ironic
Pretty
name.
massive, yeah.
It's loads of fun.
That's one of their running names.
Thanks to everybody who bought a ticket, and thanks to everyone attending the North show as well. Join on to it as well. Lovely stuff.
Fantastic.
Great.
You know this is lovely, Jack.
Go on.
The Cultaholic Wrestling
Oh, it
Podcast
certainly
that the
is.
lovely viewers and listeners are listening to right now.
My foot won't stop being itchy.
Do you want to scratch it?
I'm trying.
Go on, get your
What
foot
are you,
out.
how are you scratching your foot? Because you're like you're just doing a dance.
With my shoe. Now I'm trying with my hand. Carry on.
Good, that's how you usually scratch things. Ross, I'll ask
Do
you
some
because
sound effects on the microphone. For
No,
you.
no.
and then Jack scratched his foot.
Itchy scratch.
My foot hurts.
I bought a coat this week, man.
Whoa!
What type of coat did you buy?
I bought a winter's coat when the weather is warming up.
Is that because
an
it's
investment.
lower?
No, it's
cost,
because
or-
I'm cool.
Oh, I see.
No, it's because I just started walking more and I realized I don't have a proper winter's coat. And 2 weeks ago, when it was like -4 the entire week, I was like, I should probably get one. And I ordered one. And the new name for Hermes, bollocksed it up. They delivered it to a student accommodation down the road.
What?
So I had to go knocking on their door saying, hello, I'm a middle-aged man now.
That's how you introduce yourself.
And they didn't even go like, what's your name? What's the parcel look like? Where's it from? They just went, is this it?
Oh, that's all right then.
So security was good in that building.
Yeah,
That could have been anybody.
That's mine. That's mine. I'll have your telly.
That pool table over there is mine as well. Student accommodation, man. But I now have a winter's coat.
I'm very
Is it,
happy.
Fantastic.
It's a long-term investment, so don't be worried that it's...
Oh, yeah, it's many years,
Yeah. It's good.
It's about big news of the week. Other big news of the week, which I want to highlight, is something that we teased at the end of last week's podcast, was the Mr. Blobby costume.
I was going to say at the very end of this,
The
but yeah.
auction ended.
What was it on last week?
eBay.
Do you remember?
Oh, it was on 8,000, wasn't it?
Was it? Right,
Something
okay.
like that. And the auction ended about 2 minutes before we came in here. What are you doing?
I'm doing Mr. Blobby song.
I thought you were just being like
Ross.
disruptive. Yeah.
Sorry.
So, Joel, if you wouldn't mind bringing up the final score. Jolie Dawes, what are the final scores?
Stop it,
Don't
Ross.
break the thing. Yeah.
62,000.
What?
Blobby,
How-
Blobby.
£101, leaving Adam's account very soon indeed.
What's happened there then?
I reckon someone is playing a little game because we've been bitten on the arse by this, haven't we? Not to this extent, though.
They said we've been bidding. I was like, whoa.
We've been
Oh, wait. The selling information. Blobby 01.
We've been bitten on the arse before by this.
310 reviews, by the way, positive ones. Because we've had like eBay auctions and stuff, and then people have bid but not paid.
Oh, for like
They've won the auction.
for like signed items and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
They've
yeah.
bid stuff that they never intended to pay,
Yeah.
even though we give the money to charity.
Like in Uncut Gems.
yeah.
Oh, I got it. Oh, well done. I caught that reference. Put it in my pocket. Yeah, so that's a shame. Or will it? Are the two news announcements of Cultaholic Live and Mr. Blobby Live, are they unrelated or related? Time will tell. Jack, how's your foot?
Better.
Great.
Yeah,
Let's go with the wrestling.
All right then.
Before something else happens. The news. That isn't Mr. Blobby. Nikki Bella says WWE had nothing for the Bella twins at Raw is XXX. We can't say it like that, can we, on YouTube? Raw is 30.
Oh, it's 30.
Yes. They did not appear on the Raw despite being advertised for the show. They took to Instagram Live. They were very unhappy the first time they did this. Another good memory on Raw. Wow. How didn't they showcase anything from the women's evolution? But also the way we did our matches on there, because Sasha Banks is in it. And they're like, we can't. Well, Mercedes is too over. We can't say her name. There's a couple of other girls. And
This
Rhea.
was both the Bellas saying this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm just doing both of them. Obviously, it'll take a while. There's a bunch of us, and they didn't want the show. That's fine. Yeah, when you do what they don't want to do, it's not what you don't do, it's what you do. It said the Bella twins flew to the Northeast United States over the weekend, and they appear to have attended a matinee performance of Broadway musical Wicked instead of heading to Raw on Monday.
But I saw a follow-up video by them where they said they were booked for all kinds of media appearances, as the thespians might say.
Yep.
No, I was
Because the premiere of Nikki Bella Says I Do is Thursday night.
Which is also a WWE-owned show.
Yes, it is.
So she's wazzled them there. She's got the money from the show and then not done what they want her to do in some form or fashion. Good on Nikki Bella and Brimo.
I was conflicted when I read this story because they in the video they've made when I thought we're getting ready for a night on the town, but as it's been pointed out by several members of the office, they're clearly back from their big night on the town because they're a bit, whoa, we'll see about WWE then, won't we? So that's allegedly. So they might not have been drunk. But I agreed with the points they were making. Like, yes, Sasha Banks and Paige or Mercedes and Saraya are two very key figures in the women's evolution in WWE, and they should be showcased. But at the same time, the Bellas have, in that video, tried to put themselves in that same bracket as forerunners of the women's evolution in WWE. When I see them as the like the establishment that had to be broken down. Not their fault, but the fault of the booking of WWE. But then Ross said, Nikki Bella's run was fantastic. What are you talking
If
about?
Nikki Bella wasn't so influenced by Jun Akiyama and other men of that ilk and saw the change and said, let's do it, World Wrestling Federation, let's go for it, we wouldn't be sat here today with them.
Nikki
Her 2015 reign was good.
Nikki Bella was, she was actually good at points, wasn't she?
That's right, because as Tom would say, they asked her, Nikki, do you want to be referred to as a diva? And she went, no. And I hate that joke, but I love it at the same time. Yeah.
I mean, you can see why they were saying it as well with the way the Becky Lynch and Bailey thing went down, apparently.
It also didn't help, did it? Another news, another match advertised. Wow, it's all the women being changed. What a coinky-ding. Becky Lynch and Bailey's WWE Raw Steel Cage match did not go as planned, as you may or may not have seen. Maybe you get all your news from Cultaholic. I don't know. A lot of people do. According to PW Insider, the reason behind the decision was to scrap it was due to the tribal court segment going extremely long, who misses. The decision was made to bypass the match and go right to the angle. And neither Becky nor Bailey are currently announced for any match on the Rumble card this Saturday, but one might assume a rematch will be booked between the pair before the weekend, or just interact in the Rumble, I guess. So
that was the match I was most looking forward to, or the thing on the show, maybe even a touch more than the trial of Sami Zayn, and yet didn't happen.
Bizarre when you've built to it for a couple of months at this point, and then you've made a big hoo-ha about, well, this is happening on the 30th anniversary of Raw, all that sort of stuff, then it just doesn't happen, and instead Road Dogg gets to say some lines, and he looks like Butterbean these days.
Except Butterbean's relevant.
Let's play poker.
Funny.
I guess just to, in all fair, they did leave it open-ended enough that they obviously can go back to the steel cage thing. So we won't be sat here next week with egg on our faces.
What happens when it's 20 years from now and the legends are people like the New Day and stuff?
Road Dogg will be there.
They won't be playing poker. Will they be having a LAN party? That's a gaming reference for
I
you.
don't know. That's good, but I think the references will be exactly the same as they are now because they're already outdated as hell.
What is a LAN party? I've just heard it mentioned. Is that when everyone's in the same room?
Yeah, like local multiplayer, so you're all connected via TV rather than internet.
When the boys in here have a Fortnite sesh, they're all, don't laugh, you do. We know. You don't do that anymore. They used to have a Fortnite sesh after work on a Friday.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, it meant that no one wanted to go to the pub because they were all playing Fortnite.
And also Unit 6 didn't get invited.
What, the Fortnite?
Well, there's not enough LANs or whatever.
You're right.
Not enough.
I thought you were doing that face because the thing had frozen again.
Never.
I'm sorry, I don't appreciate your acting.
I'd give it a miss.
I played once with Richard Tubman. Fortnite.
How'd you be good at that?
He was good. I just hid. I lasted longer than him because I avoided conflict. He said, right, we'll try one more time. He said, let's go to Tilted. I don't know what that is, but it was a bit on the map where everyone went, and I died immediately. And I was like, that was fun, Richard Tubman. Thank you. Anyway, we'll get to Richard Tubman later.
So that's what they mean about video games being escapism, because Jack was avoiding conflict situation.
It was class. I got like top 5, but I got no kills.
Wow.
It was mint. Just hid in a room.
Well done, Switzerland. So, yeah, so local, LAN used to be back in the day when you just hook up a bunch of TVs and consoles and you'd all play against each other, but obviously more than what they can do with just one console. So
okay, right, I got
still
it.
talking about that.
Sorry,
that could be a knockoff like CZ Dub gimmick. That LAN.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sits down.
LAN night. I challenge you, Bray Wyatt. Halo 2. Why do we scrap the Roman Reigns acknowledgement ceremony? Revealed. People who pay attention to the show, maybe watching, no, maybe not people watching this, may remember that they did originally advertise that there was going to be a Roman Reigns acknowledgement ceremony featuring, quote, every generation of the bloodline. Very interestingly worded there. The announcement was then changed to the trial of Sami Zayn. Some speculated, well, The Rock may not be able to be featured if they've changed this, because obviously if you're going to hype up The Rock, you just call him a generation of bloodline and not the bloody Rock. Instead, though, Dave Meltzer of the Look at My Dog, Isn't It Cute Observer.
Yeah.
I actually watch his videos now, but just to see they're not, just to hear him go, well, yeah, obviously they changed the button.
He does that a lot, doesn't he? Like it's a basketball.
Yeah.
Looks like a happy dog, though.
It really does.
Yeah.
Was about that. Do we scrap the segment because Afa and Sika of the Wild Samoans Rikishi were unable to make the Raw 30th anniversary. Rikishi was sick last week, while Afa and Sika were, quote, not ready for the trip, which caused plans for the segment to fall apart.
Fair enough. I mean, they are quite old.
So, yeah, and no one's said The Rock was never booked. And again, we figured, yeah, that makes sense because he would have announced him.
But it also because when I initially saw this story, I was like, oh, maybe it's a case of the Mercedes Venados and the Mercedes Monets. Money! Because it looks like AEW thought they had her at one point, otherwise they wouldn't have Britt Baker do the old wink and a nudge, and then they're not up here. Did they think they had The Rock and then changed their plans? That's what I was thinking initially.
You think?
But then, obviously, it could be a load of bollocks like most of what I think is. But then they've pulled it round and produced whatever they produced on Monday in the space of a couple of days. I think it's a modern day miracle that they managed to pull out those, the trial and all that sort of stuff, the video packages, the evidence.
Yeah.
Modern day miracle.
Yeah. And all it cost them was the women's cage match. Tony Khan reveals they fought hard to get Mark Briscoe on AEW TV. It's been one of the things that's been going back and forth the entire week, being a report of like, well, why hasn't there been more stuff about, a tribute to Jay Briscoe and stuff like that, as opposed to just little mentions. And apparently the report that's been going by is that Warner Brothers Discovery banned any mention of the Briscoes because of the past tweets and remarks that they've said. But obviously, watching this in the modern day, which how can you watch in the past, have obviously rescinded it. Also, we had Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal match as the main event on Dynamite. Reports now indicate that they'll be showing more of that Briscoe tribute special that I think they were going to put on Ring of Honor Studios.
It's going on Honor Club and also
Honor Club, beg your pardon.
The Yo Show as well.
We were wondering just before if there'd been a typo, because at the time of recording, they'd announced it to premiere at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Honor Club. But we were like, 8 a.m. Maybe it's right. It could be true. It just seems odd that a show would go live at 8 a.m. But if it's all pre-recorded anyway, maybe they'll just do it at the start of the day, I guess. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
WWE creative team member told to never mention the American Badass gimmick in front of Vince McMahon. During Raw is 30. Maffew sneezed.
Bless you, Maffew.
And then he read a tweet from Andrew Goldstein, which said, true story. I once mentioned in a WWE creative meeting that I loved the American Badass, and Bruce Pritchard quickly shushed me and advised me never to mention that in front of Vince.
Andrew's wrong in that situation. There was a bad gimmick, and I think looking back...
American bad gimmick.
I hate it. I hate the American Badass. Me and Vince, kindred spirit. No.
You heard it, folks.
Just both hate the American Badass gimmick. God.
I don't think the American Badass was that bad.
Really?
I quite nice Claret Penza, I was about to say there. A David Penza, a palate cleanser. Beg my pudding.
I don't like the way that it's clearly how Taker wishes he was. He's like, this is me, really. I'm a cool biker who beats everyone.
Yeah. Smart, though, isn't it, though? Because he can just rock up in his street clothes.
Yeah.
And get on his little bicycle. Meep, meep. Down he goes.
Do we get ready? I am ready. Easy as that. Clarification on WWE WrestleMania 39 opponents pitched to Steve Austin. It's a weird back and forth.
Oh, this one was so
you spend too
confusing.
much online on wrestling Twitter. Is what happens with you.
Game of tennis, this one.
Absolutely. After initially claiming that Roman Reigns had not been pitched as opponent for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Dave Meltzer, his dog, returned him. Dave Meltzer then said, no, I beg your pardon. Meltzer suggested that Brock Lesnar was the original opponent, pitched to Austin for the shirt of shirts.
That was Andrew Hodkinson.
That was. We can't do that. We'll get demonetized. It specifically says in the YouTube thing, less Andrew. Meltzer tweeted, both were pitched. Austin versus Lesnar was the original pitch. Fantastic. But they're all being pitched and not happening. So it's...
And I think we've got to Thursday as we're sat here, and they've both acknowledged that each other's reports were true and they can get along and live happily ever after.
Well, I think they probably secretly despise each other.
Oh, Meltzer hates Sean Ross.
I haven't thought about that. I wonder
Full
how they
on,
see each
like,
other.
he's been the ruler for decades.
Yeah.
And this lad from Kentucky
Yeah.
comes along,
Yeah.
kicks him off his throne. Oh,
So,
I'd be furious.
you seen The Godfather?
Nah.
Yeah.
I have now.
A film?
Seen The Godfather, yeah.
Is this your weekly film?
2 this week, Godfather and No Country for Old Men.
Oh, my
The
God.
Godfather, right?
You've just
is
grown a beard suddenly,
Dave
by the way,
Meltzer's-
Jack, by saying those two
Dave
things.
Meltzer's like Marlon Brando, right?
Yeah.
And Sean Ross Sapp's like the Turkish drug dealer who's come in, and he's all like, "Oh, you want to get involved in?" And he's like, "I don't think that's a good. I can't. I'm not going to try."
What did he say?
You know, I try. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Whatever voice that is, I like it.
You come to me on the day of my daughter. It doesn't matter.
Call him on the dad.
And do you know what? I never knew. His daughter's bloody Adrian. Adrian. Yeah. Christ.
Big in the 70s.
Right. Anyway, Meltzer's the Godfather. I can't remember the
And
guy's
Sean
name.
Ross Sapp is a Turkish drug
I
dealer.
can't remember
Is
the
that
guy's
what we're
name, but the
saying
one who's
there?
going to shake up the status quo.
Yeah.
And Marlon Brando's like, well, I can't be having any part of that. Yeah.
David Meltzer is Tony D'Angelo, and Sean Ross Sapp is Stax.
Yeah. No, Sean Ross Sapp's Santos Escobar.
Yeah, I'm sure he appreciates that.
We'd all like to look like Santos Escobar. Well, yeah, I think so. He's a handsome man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind it, yeah.
Devon Dudley exits WWE. This happened just as we were closing shop last week. But yeah, Devon has announced that he and WWE have mutually agreed to part ways.
Alvarez is Al Pacino. Sorry, carry on.
So he's
No,
Meltzer's
don't.
son.
No, Dave. Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Dudley to part from WWE comes only 1 month after the company reportedly threatened to fire Devon over his advertised appearance at a Battleground Championship Wrestling show in December. Devon tried to make it. And you go, if you do, you get in the sack. And he goes, all right. I think he's looked at his page whackets. I tried to use 2 things at once there. That wascally whacket. And going, maybe I'll better off doing indie appearances.
Fair enough.
So,
Yeah.
and it does still say on Devon Dudley's Wikipedia page twice that he came out as gay.
Oh, it still says
It
it.
still says it twice. on his
In
Wikipedia
fairness, he's
page.
handled it really calmly. He's gone like, it's just not true, but it's
It
weird
says
how it's become
Devon
so...
Dudley is. Can you get Devon Dudley's Wikipedia?
Why is
on
that?
break thing?
Because he said he was to prove that the internet spreads rumors.
This was
and-
fairly
yeah.
recently, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember like before lockdown, I think. But yeah, like or just during lockdown. But yeah, it was just. Oh, here we go.
It kind of
Devon Dudley's
I mean,
Wikipedia page.
it's
Right.
proved his own point, though, hasn't it?
It really did. Like, wow, no one reports what I say because I came out as gay last week and no one reported it. And then people started reporting it, and he went,
There you go.
Hughes came out as gay in January 2021. There we go. Hughes came out as gay on the Table Talk podcast, although fans suspect it be a joke.
So it
Twice.
is still right.
That's on his
okay.
Wikipedia page twice. Why?
It's an odd way to prove that point, isn't it?
I don't think he
Saying
really.
you're gay despite the libs.
I don't think he thought it through before he
No.
did it. No. Hey, well.
Love you, Devon. We accept you for what you are.
I think it's worth clarifying that Devon didn't do it in like a malicious way. He just did it in a misguided way.
Just
to
say
try
you got
and-
a third nipple or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But it was on like pink. He was just like, Devon Dudley comes like, he's like, no.
How long before Devon, do we think he'll turn up at Impact Wrestling and all?
Yes. Taking everybody else
Get
nowadays.
the tables.
Didn't he
Are they
have
still on good
Santino,
terms?
Bubba,
Devon and Bubba, right?
Bruno, Barry Horowitz,
He did.
Bruno Sammartino.
Yes.
Oh, all the stars
the
I
Kiss
hear.
Demon.
Kiss
The
Demon.
Kiss Demon helped Barry Horowitz. I said Bruno there. That would be weird. Aye, Barry beat, what's his face? The 80s looking fella that isn't Joey Janela.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
older.
Swinger.
Johnny Swinger.
Swinger, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Further details on progress leaving the W Network. I want to get a quick glimpse over this. So they've obviously announced that they're not going to be having Progress or the other UK indies on the WWE Network, as they have been doing in the past. However, they had a big old discussion that I'll skip down here in some ways. Oh, this is another bit of news that I thought it did. I apologize. I should have actually read this. Didn't Progress Wrestling also say that they've postponed a lot of shows this year?
Oh, right, okay.
That's what I thought this was going to be about.
Because they've left no, as a result. Did they say as a result, or is it just assumed?
I think they put it in an interestingly worded thing. So I don't want to quote it too much because I'll probably get it wrong. But when 5 Star Wrestling said, our shows aren't cancelled, they're postponed. Just saying.
We're still waiting for the rearrangement of 5 Star Wrestling.
Anyway, and it isn't very good, so skip it. Great Muta wins final match at Pro Wrestling Noah.
What? He won it? No. Oh, the tag match.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not his final ever match.
Oh, no. That's
no, right.
Beg your pardon.
It's the Great Muta's final match, but not Keiji Muto's.
Thank you. See, this man gets it.
Isn't his last match going to be against Naito?
That's right.
Right.
Naito.
He better bloody lose that one then. KG.
Naito, the Scottish man without a foot.
Should have been against Tanahashi. Anyway.
So yeah, I like that his event was called Noah Great Muta Final Bye Bye.
Yeah. It's great.
At the Bye Bye at the Yokohama Arena.
Yeah.
Muta team with longtime rival Sting and Darby Allin to take on Hakushi.
Yeah.
Hakushi.
Hakushi
Hakushi's
did it.
there. No, it's
That was class.
Shinsei Sasaki. Was he actually announced as Hakushi?
Hakushi, yeah. It was,
They actually put him as Hakushi.
I'm pretty sure
It
they
was
did.
absolutely unreal to see him. I was buzzing.
Great scene though.
Yeah.
Marufuji.
I mean, I've not
Nikki
watched the
in
match,
event.
but it was buzzing. I was buzzing for him.
I just saw people buzzing. Saw Hakushi, whatever.
Bret
That's what
Hart
I'll call him
was
now.
there smiling. I dragged him to his best ever match.
Take the bump that Muta did to him in '96.
Right.
Went flying, which it was crazy to see
Did
in
you
'96.
compare it on Twitter?
I
I
did.
think, yeah.
But it was crazy seeing Shinsei Sasaki because he's, like Muta, he's beat up, and now he's taking that same bump.
They don't.
God
care.
love him. And also seeing Darby Allin pushing Muta in a wheelchair afterwards. Him going, yeah, young boy.
Did he say that? Yeah.
Yes, granddad.
It's time for bed, Grandad, or something like that.
And he went, bye-bye. And yes, then I was going to end on the big blobby news, but it's gone now. So,
Oh, right, it was all blobby.
how's your foot, Jack?
It's not itchy anymore. That was a moment.
Fantastic. What a great way to end that segment. Tubman in Japan. Richard isn't as active as he once was on the gram. Who typed that? So this segment is
On the Instagram.
it's becoming harder to put together by the week. Well, that can happen if you. This week, he went to see some kind of waterfall that he thought was nice.
Lovely.
Ooh,
But he
could see
has
this-
recently
could
put
see
out
this waterfall.
a new vlog, actually.
Here's his new vlog.
This got published after the notes were made for the podcast, where Richard is cycling around the Aizu Peninsula.
The Dragon Eyes opening.
Cycling around the dragon. Day 2.
That's what they call it. Yes.
That's what they call Red Car. Dragon Eyes opening. Apparently they call it Red Car.
Red Car.
Red Car.
Yep, they're better. But
Wearing
there's
his shade
Richard.
so you can't see my eyes.
Let's say his waterfall, Joel, and then we'll move the
Yeah.
bollocks on.
I hope he didn't go chasing it.
Hey.
It's on the gram if you found it. Is it on the vlog as well?
You gotta say it's on the gram. Stop it.
I'm down with the kids, me.
I
Get your story on the gram.
I reckon the vlog's from a while ago, isn't it? So it's probably not on the vlog. It's probably just on the Instagram.
His only search is Richard Tubman.
Wow! That's very nice.
It's a waterfall.
See, he
is
thought it
good.
was nice.
Oh.
That is good. I like that.
He went Konnichiwa waterfall.
What's he going to come back dressed like? That's what I'm most excited to see.
Like Shinsei Sasaki, but he's just got Yari in felt tip pen.
Aye.
Yari.
No, I think that's good. That's a good waterfall, yeah.
Oh.
I think that's good. That's a good waterfall, yeah.
The entire
Wow.
title of my autobiography.
The always interesting and fascinating Tubman in Japan segment.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame. In condescending order from last week, Fargo, the film, 14%.
Oh, come on. It was a masterpiece.
The film was magnificent. I got some very negative feedback about our accents.
Really? I thought we did a good job.
That's what I thought as well.
What,
Never mind.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ross. Yes.
Also,
This is Ross saying this.
even though he was like part of the Minnesota Wrecking Crew and everything, I looked. Brock Lesnar wasn't born in Minnesota. I think he's from South Dakota, maybe. Yeah. Anyway,
Ali Dyer, local legend, as it turns out. 23%.
He beat
oh dear.
Fargo. Okay.
Damn right.
It is a cracking story, to be fair.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad someone agrees.
Is it as good as what Fargo writers did?
Similarly,
I don't know.
No.
it's a similar sort of like farce. So yeah. Anyway,
Ali Dyer.
dear.
Ali Dia.
No, you can call me Maffew. In Fargo is a great thing. But the clear winner, Bryan Danielson, really good wrestler, it says here. Wow, it's a new story in itself. 64%. Well,
And they had another good one this week.
yeah, right.
He's just having.
Who'd have thunk it?
You'll have a crap one next week, won't you, Maffew? It'll be terrible.
Just to mix things up, yeah.
Yeah, be really bad, won't it?
Yeah, he's got some. I haven't seen. Who is it he's wrestling? It must be some crap ex.
Is it Tommy Thatcher or something?
Tommy Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
Stop it.
Carol Thatcher.
I think they'll just do arm locks for 20 minutes and we're like, oh, no, I'm joking.
I'd be a very mediocre affair,
I
obviously.
think Timothy Thatcher, without looking like in a sports entertainery way, I think he's got one of the best looks of a wrestler. He looks scary, but not in an unrealistic way.
He looks how I feel thinking about this match. God, I'm hard. Can't wait for it.
Oh, he looks tough and
I
hard.
haven't been this hyped for a match in a long time.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
So it's like, oh, it would be great this match. It's not going to happen because Thatcher's in nowhere and blah, blah, blah. And it's happening.
A literal raging boner.
Yeah.
It's a good nickname that for the rest of
But Brian-
the raging boner.
They form a tag team known as the Raging Boners.
But Brian's injured now, so the match might not go ahead, guys.
But the finisher that Tommy Thatcher has, it plays into it.
Tommy.
I wanted to call him Tommy Cratchit there for some reason.
Really weirdly, next door, Fraser accidentally called Tim Healy Tom Healy as well. Me and Ross were livid.
Sacrilege.
Oof.
It's because he turned up at the 1975 gig because his son is the front man of the 1975.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, him and Denise Welch's son is Matt Healy from the 1975.
Wow.
Yeah. But the light, Bethany went, apparently the lights went off, and when they came back up, he was sat where Matt Healy was sat. I went, did he sing a song as a joke? And she went, no, he did, he was good. I was like, oh, right. Fair
He's
enough.
got
then.
pipes, Tim. He
Aye, absolutely.
In a sort of Northern Soul kind of way.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And on bass, Ali Dia. So
The Coen brothers on drums and guitar.
Carol Thatcher on piano.
as the winner of last week, Ross, well done. What have you got for us this week?
I've got 3 simple words for you. Hulk Hogan's poo.
Okay.
It was a quiet night on Twitter last night. And then I like to think that Jimmy Hart, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Tony Atlas, any other of Hogan's pals. I don't know, is Tony Atlas a Hogan pal?
All right.
One of the Hogan
Right,
stable?
way out, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
they're all round Hogan's. They've had a few beers and whatnot. And I like to think that Hogan's gone for a little, a little poo, and he's tried to slide
For a quick Linda.
He's tried to slide into the DMs of one of his friends in the other room, but he's accidentally made a big old proper public tweet where he tweeted, audio listeners who can't see the screen right now, I ran out of toilet paper, brother. Help! What he expected Twitter to do in that scenario is beyond my comprehension. But Hogan swiftly deleted said tweet, didn't he? But a lot of people saw it, and it's got to go in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he deleted it?
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh,
good.
see, I thought this was a joke.
Once he realised, we
But
should go out and like,
now
brother,
that
what, are you all right?
So he calls people brother out of character as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's been doing it for a while now.
So I just like to think he's tried to slide in the DMs of somebody and accidentally tweeted it properly.
To Scientologist friends. Tom Cruise, help.
But that's it. Hulk Hogan's poo is how it will appear on the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
How can you make that more old man? Like, he typed out Alexa toilet paper.
Oh, dear me. It reminds me a bit of when Wayne Rooney tweeted himself saying, say it to my face, I will knock you out, you little girl.
So
Something
that's
like
the
that.
one where he's Rio, like, Rio, do you fancy a lift of train in the morning?
The one where Whitney Houston died and he tweeted like, can't believe this, just want to run to you. But it was like, it's because he's saying the name of the song. But it just sounded like he was saying, Whitney, can't believe it, I just want to run to you.
Oh, Ed Balls just tweeting out, Ed Balls.
Oh, he's trying to make that his gimmick now, though.
Oh, Joe's dead now.
Yeah.
This is still funny. Until Hulk Hogan comes out, I don't know, people for help on PWT t-shirts.
So I did see someone say, you could say he worked himself into a... Not a shoot, but a what?
It's the greatest social media thing Hulk Hogan's been involved with. I'll end it there. At least he's not on a bus this week. Well, I'm not.
What's that in reference to?
There's a meme going around. It's not real. But there's a thing going around that is a joke that Hulk Hogan had a wank on a bus.
What, a public bus?
In what context is this?
A tour bus? What kind of bus?
It's on a Facebook meme page, the unsuccessful and popular wrestling meme page. But because it's been going on for ages, but this week they did one that looks like Cultaholic News. That said, Hulk Hogan was on the bus. Cultaholic confirms.
I did not know that.
So one of the persons who will not name was DM me saying, Matthew, what will it take to get you to mention it at the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast? That wasn't. Then I saw the actual Cultaholic News story of Hogan doing that and wank bus. I went, all right, we're going to do it now.
Wow.
Damn it, I should have put that to a Hall of Fame. Should have an all Hogan Hall of Fame. No.
He deserves it. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Oh. Who was second?
It's me. I'm just recovering. I need a rest hold put on for a second. All right, cool. So I've sent you a quick link there. A quick link. Bloody hell, Matthew. Get a grip. Quick link there. To...
His name's Joel.
I know. I'm trying to breathe. Just, leaving out the useful things like names and nouns. To a thing that I've been trying to put in the Hall of Fame for a while, waiting for a nice quiet week. I realised I'm not going to beat this Hogan thing. I just might as well try and put this in
Matthew
now.
does know Joel's name. I've heard him. He's not like Dan. He doesn't know Dan's name. But Joel's he does. He hates Dan. Yeah, he hates Dan. Yeah.
Couldn't stand. That's why Dan left.
Only reason I know Tubman's name is because we named the segment after him. This is a name I'm never going to forget. Mari Lwyd, the Welsh tradition of getting a hobby horse out, and by a hobby horse, I mean a horse's skull, mounted on a pole, carried by a sackcloth, and going around people's houses and bothering them. The great Welsh tradition.
And bothering them.
What do you mean bothering?
What
I will
does
explain
that
to you in
entail?
just a second.
Okay.
The custom is first recorded in 1800, with subsequent accounts of it being produced into the earlier 20th century. Quantities was a tradition performed at Christmas time by groups of men who would accompany the horse on its travels around the local area. And although the makeup of such groups varied, they typically included an individual to carry the horse, leader, and individuals dressed as stock characters such as Punch and Judy. The men would carry the Mari Lwyd, I'm getting that right, to local houses, where they would request entry through song. The householders would be expected to deny them entry again through song, and the two sides would continue their responses to one another in this manner. If the householders eventually relented, the team would be permitted entry and given food and drink. And this tradition kind of lost favour because, after a lot of effort, they find a horse skull and go around the bloody place, especially looking like that. But now it's back in fashion with some people in Wales, just to get back to the roots.
What?
Do you reckon they play Knocky Nay Doors?
So, who was it who... I said...
Stop horsing around.
I said, oh yeah, it's called Knocky Nine Doors, and people, I can't remember whether it was upstairs or whatever, but people were aghast that it was called that. It's not called that. It's called Knockdown Ginger or something. I was like, what?
Knockdown Ginger?
No, it's Knocky Nine Doors.
It's one of the things that has lots of different names.
Is it a
UK,
cob?
so.
Is it a roll? Yeah, it's one of them,
yeah. We will
No,
argue over anything in this.
It's a bread cake.
It's
That's
a
the worst
stotty.
one.
Bread cake's silly, yeah.
Oh,
Are
you're
you
one
from
of them,
bread
are you?
cake territory?
Stop it. Shut up, nameless editor person.
So the bread cake stretches far and wide because I live with someone from Hull and their
no.
bread cake as well. But you're
He's from
the other-
Yorkshire.
You're the other
Oh, he's
side,
west,
you're
isn't he?
bread
West
cake.
side.
West side, east side, it's like that rap scene again.
Yeah.
Once inside, the entertainment continues with the Mari Lwyd running around, neighing and snapping its jaws, creating
This
havoc
sounds-
and frightening children, and perhaps even adults, while the leader pretended to try to restrain it. The merrymen played music and entertained the householders. The folklorist believed that in recorded examples from Glamorgan, it was apparent that the Mari Lwyd custom had become indistinguishable from the practice of wassailing, although added that there were still examples of, it's just gone off the deep end now, I don't know what the hell the bleed talking about.
What?
But someone described it online as like 8 Mile, but Welsh.
Like 8 Mile. It's not like 8 Mile in the slightest.
So are these real skulls?
I don't know.
They look real.
If it means getting kicked off YouTube, then they're fake.
Yeah,
If it
yeah.
doesn't matter, then yeah, they are real.
Oh.
Plenty of
no.
them in Wales, I guess.
What's
around.
this about then? What's happened here?
Well, there's so many different weird traditions that exist
Is
overseas
it
in this part of the world.
I know that me and you've got a mutual friend whose name is spelt Marie, but she pronounces it Mari.
That's right,
Is this
rhymes with
spelt-
Ferrari.
Is this spelt Marie as well?
I went onto YouTube and it said, here's how to pronounce it.
Really?
So
Wow.
I'm repeating.
Mari Lwyd.
Yes, like my opinions of wrestling. I'm just going online repeating what I've heard.
I've never heard of this before ever.
Have you not?
Nah.
I've seen it
Nah,
before.
me
No one's
neither.
one excuse to put it in, but obviously I missed December. That would be an important time to put it in. But
It
obviously other
looks
stuff happened. So
horrible. Like, it looks terrifying.
I think it looks amazing.
I'd hate it.
They look like a set of Hamilton mattress characters. You ever see that film? Everybody loves a Hamilton mattress. It's about an aardvark that loves trousers.
Oh, is this real? No, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. It was my first DVDs ever. Got a DVD player.
What's it called?
Is this real?
Hamilton mattress. Get him in there. He loves these pair of yellow trousers.
It's
Please,
called
Joel.
Hamilton Mattress.
Hamilton mattress.
It's a children's.
That sounds like the thing that sponsored the film.
No, it's...
Christmas 02, I got a DVD player. There he is, the film just of the aardvark who loves his trousers. There he is, Hamilton mattress.
He came, he drummed, he conquered.
Oh.
The Julius Caesar of aardvarks.
But he's after this lovely... There they are, the yellow trousers just below in the big picture. Look at that, he wants them. He fancies himself in those trousers. But he can't
Oh,
have
it
them.
looked good in them.
Yeah, I can't remember what the actual story
Get
is.
the Geordie jeans on
You
you.
must just get the trousers.
All right.
Devon! Get the trousers!
I'm gay.
Is that the new 3D?
Oh, yeah, he played the drums as well. That was his talent. There
He
was
was
lot
a drummer?
Yeah, look at him go.
He's drumming for jeans.
You sounded
There's
almost...
gonna be a Ken Loach film.
You sounded almost Macam there. He's drumming in Janes. Sludger the Aardvark tries to make it big as a drummer in the big city. He's called Sludger.
Must have been.
What's Hamilton Mattress about?
But everybody loves a Hamilton mattress. That's what I remember from the film.
This is bizarre.
Is there a mattress in it? Is it
I
called
don't know.
Hamilton?
He sleeps on one.
It
I
hasn't
assume.
mentioned the. It hasn't mentioned the trousers at all yet.
I'm sure that's one of the opening segments of the film. Like he walks past these lovely yellow trousers and he catches his reflection wearing them and he wants them.
It's an Oddman. You know the ones who do chicken running. Walton's
yeah.
on it, it's one of them. And Morph. Oh, Morph. God,
Right,
remember
so
Morph?
it was Godfather last
Remember
week.
Morph's pal as well?
What was his name?
the
Just the
white
evil
one.
version, wasn't
Devon, I think.
he? No.
Morph and Devon.
I
I
saw
was
a
just
film.
saying, yeah. So anyway, have the mattress next week for you,
Yeah.
Jack, on the film list. We've gone off the deep end slightly, which isn't
Chaz.
like us, I know.
They were
Chaz,
more like the headbangers. Morph was Thrasher.
thank you. What am I doing? Marry Lwyd.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Welsh
yeah.
tradition of putting on a horse head and,
Marry
and
Lwyd?
singing.
Get over here.
And just going, yeah, knock, knock. Who is it? Get up, get up, get up, drop the bombshell.
When I said the other week that Tegan Knox had a web exclusive interview where she sounded really Welsh, I saw it again and the Welsh thing I couldn't remember she said was, they were like, how did that win feel? And she went, oh, bloody beautiful it did. So, very Welsh.
Well, hopefully this will be feeling the same when it wins the prestigious. It's not being Hogan.
She gets a big Mania entrance at some point in her career. She'll come up with a snapping horse's head.
Oh, and oh, of course, we all know what that is. That's Marry Lwyd, the tradition of reading the Wikipedia page like Maffew does.
Michael Cole. Is it? Could it be? It is.
It's horse time!
Scaring children in the front row. Whoa!
Wait, you think she'll win? Nay! Jack, save us.
No, mine's another film one, and I'm not optimistic now because Fargo didn't do very well, and now I'm not too. The restaurant scene in The Godfather one.
Yep.
Because I'd never seen The Godfather, and people say it's one of the best films ever. I enjoyed it, certainly. I don't know if it's one of my favorite films ever, but obviously it's long and it's an epic and everything. And I haven't seen part 2, and it's not a full story yet. Apparently I can leave 3.
Yes,
Don't need
you
to watch
can.
3. But the middle of the film, which is like 3 hours long, but the middle is like the restaurant scene, and it's just fantastic. The suspense was, I couldn't believe it. Ross, what happens is basically, right, because Matthew's seen it, so he knows, that Al Pacino, Marlon Brando's son, is not a gangster, really. He's not. He's just one of the family, but he's not. They call him a civilian, but he knows that means that their rivals won't suspect him. So he can meet up with these people who've wronged them and tried to kill his pa, and they're going to meet at a restaurant. And he's been given instructions on how to go into the toilet, and they'll have pre-taped a gun behind the thing of the toilet, and he's going to come back out.
Assistant.
Yes,
That's right.
and he's going to
It's
come
all
back
torture.
out and he's going to shoot them. And the best bit of the scene, in my opinion, is the fact that beforehand, one of the older members of the family says, this is what you've got to do. Come back out of the toilet, shoot them straight away, walk out. And instead, he sits down and you can see he's panicking and he doesn't quite know. And it's the differences between what he's been told to do and how it actually plays out. And I thought it was fantastic. And then the thing that solidified it as my Hall of Fame pick is that apparently Coppola deliberately put the gun in a different place to where he told Al Pacino he was going to put it, so that when he reached for it and he can't find it at first, that panic's real. And he's like, oh God, where's the gun?
Oh, I don't know that.
The dramatic irony is off the scale in this one.
Yeah.
I know in the original Prince that they didn't have the subtitles when they speak Italian.
Oh, really?
And I now speak to...
Oh, no, I didn't.
I'm not
Yeah,
big
actually, when I was watching it, I didn't know what he was saying to him. When he
Of
was,
course, and then he's like, well,
I didn't
your
understand.
version not
No.
have subtitles?
No, I didn't know what he was saying.
Ah, that's a couple probably wanted it that way, so well done. He's happy with your
You're meant
choice.
to focus more on his face, aren't you? He's going like,
Yeah.
hooah! We didn't quite.
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
young Al Pacino. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
pop.
How handsome was Al Pacino?
All right.
I just see him as like Scarface being crazy, but
It was a tweet that went around this week about someone's like, well, who is this? And it's a young Al Pacino. I can't remember which film it's in, but it's like 70s Pacino. And someone says, which one of the Beatles is this? And people are joking, and somebody says, no, it's actually Al Pacino. And he went, no. He was young at one point. It's like, yeah. It's like, he can't be, look at him. It's like, they'll be like, yeah.
I had a similar discovery with Tim Healy this week. But young Tim Healy looks the same as old Tim Healy, but with a smidgen of hair.
You know what? That is fully believable.
He
now
was
Googling
born like Arn Anderson at the age
Yeah.
of 40.
young Tim Healy.
He's got the crow's eyes around the eyes and everything.
Yeah, I can believe it.
That was the hard work in North
Oh,
back in the
aye.
day.
There he is.
Yeah. Good Friday. We get the gun. Behind the poo house.
I don't know how Matty Healy from the 1975s ended up looking. He doesn't look like Denise Welch or Tim Healy.
He's got a young
does he look
Tim in
like?
his eyes.
Do you
I reckon.
think?
Yeah, just the eyes. He hasn't got a Geordie accent, which is a shame.
No, he's from Cheshire. That's how he speaks.
Is he like
Right, I'm a
Cody
pop,
Rhodes
I'm a pop star.
to Dusty Rhodes then? Like, how did you make that?
Not even more wayfish and like just he's not the build of Tim Healy in the slightest. He's a wayfish little man.
He's a dreamboat.
He's not my type, but I can certainly see why he
he's-
would be
he's-
regarded as a dreamboat.
He's whimsical and mysterious at the same time.
Oh,
It's a wonderful
wow.
combination.
I'd buy him 1,975 red roses.
The restaurant scene in The Godfather. The problem with me now watching films is that I'm going to be regurgitating opinions that people have had for decades now. So
That's fine.
Nothing original about it. I'm sorry.
You don't have to have an interesting new take on The Godfather.
I thought it was
you?
pretty good.
Do you want an interesting new take on the film Big? It's all right. Thought the man was a bit out of order when he's trying to explain. It's me, ma'am. It's me. I'm going to stab you. Not a fan of that part. Just calm down a bit.
Is this the film with the keyboard scene?
Yeah.
With Tom
I've
Hanks.
only seen that bit.
Thanks. And Robert Loggia.
But basically,
Robert Loggia.
there's like a fairground thing going on, and little Tom Hanks, who isn't quite Tom Hanks yet, he goes up to this like machine, one of those things in the box where it's like, I'll tell you a mystery, or fortune, whatever the hell it is.
Yep.
And it's not plugged in though, but it still works because he starts hitting the glass, and he gets a ticket which is like, your wish will come true, because he wants to be older to impress this Tiffany Stratton looking like girl in the queue for the the whoop-de-doo ride at the fairground thing. And he wakes up as Tom Hanks,
Right.
and then his mom doesn't understand that Tom Hanks is her son.
Well, she'll just think an adult's in a kid's bedroom.
Yeah, she tries to stab him, and he has to leave.
I think I understand that,
Yeah,
actually.
it's that film. I didn't get it as a kid. I thought it was quite terrifying, the idea of that happening. It's quite a
felt
body.
quite
It's
sad.
presented as like as comedy, right? Because it's been ages since I've seen it. But I would like be like a Cronenberg type. Oh no, what if you woke up and no one recognized you? You're like, oh Christ.
I got to the part where he has to flee his home because his mom wants to murder him. 'Cause
Yeah.
doesn't think it's him. And
It's
he's
a comedy.
He has to go to this horrible, this seedy hotel in New York.
That's right.
And he's just in this bed all alone because his friend left him because he had a curfew, obviously, because he's still a child.
Right.
And he's just crying
Oh,
because nobody knows who
Howard.
he is anymore. And I was thinking this, well, you've missed out on some great years of your life.
Hmm.
The late teens are fantastic.
How old is he when he's Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise.
He wakes up and he's Tom Cruise.
He's aged.
Oh, this is
the
me.
answer. I don't know.
Oh, it's Tom Cruise.
I think he says he's 30. I fell asleep at one
Okay.
point, I can't lie.
Because I can't think how old Tom. I can't think
It's
how
a
old.
proper film review.
Is it 90s, early 90s?
80s.
80s. I
Mid-80s,
can't think
reckon.
how old Tom Hanks would have been then.
He looked under 30, but I think he is playing a 30-year-old.
Okay.
Joel will know. Joel
not
knows
Tom
everything
Cruise.
about the films.
It's been years since I've seen Big.
It's been years since he's seen Big.
Beautiful. Can you remember what your Hall of Fame pick was?
Yeah, mine was the restaurant scene. in
Fantastic.
Godfather,
I'm struggling to remember what mine was, so I'm glad.
Yours was that weird thing.
Yours was Merthyr Tydfil. No, what?
Yours was the mattress aardvark, Maffew.
Marty Lwyd. What was it?
Mary
LW
Lloyd.
Mary Lloyd. Oh, Mary Lloyd. Shut up, Ross. Mary Lloyd.
Marty
Marty Lloyd. Marty Lloyd.
Yeah.
It's spelled like LWYD, which is like we would say lewd, wouldn't we?
The L is silent. Unlike the horses knocking at your door wanting mead. I guess that's the
It's at
expression.
the end of the segment now, is it?
Yeah, you know what? It's a good closer. Debatable. So, please vote for Marry Lwyd if you like scary Welsh people with horses' heads. Or vote for
Hulk Hogan's poo.
I actually forgot. Hulk Hogan's poo tweet. Help, brother. I'm out of TP.
It's going to win.
I need TP for my bunghole.
Yeah, somebody decide who's going to come second or third, me or Jack, next week. For The Godfather, the restaurant scene.
1972.
Yeah, make sure you put your votes behind the toilet. Or go to patreon.com/Cultaholic.
This week in the wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in wrestling. SmackDown. Oh, no amusing titles. Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah. It was a busy week and I was just creatively emptied.
Bless you.
Emptied sounds worse than empty. I was creatively emptied.
It does. Well, here we go with
You can make
Fritz Lang's SmackDown.
What?
Whatever. The Bloodline
See,
arrived.
it's harder than it looks.
Yeah, you make it look so easy, Jack. I'm sorry. The Bloodline arrived backstage, but Roman leaves Sami hanging on a fist bump.
Well,
That's it. He's worse than dead.
Sammy pretended to be shocked as well. He's always 3 steps ahead.
you still think he is?
Stop it. Stop it.
There's a chance.
You wrestling cynics. Drew and Sheamus beat the Viking Raiders in the first round of the new tag team tournament.
Drew McIntyre was straight from the 1980s in this match, and it was brilliant. His antics on the apron. It was like watching a young Terence Bollea in the prime of his life. All the toilet paper in the world.
That's actually what he was like in the...
Ivar also was taking the P155 brothers because the moves he was doing were very good. It's just yeah. I just think it's a shame that they're a bit hamstrung by the Viking bollocks at the moment.
This was a match where I was like, this is the first round match, really? Because you'd expect both these teams to get at least a win in the tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, after being pushing, not really pushing, but
Vignettes
just, keeping
and that.
strong. Yeah, with the vignettes and everything, having such a presence. They lost.
Yeah, Banger Bros soldier on
Yes.
into the latter rounds of the tournament.
Yes. Continue to bang. Sami goes to see Roman and asks why he's being frosty. Reigns he's being frosty. Reigns says it's because he hasn't got a winter coat, unlike Ross. Who put that down? Reigns knows that Sami looked disappointed in the Bloodline last week. Sami admits that he was annoyed that the Usos and Solo interfered in his match with Kevin Owens because Sami felt he was about to win. For a second, he almost believed Kevin's claim that the Bloodline are using him. Roman tells Sami to get out.
Why would you admit that to Roman?
Yeah, and Roman just had a bit of a breakdown. Going, why am I, the tribal chief, having to justify myself to you?
You come to me, Sami Zayn.
It really went. On the day of SmackDown,
I think
you ask for vengeance. Will vengeance bring you into the blood? Sorry.
everyone was right in this segment, I thought. Roman was right to kick off in the way he did. Sami was just being honest. And honesty is always the best policy.
Yeah.
I like Jack. Nah.
No,
that's not true, is it?
I'm just. I'll talk about it more when we get to Raw. But a really unpopular one. I didn't like the trial of Sami Zayn. Really. Well, I know.
Well,
yeah.
I look forward to telling you how wrong you are. Later, however, Heyman advises Roman that with Owens as number one contender, it might be better to have Sami on their side than not.
Piss out of the castle from the inside rather than piss on the castle from the outside.
In fairness, though, if you had a castle, you wouldn't really notice someone pissing on you.
Depends how old it is
Yeah.
and how acidic the piss might be.
Remember Castles in the
Ooh, I've
Sky?
seen some
That's
bad
in my
piss.
head now since you've said Castles in the song.
I got that played at a wedding last year.
Did you?
One of those weddings where you got to submit a song.
Oh,
And
did everyone?
Mine was Ian Van Dahl, Castles in the Sky.
Did it? Did
Oh,
it?
I'd boot it off
Yeah.
like.
That's one of those songs where like, hey, I'm knackered, me, I can't even move, and you hear the first few beats
Tell
like,
me why.
I've suddenly found energy.
Clubland at the Telly West soon, and they're going to be there. Ian Van Dahl.
No.
Aye.
Wow.
I've been invited to a Shrek rave.
What's that mean?
A rave with Shrek music playing.
Somebody wants.
But right, I'm like, I can't even imagine this. Yeah, sure, I want to come to it.
some sleep.
Feelings. So, yeah, what were we talking about? Yes, wrestling.
That also made me think that Paul is in cahoots with Sami, because of course Paul he'd want to keep Sami in there, wouldn't he?
Why don't I get invited to Shrek? Where have you been invited? You on some secret Facebook group with this sort of stuff?
Yes, but Well, I can't. No, I'm not. If I've told you, then it's not
Cowies
secret.
are
Damn it.
us.
Oh dear.
Room full of people on the gram. 3, 2, 1. Get out of my swamp. And
Special guest and straight from Japan.
hey, I've flown away from Japan, and boy, are my arms tired.
But I've got something that'll pick them up again.
What was his? I can't remember Tubman's DJ name. It might have just been DJ Richard Tubman, actually, which is a bit.
I hope it wasn't.
Oh, yeah,
Did he mention
that's
this
really.
to you ever? No, damn.
So I went to school.
DJ, my name.
I went to someone at school who had decks, like part of the friendship
Yeah.
group who had decks, and his DJ name was DJ Energize, but it was just Energize.
Yeah.
Of course, right.
When I went to uni, there was a lass there whose boyfriend was DJ Activation.
All right, I'll see your DJ stories. I got about one.
Lovely lad, though. But
Oh, I'm sure he is. There's
I
one
think he was a
legendary.
teacher eventually.
Oh, good for him, DJ teacher.
Yeah.
There was one on legendary. This story in the Bishop Auckland area that there was a DJ who did a set in Barnard Castle, and he was a large lad, and he instructed them to put down whatever his name was, DJ Shrek. Put down Barnard Castle's fattest DJ. What? Obviously saying it because he's all cool and hip. Fattest being PA.
Oh no.
yeah.
Obviously, the good old people at Barnard Castle, we can go see the literal Barnard Castle and play mini golf and get a nice ice cream. Brought down fattest. Fattest.
I think one night Tubman wanted to go to, or at least, Cobalt, really near here, kind of.
Business park.
No, the venue. It's a venue. It's like a bar / artsy space, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not going to give you exact directions because then people will know. But Tubman once went there to see DJ Bus Replacement Service. No, it's true. It's a woman. She's a real DJ, and she wears a Kim Jong Un or Il mask. You can't see her face.
What?
Can you Google DJ Bus Replacement Service? Is it still the name, Maffew? Is it still the name that's made you laugh there? Yeah, she's weird.
What?
Oh, God.
Yeah. We'll get back to
That's the
SmackDown
closest I'm
soon.
doing
Sorry.
the
There she
good
is.
Lord reaction.
There she is.
There she
Yeah.
Walk in and strut out. Lovely quote there from Kim Jong.
Nothing can be as good as that hearing that name for the first time.
No, yeah. That's already a good enough gimmick. You don't need the
God,
mask.
yeah.
You're called DJ Bus
And then they
Replacement
do
Service.
this. He goes, no, you don't know. Let's
Is that a leaked unmasked picture there next to the one with glasses?
Oh
Or maybe that one
my
as well.
God. Well, that's ruined my...
kayfabe ruined
Yeah.
It's
forever.
like when you find out Kane had a face.
Yeah. And they all went, look at that hideous face. Just his face.
Yeah, just the dude.
So sad.
Wow, he's so ugly, Mum. He's like, Jesus.
You can go off DJ Bus Replacement Service.
That's it. The rest of the podcast, it's that. Raquel Rodriguez announces she's in the Rumble. Get in.
Terrifying signs that because you know she's the hometown hero. She's the Shawn Michaels of this year.
She's the heroine.
You said she was like your second favourite to win,
Just
maybe?
because she's massive and pushed at the same time. And massively pushed.
Oh, let's say, hey.
Muscular back.
Look at that word. DJ wordplay in full effect there. Later, so do Braun Strowman, Shayna Baszler, then Karrion Kross. All giants of, well, whatever.
I just ran them all together.
Yeah. An annoyed LA Knight.
Oh,
That's not the noise.
Another strategic misstep from LA Knight
Yeah.
this week.
Cuts a promo on Bray Wyatt before beating a local competitor. As he celebrates, he's interrupted by Firefly's Funhouse intro. Yay! Ramblin' Rabbit. Yay, he's back. Says he's worried about the pitch black match at the Rumble because LA Knight's really mean. Like The Miz, but with muscles.
Just a needless shot at the miss.
I don't know where that came from. I think Cody Rhodes outright that. He's also scared of the dark. An Uncle Howdy vignette to start the video before Bray tells Knight that he opened the door. Whatever comes through the Rumble is his fault.
The Fiend in it, surely.
Yeah.
Because the Fiend comes with the other jumpered Bray.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, it's not Uncle Howdy at all. It's the Fiend. Yeah.
That's one way you're salvaging it, yeah.
Uncle Howdy's a Raw superstar, whereas the Fiend's a SmackDown superstar.
Oh, of course, yes. The evil force of destruction can be signed to one brand
Yeah.
at a time.
I did quite like it how they opened it up a bit, and it could be anybody.
Didn't they do that with Retribution? We've signed you all to Raw.
Yeah, after they burned,
Yeah,
after they burned that bin in the car park or whatever they did.
Aye.
Yes, you rebels who do what you want. You could appear on Raw.
Signing you all to Raw.
Can I just say that the organic reactions LA Knight's getting now is getting more promo time. They're getting louder every week.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's just because of the Uncle Howdy Bray Wyatt thing, but yeah, he is getting louder and louder cheers. And I don't know if it's because they like going, yeah, or they like his Kavoka, as I like to say here, or it's because these segments are never ending. And I've said many times, and my grown friends would say, Maffew, you're an adult, you got a bad back. Why are you saying you like Bray Wyatt? And I went, I like the Firefly Funhouse bits. I like the weird bits.
The juxtaposition of,
thank you, yes.
Have a nice day, I'm going to kill you.
I thought those bits were pretty all right compared to what we had been getting on Raw. And to see this come back, and there was a big pop, I think the biggest pop for Bray since he came back, because he's been getting a bit like, time for a promo.
It's been...
Yeah, because he's not been doing anything. So it's like, Firefly Funhouse, we'll love that. And then just but Uncle Howdy's on this as well, is he? So he's just ruining everything he touches. It's like Midas himself. So
on the positive side, though, there was great pop and snap in LA Knight's match for his BFT.
Oh yeah.
Blood-faced trauma.
Yeah. He's no dummy.
He's going to get murdered, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
It can't go any other way.
It might not
Land of the
even...
slaughter.
But he might not lose. It might be like a no... He might just get absolutely destroyed and it's not even a match. Yeah.
It better be.
You want a loss on his record?
No, I just want a match.
Oh, right.
Anything other than Rambling Rabbit.
Oh, Rambling Rabbit's my favourite of the characters, I think.
Yeah, it's also a good criticism of the
dude.
promos.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's horrible. I'm very sorry for that.
You got a favourite one? The Buzzard? Or the Witch? Abby?
No, it's got to be the Rabbit.
Yeah, the rabbit, yeah. He always dies, doesn't he? He's like Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Oh, Bray Wyatt on the mic. Hit Row beats Los
It's not his fault, by the way.
And the
Bray
tag-
Wyatt
it's
is
all
doing
his fault.
Bray Wyatt's doing the best he can. With what he's
100%
been
his
given.
fault.
Hey, this is the biggest leap forward we've had in many weeks, the fact that The Fiend could be coming back and the Firefly Funhouse has. So we'll take it.
Yeah.
It's been inching forward slowly for ages, and this was like a wow.
Yeah.
In a completely different direction, which is throwing everything off, but still, it's something.
I can't believe that one backstage segment on SmackDown where LA Knight got hit with the scaffold or whatever has now led to this. It's dragged on. I thought that was a 1 or 2 week thing at most.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
And he kept on saying, yeah, he did it. Bray Wyatt did it. And he goes, no, it wasn't me. And he came out, no, Uncle Howdy did it, was the revelation. And he came out and laughed.
I do declare.
And Hit Row beat Los Lotharios in the tag team tournament, which is not fair.
Which is not fair. Yeah, I like Los Lotharios.
Shall I tell you what's not fair?
Go on.
Michael Cole's continued criticism of Top Dollar. Here comes Top Dollar, says Michael Cole, who would be wise to stay on the mat and use his power game.
He's just throwing such shade.
And he came over and goes, why you keep on going on about that? And he goes, well, it's not my fault. He's on his ass.
Maybe he needs to learn he's not a high flyer. And then Top Dollar walks over. You run your mouth, Michael Cole. And Cole craps the bed.
I was going to say, in the wild, Top Dollar would eat Michael Cole. If we were all animals.
Not anymore. He's lost a lot of weight. You see in the 5
He would still, if they were in a fight, I'm not backing Michael Cole against Top Dollar. He's a very brave man to be talking like, oh, Top Dollar.
I would back Michael Cole.
In a fight against Top Dollar?
Absolutely.
Not unless he's
Really?
got Shanky.
We booked that for the Rumble.
Not unless he's got Shanky in his corner to help him. Because as we know, Shanky is the kryptonite of Top Dollar.
On social media, yeah.
Where's Shanky?
I don't know.
I don't care.
You hated Shanky, didn't you? You always didn't like Shanky.
I like to think who you... Oh, yeah, he danced for a bit. And then...
Yeah, it was funny.
Mysteriously, at the same time Vince left, some of those gimmicks that were going nowhere slow just disappeared.
It was funny because he was massive and dancing. And also...
Two big positives
Jinder
so
would
far,
go,
yeah.
don't you dance in this match now. It's just...
And then the kid went, Mom, he danced, and Kane's ugly.
It's Chekhov's gun at its finest. Don't you dance.
And then he didn't.
Now you'll be good, Panicio, and don't you What? Oh, wow.
Are Hit Row baby faces or heels?
Heels.
This was a crappy heel win. But
Heels because they attacked, for one thing, attacked Ricochet.
Top Dollar have turned heel, but Los
And Top
Lotharios are
Dollar's
also...
rubbish.
Yeah,
Los Lotharios are heels as well.
The Lethal Lovers.
No, but they're sexy.
Oh, yeah, they're the
and
Lethal
evil.
Lovers. Yeah, they're not...
Hit Row are just evil. Los Lotharios are sexy but evil.
Wish Angel Garza they'd treat him like the star he should be.
Yeah.
And he's class. Yeah.
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 And Carrillo, I like Carrillo as well.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Yeah. Charlotte Flair calls out Sonya Deville, who wants a title shot. Charlotte says she knows Sonya is a star, but does that mean all the other women in the locker room aren't?
I didn't get a point.
This was lost on me. Like, how can Charlotte Flair be having to go at anybody for being entitled and thinking she's better than everyone else?
Yeah.
Do the last 8 years of life not mean anything anymore?
Maybe it's really good deep storytelling and we're meant to tell that she's projecting, but I don't think it is. I don't think that was the intent behind. No, okay.
Charlotte tells her to get in line, but Sonya doesn't leave and continues to demand a title shot. Adam Pearce arrives to tell her off, so she blindsides Charlotte and bravely runs away.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
So is this a match on next SmackDown?
I don't know.
Or the Rumble?
It doesn't scream like a Rumble match, just the way Sonya was then, we'll get onto it later, the way she was just tread on Raw.
Yeah.
Didn't really feel
I
like
hope it's not the Rumble.
I was getting built up to viably challenge Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair, that nice person that everyone likes and respects. Okay. Lacey Evans is ready for her mission to take out the women's division with the women's division with the Cobra Clutch. It's called Operation Cobra Clutch.
What does it mean?
She's going to lead the rest of the locker room like lambs to the Sergeant Slaughter.
So she's an expert in close quarters combat. And
Who's the voice, though? Who's the one going, this is your mission, to go to SmackDown and do Operation Cobra Clutch while showing footage of a Cobra Clutch? Who's the voice? What does it mean? Is it her own Andy Howdy? I don't know.
Oh, is it?
Howdy's got two gimmicks at once. I'm proud of you.
Oh God.
Bray's like, come on, Uncle Howdy, where are you? Oh, I'm sorry.
But this one made me think.
I was busy.
Do you remember the last Lacey Evans series of vignettes where she talked about how like hard her upbringing was, and we were like, oh God, she's going to be a face, and then she came out as a heel. This one makes me think she's now going to be a heel deliberately because she was merciless with those Cobra clutches. Slow motion. The women she was doing it to going, nah, merciless.
Can't stop thinking about the potential re-debut now with Uncle Howdy. Just him like miming the Cobra Clutch, signifying the arrival of Operation Cobra Clutch.
Yeah, she's like, do I do it now? He's on the way. That's right. Doing the motions.
One-handed. Oh dear.
Is SmackDown going downhill? Is it getting worse?
Yeah, it wasn't a great week. In the tag team tournament, Imperium beat the Brawling Brutes to advance.
This was better.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I liked all of this.
My move of the week happened here, Joel. So play the thing, why don't you, bonny lad?
Oh my! Oh baby!
That was aggressive. I'll Cobra Clutch you.
Get him, Ross!
You watch out now, Joel. Uncle Hardy's a coming. Kaiser's gut wrench slam thing while Bush was on the run.
Yeah.
I don't know how they timed it so well and just hit it with such aplomb, but they did, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, they're all good. Ridge is improving as well. Good for Ridge.
Ridge is actually looking like Sheamus in this match. Even the way he plods around the ring when he's got someone up there on his shoulder. He walks like Sheamus. He talks like Sheamus. He's come a long way.
He really has. That's a very well put point. Fantastic match. Highlight of SmackDown.
Way aye.
Yeah.
Legado del Fantasma beat MMMM in their final first round match of the tournament.
Another two heels teams.
You can't go, but Legado del Fantasma a bit more serious. MMMM posted that they've uploaded their final, I guess it's a vignette that they put on YouTube. It's just, I guess they'd be told to stop making them. I mean, in a nasty way, it's not my fault, but
I thought they were great in this match. The bit where they were going for the tope, it looked like they just stopped and posed. That's inspired.
I was going to say, we talk every week, well, I have been bringing up and boring people senseless in the process, but how the crowds have been reacting not as loud as expecting. The crowd were reacting really strongly to MMM now.
I love MMM.
As soon as they get rid of the vignettes, now they're reacting.
When they
fantastic.
get Pat back on commentary, that's when they'll pick up again, because he made those like fashion shows right at the start.
Yeah.
Because Wade's a different kind of saucy, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not a playful sauce.
No, he's actually horny for them.
He's a Tabascus or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. Tabasco. Yeah, I know sauce.
Don't get many of them to pound, do you?
I think
More
Wade,
tea figure.
I think Pat is like a bit of spice in your dish, whereas Wade might be like a red wine. Added a bit of red wine to the meal.
Evil intentions.
Yeah.
Roman apologizes to Sami for earlier. Sami is relieved and Roman asks him to make sure the Bloodline's transport arrangements are in order so they can leave straight after his
I feel like this
contract's
was
signed.
important. Was it so that Sami had a reason not to be out there at ringside at first?
I think so, because otherwise the crowd are going to be like, ooh, see.
And why did they specify it? Is it just so Sami had a reason, I guess?
No, I think, yeah. Roman enters for the contract signing. But as he and Adam Pearce wait in the ring, Kevin Owens runs in from the crowd and hits Reigns with a stunner.
It's like when Orton did it to Lesnar, but not quite as good.
Yeah. He signs the contract and Sami Zayn runs in. He stares at Owens, who leaves through the crowd.
Owens was scared of Sami. He ran really fast away from him.
Or they're working together.
I do declare. Imagine he's the mastermind.
I just thought it was interesting that Sami rocked up after Kevin Owens put Roman Reigns through the table.
Would be funny, yeah. Kevin Owens just running away from him, pumps into a cloud. He's just getting a big bag of popcorn. What in tarnation? Ends up feuding with Lacey Evans.
Excuse me, good sir. Mind your step there.
Excuse my wild Texas ass.
It's weird. The other film I watched this week was No Country for Old Men, and they all
it's all like what we're talking about.
Oh my god, it's all brilliant like that. Yeah.
Oh, it's a fantastic film, that one.
I preferred Fargo slightly.
The different films.
Doesn't matter. It's too many film. I don't want to take over the podcast.
Oh.
But also, I reckon...
Not that you're carrying us on, though.
No, I am enjoying
Because
it.
I watched, just to very quickly get out of the way, I watched Mandy with Nicolas Cage.
Don't know.
A film that I've been wanting to watch for ages, but then it's something like, I feel motivated to watch films because my film rival, Jack.
Not even...
Yes, you are.
Okay, fair enough.
I've decided because it actually makes me motivated to watch stuff now. And I enjoyed the hell out of it.
But there's so many classics out there that I've never seen, whereas you're like kind of after the dregs now. You're like, can I find Grease 2? Okay. Anyway.
Actually, yeah, good point. I am really.
Have you got one of those accounts? What site is it you're on?
Letterboxd.
You got a Letterboxd
No.
account?
Okay.
I've got a notepad with
That's if you want to take the rivalry to the next level.
Yeah. Who
Ooh,
can
I'll
get
have
more
to.
Letterboxd followers?
Oh, that's what now we're doing it right.
But Sami Zayn needs to watch all the segments he's not in because he would have learned here that Roman's using them for the moment, for the time being. He would have learned that here. With, Paul, you're the counsel for my bad temper, sir. Aye.
Maybe.
I couldn't think of anything to say there, so I made a noise.
I thought it was interesting as well that when Kev threw Sami the contract, that way around, and Sami held it and then looked at it and was shocked. Paul was also just going like,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
What's on the contract?
Yeah. It wasn't referenced on
Whose
Raw,
name
which
was on
is
the
a shame.
contract? I hope they don't just forget about that.
Yeah, it seemed like a big crucial thing to point out, but Raw would suggest not.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Could be picked up on next week's SmackDown. On
You know what?
tonight at the time of
Right, we'll have to watch more episodes of SmackDown and Raw to see where it's going.
Yeah.
Which is very successfully been doing the last few weeks and months even.
And he has. 30 of them.
Yeah. AEW Rampage. Ethan Page tries to use Matt Hardy's hair to help him beat Jungle Boy. It sounds contrived, but that's what happened. Matt inadvertently causes Page to lose. Stokely and Page question Matt's loyalty, setting up a tag match between Page, Hardy, and Twink 182 next week. Still a great name, Joe. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit contrived, I thought, the finish. A little bit.
Are they friends?
Who?
Hardy and Page.
I would have said
business associates.
on Rampage, no, but on Dynamite, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Because Page was like, I thought we were friends. No, he wasn't like that.
oh no,
Don't declare, man. I thought we were friends.
I'm sorry, Hardy. I spilled popcorn all over myself.
Matt could be that. He could do that voice probably.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
That's actually his real voice.
yeah.
It was a good little match though. Like the spots they were doing were both Poppy and Snappy, the two little lads, and then the two bigger lads. Ethan Page shouting, "You want to slap tits? Let's slap tits." I mean, we've all been there, haven't we, on the big market? Shouting, "You want to slap tits? Let's slap tits."
Ethan Page is always very solid, isn't he? He's just a great,
Solid,
rely
reliable
upon him to do whatever.
midfielder. You sign all the people you want. You're
Gareth
like,
Barry incarnate.
There you go.
But then on the indies, you look at what he's done, and he's had like blood feuds with like Darby Allin and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't think he likes Darby Allin,
yeah.
No?
After seeing some of those matches.
Yeah.
The way he
I believe
power bombs him over the top, in that whatever arena that is, where the ring looks elevated and there's like a wall near the ring, and he power bombs him. All
yeah.
Oh,
whatever
God.
arena that is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, when he put him in the body bag and then press slammed him.
yeah.
Yeah. Good lad.
I don't think he likes him.
I don't think Darby likes
He's just not
himself.
on that. We're
That's
watching
it.
that video again
Oh,
today
something's happened
upstairs. Yeah.
outside.
Which video?
Just heard someone go, oh.
What's happened?
Anything on Slack?
Oh, there is a thing in.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait, hang on. Breaking news.
It's been a dream to be a part of the Like a Dragon series, says Kenny.
Kenny Omega on Twitter.
This can't be it. That's it. They're all going around the tables.
I'm officially going to be a trooper card in Like a Dragon. Lishin? What's that? Ishin. Coming out on February the 21st. That'll be free DLC at launch. Thank you, RGG
I
Studio.
don't know what any of that means.
Me neither.
Dragon, I know that word.
Like a dragon.
I suit.
Chopped for the...
Oh, it's a game.
Oh, I don't...
Whoa, look at the source there. Miami Vice Omega in the advert for this game. Whoa.
All right, make me look like Rouge.
He's wearing a white suit jacket.
So I saw Tubman in Japan and he talked about a video game, so I want to be in one. Kenny Omega, Elite Generals.
Okay.
I thought I said genitals there. I need glasses. Elite Genitals, Kenny Omega.
So I spent my time off growing my hair. Do you like it? I'm dressed like Pacino and Scarface.
Just in case you want to know what we're looking
okay,
at
yeah,
here.
sorry.
Just for a second. There you go. There he is.
Omega's obviously talking. He's a wrestling may have heard of.
It's not
we're
big
sure
news.
about subtitles or audio. So is it going to show any footage?
It's not. It does show a little bit. Yeah, we can't show it on screen, but
No, of course not. Let's see
Kenny.
the amazing footage.
he's doing wrestling in the AEW. There he
He's a
is.
card, he's a trading
The essence
card.
of one-winged angel.
Right, okay.
And it's him as a samurai. Oh, not him as a samurai. It's him as an ability, as a card.
He's such an insincere...
You're such a card.
Such an insincere man, isn't he?
The
Oh, I
essence
love
of-
this game.
the
He probably
essence-
does, actually. No, he
it's
probably
great.
did.
Monster Hunter turned me down, but I guess I'll do it like a dragon.
The
Good for you.
essence of one-winged angel. It's just like oil and monster. Just as
Yeah.
a smell.
Can you make it is Lynx Africa?
I shouldn't have said he's an insincere man. He loves games. He actually does love
Of
games.
course he
doesn't
does. Sure he is.
No, he is.
Ortiz, it's sad though because it's like I got that nerd rage where I go, yeah, Kenny Omega, whatever. I beat any game, even though I've seen how good he plays. And no, I can't.
Oh.
Ortiz calls out Eddie Kingston and says he can't believe Eddie would think of hitting a woman.
Watch the show, man, Ortiz.
Eddie arrives with a chair and Ortiz tells him that their mentor, Homicide, would call him a coward. That man's name, Homicide. Eddie hits Ortiz with the chair and leaves. Okay.
Ortiz is a fool.
No, he's
Yes.
not. I went and watched
Oh.
it back, and
Oh.
Eddie does go
Oh.
in the direction of Julia, which makes Julia go, ah, and fall down on her ass.
Well, I did not know. This is like
Yeah.
when we had to slow down to see if Indy Hartwell and Duke Hudson tried to kiss someone.
I forgot about that.
And she went in as well, as we remember.
He did a little one, but he does saw motion, and Ortiz steps in.
I like that we started arguing about the thing as well. We watched it back. I'm like, no, you can see. No, you can clearly see. My point. We argued about
He's been
frame by frame
He has been
analysis.
the devious glue that's holding NXT together for many years now.
Oh,
Duke
it
Hudson.
really has been. Ortiz is an Egypt, as we say. Oh, I hear.
Well, now I don't know.
Because
'Cause-
he's trusting the House of Black. The House of Black are saying, hi, we're the evil
He's not
goth
trusting-
kids
no,
who
no.
worship the god of lies.
Who are you?
can't trust Eddie Kingston. And Ortiz is like, but he's my friend. Hey, I can't trust you. And he's like, you are the definition of a turnip.
No, he's not trusting the House of Black. He just didn't want Eddie Kingston to hit Julia with a chair.
Yeah.
But
No,
the
no,
seeds of
but
doubt,
he's thinking-
the
he's
seeds
thinking-
of doubt have been placed in his mind by the House of Black.
Yeah,
And they've sprouted a lie tree. He
Yes.
can't get rid of, so he's an idiot. And
Yes.
Eddie hits him, and you're like, people are like, wow, and Eddie Kingston heel turn. I'm like, how can I cheer Eddie? Boo Eddie at this point when it's Ortiz
I
being
don't think it'll be
doiling.
an Eddie Kingston heel.
It
turn.
was a bit heelish at the end of the segment, though, the way he just sort of walked away.
Oh, he's Eddie Kingston.
Ortiz said, your mate who trained you, whose name is Nice Man Inc. No, sorry, it's Homicide, would call you a coward. So he's like, how dare you? That's the worst he can call me. Bat, bat, bat.
He's like Marty McFly, isn't he?
Yeah.
Nobody calls me chicken.
Yes.
Eddie Kingston is like Marty McFly.
Yes.
Is the Homicide thing a reference I'm missing?
No, he's a.
No, it's about like, wow, I can't believe you'd hit a woman with a chair. That's despicable.
It's just the fact
guy who
that-
trained you,
it's just
Homicide.
the fact that his name is so
Homicide, isn't it?
Oh, right, okay, yeah, Homicide.
Oh, no, let's just wait. No.
I just thought we were doing a bit. I was just making sure.
Oh,
Just making
Lord,
sure.
I have been misunderstood. No, it's not a Devon Dudley situation. It's just like
I was just picturing Homer Simpson somehow.
Homicide would say, hey, even I have limits, Eddie.
Glad we cleared that up.
Yes, sorry, beg your pardon. Darby Allin offers Buddy Matthews a TNT title shot next week. And he goes, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, good segment.
And I also did because I thought that'll be a good match. And
He
it
goes,
was.
yes. Brian Cage beats Willie Mack in a singles match, which was the second time they had this match this week on AEW TV.
Was it?
Not sorry, TV, I guess. Well, one was on Dark or Dark Elevation, I forget. It was nice that they brought it up. It was nice. The highlight of the match, though, was PWG, sorry, beg your pardon, Excalibur going, such fond memories of that Reseda Outpost Armory number, whatever it is, the first time these two wrestled, and Jericho going, yeah, UC Dub, and Excalibur going, no, PWG, that place you were just at, 2 weeks ago. And then Jericho going, yeah, we were at PWG a few weeks ago. That's right, I remember. We've made you a few bit of bucks there, eh? And he goes, no, you were an unannounced surprise, so you didn't make me anything. Fantastic. The match was all right. It wasn't as good as the one that they had earlier that week, though. So
I thought the booking was a bit odd because it made Willie look really good.
Willie is really strong in kayfabe.
Willie got such a huge reaction on Dark. I think they went, let's have this match on Rampage as well.
I remember Willie Mack on Lucha Underground no-selling cinder blocks. He's like Goldberg.
He's stronger than Keith Lee then, huh? Because Keith Lee got hit by a cinder block a couple weeks ago, didn't he?
Yeah, I think Willie...
Oh, he did? Oh, in the stomp.
If we're purely
A
going...
really convoluted way, that's right.
If we're purely going on kayfabe, then yes, I do believe Willie... I do declare.
He won't be joining my unit.
I don't know if it's just my outlook, but I thought heading into this is just to make Brian Cage look good by doing lots of massive moves to a massive man. Yeah. But Willie was doing that leaping enziguri and certain other moves that he was doing as well. It made him look a little bit better than Brian. Even
Willie's
though Brian did win.
One of those wrestlers where, like Brian Cage, where even in matches where they're not the spotlight, it's hard not to be like, wow, because it's so big and agile.
Yeah. Again, the Dark match was like 50-50, so this was more Brian Cage, but still it's like, Brian's winner, but yay, Willie. And again, that's a guy that was just bitten by the bad luck curse because like the time in the yard.
He's been on for so long.
Because he left PWG and was signed to WWE, and I forget what happened there, but then it didn't happen.
Had that weird Lucha Underground contract situation.
Yeah. Just still great wrestler though. Yeah. Jade Cargill and Layla Gray, my favorite type of tea, beat the Vanity Twins. Let's realize that. Beat the Vanity Twins in a squash match, but Jade insists on getting the pinfall.
Oh, Jade!
You.
The bodies have fallen apart.
Can't believe it.
One of the Vanity Twins, I hope they're okay because they appear to pass out in the final stage of the match. You can see in the foreground, they're just laying on the apron just for a really long time, like they're a referee that period of time. So I hope they're okay.
Who would have thought that the baddies would have lasted? No, wait, what am I trying to say here? Who would have thought that the diamond mine would have lasted longer than the baddies at one point? No.
They are the strongest family.
No.
It's a good point.
What are you looking for there?
I did like Jade looking fed up with having to wrestle in this match. I thought that was good character work from her. Mm-hmm. Other than that, there's nothing really to... Do
you think that the baddies crumbling and all turning on Jade is going to lead to her losing the belt, or do you think they're still just not... They don't know who
there's nobody there to beat her yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
It can't be Red Velvet and it can't be Layla Gray unless something drastic happens over the next couple of months.
No.
You get a weird tweet from someone, you're like, what's happening? What's happening? You're about to fight Hulk Hogan. I think just thought you should know, lol, says someone. Oh my God, what?
Oh, wow.
You are, personally.
You!
Oh, God. Hogan won the Cultaholic Royal Rumble and you are current champion.
Do you think that Hogan...
I love the Cultaholic fans. Jesus Christ.
Do you think that Hogan had gone like... on Twitter, like, Maffew Botchamania...
Who was making fun of me in my toilet paper situation? Maffew. I'm like, great.
Just for context, Tom is doing a Twitch stream at the moment, isn't he? That's where it comes from.
I assume so.
Yeah, Cultaholic Royal Rumble. So unlucky there.
Hulk Hogan won the Cultaholic Royal Rumble. He's not a main character in Cultaholic.
No, he's not.
What's going on?
He's on this week.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, Jay continues to be a star. It's a shame she doesn't have star stories or booking or anything like that. In the main event, with Jericho and Sami on commentary, Action Andretti beats Daniel Garcia.
Andretti.
If Daniel Garcia wins, he gets Sami's sports on Dynamite. Mm-hmm. That was the stipulation.
Yes.
Second week in a row where Mark Henry just got to say, it's time for the main event. And that was it. No interviews this time. What's happened?
My mate said, you watch wrestling? He goes, yeah, where's this going? He goes, does Mark Henry only got one leg? I went, what? And it was, apparently it was going on, I guess, TikTok or whatever, or the gram. No, my mate definitely does the gram. So you want me saying that. His last appearance...
Matthew does not.
Yeah, Matthew.
Neither should you, kids.
I don't know. I look bad enough. The last appearance he had on Raw, when he had that little wheelie thing.
Scooter thing.
Yeah. I think that's just was doing the rounds. People like, like, what happened? It's like, he's all right.
It's like 2 years ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah. Has his leg been cut off? Because what?
Was that when Orton used his night vision?
Yeah, around about that time.
Oh, my word.
It killed them. Yeah, and then didn't show up at WWE. I think it was that last appearance.
Yeah.
No, Christian came back for the Rumble.
Yeah, because Orton
Christian,
was like...
Henry, and Big Show.
Owen was like, look at your leg, mate. You're rubbish. You beat me one time, but now I'm the better one.
No, it was Flair in the thing. That's right.
Yeah, Flair was the night
can't kill him.
Oh, yeah, Flair was the
Many
night
people have tried. So
Flair claims that he once was struck by lightning. No, I found this on Google.
And I believe him.
Because in the song Ric Flair by someone in the Brass Holes, I can't remember the name.
Terry Funk and the Brass
No,
Holes.
it's similar though. It's a funky song. Ric Flair. And he says, survived a plane crash. And I was like,
That's right.
Check it. Survived being struck by lightning. I was like, hang on. And then I Googled it and it was Ric Flair claims that Ric Flair has been struck by lightning and survived.
wrestlers,
Yeah, I know, yeah.
that's the noise he made.
Yeah. Strikes him on the arse. Woohoo!
Just struts away.
I thought the leather pants were going to play more of a role in this one because Garcia was gifted the leather trousers for his new attire.
Yeah.
But they didn't at all. They're just nice new pants for him to wear. And I guess that's fine as a story plot point.
It's like a Shawn Michaels NXT story. Like, here's an item that we'll never bring up again.
Yeah, I thought it would
Made of
stop
leather.
them locking on an armbar or something just because they're a bit too tight. But no,
Yeah.
they're all fine. Yeah, it's all about Sami and Garcia at the moment, isn't it? Are they friends? Are they trying to one-up each other for their father's affection?
Well, I
Jericho being the
thought
father?
that they
That's a
were
good
trying to
point, yeah.
one-up each other, but then on Dynamite, again, like the Matt Hardy, Ethan Page situation, I just don't know what to make of it anymore.
I think it's bubbling in the background
It's
because they
simmering.
don't want to get in the way of Jericho.
Okay, fair enough.
Because Jericho is the best.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Say he's not Maffew, I dare you.
I don't, because Dave Meltzer will not give me all the scoops. JR losing it. Lovely Andretti split-legged moonsault.
He's an impressive man.
He certainly is. And JR went, aha. You know who else did a great one of them? Eddie Guerrero. And you're like,
No.
no, Rob Van Dam, the other lad who did frog splashes in WWE. You're getting the two mixed up.
Now,
Guerrero and Rob Van Dam.
hang on. I bet Eddie Guerrero, if he wanted to, could have done a really good
Absolutely.
split-legged moonsault.
Oh,
And I
like
imagine maybe JR's talking about behind the scenes, and he's seen Eddie practicing one day.
In JR's hotel room.
Yeah.
JR has seen the only Eddie Guerrero
Back.
split-legged moonsault ever recorded.
What a great split-legged moonsault.
Damn, Eddie, I'll give you $50 if you give me a split-legged moonsault.
Maybe JR's seen Eddie do that. Yeah. So I'm not going to doubt him. I'm not going to doubt him.
You're not going to doubt JR.
He might have seen Eddie practicing it.
He's doing a good job here.
Man, how stupid did Sammy look when he said rope and dope?
Oh,
Wow.
Sliced veg.
Stupid did he look?
I got the words
Yeah,
the
right.
right word. What a dope. Don't do those good. Monday Night Raw. Hulk Hogan and his bus and Jimmy Hart, who
Oh.
is 79 years young, opened the show. Go Eagles.
It was pointed out by Aiden, I think, or Jack, someone upstairs, when was Jimmy Hart ever associated with Raw? Oh, I was saying that, and then someone went, when was Hulk Hogan ever associated with Raw? And I was like, damn.
2002.
Well, yeah, he was a SmackDown
93.
star.
As Raw was starting, Hogan was on his last legs.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
running on fumes.
Hogan did that promo after WrestleMania X8 in Toronto where everyone went, wee!
Yeah.
For hours.
Yes, and that gave us sustained Hogan push. Thanks, Canada.
I don't know how Jimmy Hart has wangled his way in life into this position where he is the first man through the curtain on Raw.
He's the one, Jack, with the toilet paper. That's what that is.
Their entrance, yeah, it's true. Their entrance reminded me of Enzo and Cass. Because Jimmy Hart was
Oh,
out.
God.
You know, Enzo used to burst out so much before Cass. It was like Jimmy Hart was like
79-year-old Jimmy Hart
Yeah.
outran Hogan easily. What up, brother? It says go Eagles here. Surely go Vultures.
oh yeah, go Eagles, because they were in Philadelphia and the Eagles are still
Yeah,
in the
cheap
playoffs.
Terrence.
Oh, clearly cheap because
We know that Hogan's
there's Mike. They didn't spend a lot of money on that. But his mic failed. Wow, what is it with him and audio equipment?
Oh yeah.
And even worse than that, as I was typing that up, the Chiron came up, the very special Raw 30th edition. And it looked cheap as hell, to be honest with you. But also,
Ooh.
it had a
Bitchy.
It had an old TV thing with VHS thing. The VHS had XXX and Hulk Hogan. I'm like, he's got one of those.
Oh, no.
We don't need reminding. And then he said some stuff, and then they tried to censor him. But then he got a new mic, and yeah, it's Hogan.
They
Synonymous
tried to
with Raw.
censor him. What?
You know, he's like saying stuff.
Did they?
Crazy opinions. Yeah, then he gave another mic. It was all right. Yeah, just another.
It was
Hogan
what it
appearance.
was.
Just
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff on the show was summed up with, yeah, okay, they did the thing, and We've seen this a lot of times, but at the same time, obviously, it was a big deal for ratings, and people are like, I don't watch wrestling all the time, but I remember that. Yay, it's for them, so I can appreciate that.
Remember when him and Titus were pirates?
Oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember. Well, it's great to be here. Yay, Titus, you rule. Let me tell you something. Boo! What a crowd. What a crowd.
God.
At the trial of Sami Zayn, Paul Heyman shows a montage of Sami being a real sussy boy.
Did I put that? Oh, God. Okay.
He played, Daniel Craig plays that.
He plays Among Us with Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, I do declare what is happening in this game. It's like, you're out the lock, you're dead.
was class,
I don't like this. Roman finds Sami guilty and tells Solo to take care of him. But of all people, Jey Uso saves him at the last second. He shows a video package of Sami helping the bloodline. Roman says Sami is found not guilty for now, but he also doesn't want to see him until the Royal Rumble.
Hi. That was me saying "I," but it came out like "Hi."
Yeah, it's like, hi, hello, you all right?
Not bad. How are you?
Got some scrad?
Heyman going ECW was dead, and I wish the same for Sami Zayn was another reason why I think they're working together, because that's a bit too much, right? So I'm not letting this die until I've been proven definitively wrong, right? Because that's a bit for what Sami did on SmackDown or whatever this is in reference to. It's a bit too much to wish he was dead.
Really far, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's far to have a trial of Sami Zayn. I didn't like this segment. I thought, whoa. I thought the performance...
Your bad opinion broke the TV channel.
I thought the performances were all good, and I like the twist of Jey Uso being the one of all people to save Sami Zayn. But I feel like the characters have all got really short memories and turned stupid, and I feel like it was more like show don't, a tell don't show. They were going like, this is the story and this is what's happened so far, and I don't like you for this reason. And then they go, no, he's a good guy for this reason. And I'm like, they're just rehashing what we already know about the story. There was no developments here, I didn't think.
Right. I would say because it is Raw XXX or Mrs. and they were wanting people who don't usually watch the show, and they definitely did, it needed to be show and
Like
tell.
hey
Okay. Guys, this is the Roman Reigns and the gang. Yeah, that is Paul Heyman of ECW. Yeah, please chant that. Yeah, it's been dead forever, and all this stuff. Here's what's been happening. Here's what's going to happen. And the people have been watching, like, Jey Uso defending him. That's great. So,
That's a good point. I get what you mean. They want to catch people who might just be tuning in now.
of course.
Yeah.
because these guys will be showing up next week and the week after that. And the
That's a
week
very
after
good
that,
point.
so.
That's a very good
So it's probably why they took all the time when they defended the tag team titles against the Judgment Day and the Big Dom. But Jimmy gets injured midway through the match. I like this bit as well. It sounds daft, but it's like, Sami then, it's okay. I can take his place. And Adam Pearce goes, yeah, fair enough. I did let them continue during that tag team turbo match. Fair's fair. And then some real good moments here was like, 1, 2, oh my God, is he going to lose? Because then that's really going to mess things up. So people are actually really interested in this match result.
This was the first time since, I think, the first Street Profits match where I thought the Usos might actually lose.
Yeah.
Like, it was good.
But it didn't look like they would do until Sami got involved, which I thought was well done.
Yeah.
Like, that nice bit of doubt there.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say that. Then Roman says at the end, doesn't he? Like, I don't want to see Sami rocking up until Saturday at the Rumble.
Yep.
Do you think he'll do anything on Friday then?
Oh yeah, of course he will. But it'll save Roman, won't it? But Roman will say, "You didn't go along with my orders there, Sonny Jim."
Yep. And then Roman will go, you know what? Screw The Rock. I'll wrestle you at WrestleMania. Ron Simmons is hosting a poker game backstage. Hey, what's the easiest way to get 80 nearly dead people back? Hey, poker, yay, sitting down and doing nothing. Fantastic, woohoo.
I ran a lot of these segments together.
Yeah, thank you. JBL and Baron Corbin bribe him to join the game, which is full of WWE legends.
Godfather was the bouncer, which I said to Ross is a bit of a change of profession for the Godfather.
Yep.
He was always a bouncer. He wasn't like...
Yeah,
He was the pimp on the inside.
Yeah,
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No. And I like the fact that I have to go, oh, yeah, we'll let you in. And they remembered what the best bits of the APA and all the backstage bits is like, you just see them there, like, all right, here's somebody coming. Well, come on in, and all that. And they just go through the door frame.
That was the best return of the entire show.
Yeah,
the APA's
the
door.
door frame.
that was good.
They even, when The Rock came to see him, like, hey, Rock, what are you doing? What? No. Okay, even if you're The Rock, yeah, the nation, whatever, come through the door. All right. But then he'd go out, like, via the wall, and then come through the door, and they go, The Rock, what are you doing here?
That was good, yeah. Well, you'd think JBL would have got an automatic invite into the poker game from Ron. Are they not friends anymore?
It's business, man.
Since JBL became a stockbroker.
Only two things real in this business, the money and the miles.
Always pounding asses.
Yeah. Good things.
One of the greatest T-shirts ever made.
Later, Corbin wins a big pot from Ted DiBiase. Hang on. But then IRS arrives and tax him for most of his winnings.
Hey,
Pickles
that's
sat there.
disgusting, that, by the way. From
Wait a
IRS.
minute. Whoa, sweet child of mine. The Mississippi Welfare Fund scandal, which Ted DiBiase was a fan of, that only happened last year.
Oh, God, yeah.
And here he is fleecing people for money.
Was his son not more involved?
No, Ted DiBiase was named. Him and his idiot sons were also named. I was amazed. Well, not amazed at all, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It was like, because I was like, yay, we don't flood the news, Ted DiBiase. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's
This is what we're doing.
Clearly, he's a modern day Robin Hood. That's all they're doing there.
Monday Robin
He's
bastard.
swindling these people and giving the money to the Minnesota whatever.
Yeah.
That's exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Definitely.
Shocking.
I felt sorry for Corbin, though. He got robbed at the end. Literally robbed.
I tell you,
IRS is a horrible man.
I think as a kid, I just booed IRS because his matches were crap and he sweated a lot. Now as an adult, after doing me taxes, oh, I absolutely get it. I absolutely understand it. Boo, you bastard.
There was no way there was that much tax on those winnings.
No. He left him with what?
That's why he's an evil tax
with
man.
$100, which when his pot was like several thousand. Oh.
The poker tax.
I don't know where I mentioned it, but Medusa was there as well, and DDP. I was like, whoa, DDP.
And they're like, yay, we're here.
He
They did,
DDP
yeah.
initially won, didn't he? Mm-hmm. Burn! He
one
said.
one from Medusa. Oh.
And as far as there wasn't any like forced puns, like, hey, I got a good card. Pfft, that'll be a bit of a stretch for you. Wasn't anything like Lexi's yoga.
Yeah.
And he went, well, watch with the money, Alundra. Don't put it in the bin. Or whatever.
Wow, my hand is a monster truck, said Medusa, the monster truck driver.
They should have said, hey, stop stalling, Alundra. Yeah, but who do you want to win the Royal Rumble?
Hey, Medusa, you've been courageous.
Wow. On a recent weirdest
Where
episode.
you going next to Texas? Oklahoma?
On a recent weirdest episode, I actually watched a match between Evan Courageous and Medusa.
Oh, look at
she
you.
nearly breaks his neck on a powerbomb.
yeah.
It's hot. It's scary.
That was the leader of 3 Count.
His body's amazing.
Where is he? What happened to him?
Yeah.
It was his hair that let him down. When he got those, like, 5-year-old girl at the beach in Saloon ponytail things. What do you call them? They're not dreadlocks. But
Yeah, braids.
Plaits, plaits. That was the downfall of Evan Courageous.
There was a bit where like she punches him and goes, "Come on, punch me back." And commentary are like, "Oh, is he gonna punch his girlfriend?" And then he absolutely lays her out. And then they all go, "Well, that's what you get, kid." As if Medusa's the one who's not, and I looked on, and Evan Courageous has been wrestling for like 2 years at this point, and Medusa had been like All Japan Women's Champion and all that sort of stuff.
She looked like his mom. Because they were in a relationship for a bit.
There was
It
about
like,
a 10-year age. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like 35 and he was like 25. It was like
Shocking.
Yeah. Well, no, it was a good storyline. He copped off with the Nitro Girl instead of her, and then they were in cahoots. Medusa and the Nitro Girl,
Oh, that's right. And she gave the low blow to us, like his shin. Yeah.
and he had to go. Ooh.
What? What are you doing? Yeah. LA Knight calls out Bray Wyatt, but is instead confronted by a massive crowd reaction because they really like LA Knight over there in Philly because he's really getting over it. And also the American Badass. What are you doing
He
here?
got a proper Bobby Lashley pop.
He did.
Whoa!
Is this the last time we've seen him since Survivor Series 03?
Yeah. There's because lockdown, it was the unholy trinity Undertaker.
Yeah, so we're not counting the Boneyard Taker. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a different one.
Oh, yeah, right.
I like the censored lyrics. Say,
Radio
Oh, you can like the rewind the song so you can't hear what.
You can F some ladies.
Yeah, I
of
was
the
going to
night.
say, it's just that, like, the guy from Police Academy at that point, that censored version, you get boring.
Yeah, the song was.
Yeah.
Hey,
Knight tries to suck up the Taker and leave, but Bray cuts him off and hits Sister Abigail.
Well, yeah, sorry, Taker goozles him and then shoves him into him. And then,
Bray and Taker have a lovely little whisper to each other in the ring.
What does he say? Some people online have been saying that was a symbolic passing of the torch. One spooky bugger to another.
Get in the bin.
He went, sorry for WrestleMania 31.
I thought it was like Dom and Rhea. Like Undertaker's the mammy. Bray's the Dom.
What are you doing tonight?
LA Knight's still the scene again, though. I know people like that moment, and I can see why, but LA Knight again. If I was any more of a man, there'd be 2 of me standing here.
Yeah.
Fantastic. The past glory line, it set up the entire thing. That was Better done than most returning legend segments
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
kind
it
of thing.
was.
And also Corey Graves, probably got mentioned when he came on, goes, "Oh, LA Knight, you've done it now."
I agree. The bit where he's like, you know what I heard you on Joe Rogan? I agree. They're all softies back there, but not me.
That was good.
That was good as
Yeah,
well.
that was good.
And then he's like, after the pitch black match, they're going to call me the Lord of Darkness. I don't know if I've done Howdy again.
Lord of God. And
But
you will know my name is the Lord.
They went, "Cobra Crunch, get him!" Yeah. So. Yeah, I was
fine.
oh, and think about us. All right, okay.
Yeah, it was cool. It didn't do anything to alleviate my nerves over this Uncle Howdy situation and where on earth it's going.
Where the hell was he?
Well, he's a Raw. He's a Raw.
he's on
Damn
Raw.
it!
Is the Undertaker Uncle Howdy?
You give it.
That's what he whispered in his ear. By the way, it's me.
Oh no.
I walk on my knees and I put my boots on.
I'll do impressions now.
What do you think the one man dead show's been all about?
No. I saw Tom Hanks and Elvis. I thought I could do that.
Oh, that Austin Butler lad. I've mentioned it already, but I'm getting more as the Oscars push continues,
Yeah.
and I see more of him on YouTube. And
Yeah.
oh, I'd like to thank my mama. Get in the bin. I don't like him. It's not his real voice.
Before her cage match against Bayley can get underway, Becky Lynch is attacked by Damage Catal, who beat her down. Alan Pierce checks on her afterwards and is like, "Wow, this match can't continue." And the deafening silence after the "Well, still to come" was funny.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we
Lars.
mentioned it a bit earlier in the news, didn't we? But that was the main thing. The crowd hated it, didn't they?
And rightly so.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
Imagine paying all that money and then going, I've been promised a massive cage
taking
match.
your little daughter who's a huge Becky Lynch fan.
Yeah.
Will I see Becky tonight, Papa? Yes, you will.
Yes, you will, Prince Harry. My darling boy.
Was that what he sounds like in his boot?
That's
Oh, right.
every single time
Ross
he
been listening
references.
to the audiobook.
I've been listening to the audiobook. It's fantastic.
Oh no!
He is a weird man. But he doesn't think he is, which is the best thing. Maybe that's why I relate so much to him. But every time he mentions his dad, he's always like, he's speaking as his dad, he's always like, my darling boy. Because apparently that's what Charles calls him every time. My darling boy.
Oh,
What are you going to do for a living, my darling boy?
my tribal chief.
I want to be a skiing instructor, daddy. My darling boy, we can't do that. That's what he says.
Yeah, I was on Harry's side, man. Now
So
I'm not.
was
Now
I,
I'm not on anyone's side. I'm just like they're all weird.
They're all they're a different, completely different island, aren't they?
I can't believe this. What a PR disaster he's
Yeah.
had. Yeah.
I hope he enjoys the 20 million or whatever he got.
I mean, yeah, God, yeah, fair enough.
Crying all the way to the bank.
He's made a right tit of himself.
Bless him.
I would for 20 million.
So would I as well.
Yeah,
I'd,
of course.
I'd just get my arse out for that.
Yeah, we're all holes. DX are arrived. Break it down with Kurt Angle, but are interrupted by Imperium. Wow. Gunther blames DX for celebrating all that is wrong with wrestling.
That's in character. That is something
that's
that
good.
Gunther would
Actual
do. Yeah,
good
yeah.
point. DX are all to fight. Well, that was bad. Are all too old to fight Imperium. But Seth and the Street Profits arrive
If only
instead.
there was a.
If only there were. Teddy Long comes out, makes it a 6-man tag, and I got annoyed because I'm like, no, you're a SmackDown guy, Teddy. How dare you come on Raw?
Jimmy Hart opened the show.
Exactly. Yeah, there was literally no one else who could have done it though. So it's
Uncle
fair
Howdy should have done it, man.
enough. Who
So Fraser was sort of first getting into wrestling. He said when it was the Teddy Long and who was on the Eric Bischoff GM's era, because he's a whippersnapper, and he said that Teddy was like the cool. He was a SmackDown boy because of Teddy Long. Where Eric was like the strict parent, like, oh, I don't want you. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for
We've an
sharing.
insight into how Teddy Long is remembered by the youth.
How is your rival doing?
Fraser.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right. I was disappointed in him today, but
Oh,
apart from
no,
that-
what
when
did he do?
said Tom Healy instead of Tim Healy.
Oh,
But apart from that, like, yeah, he's all right.
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
So with Kurt Angle, special guest referee, the good guys win. They get some nice little bits here. Any moves you'd like to highlight, Ross?
Gunther beating up everybody was really good. Really, really good. And then Seth Rollins does this super Falcon Arrow into a super blockbuster from the Profits, which maybe should have won Move of the Week, really, in hindsight.
I'm surprised
but
it didn't.
I've already gave it away. What can I do?
Oh, well.
It's already gone. Kurt Angle, when Rollins is doing the Angle Slam, he's just on the outside going, yeah. Go get him, Sethy boy. Yeah. Woo!
One thing I didn't like was the Seth Rollins coming to the aid of Triple H, who we should hate still.
Yeah.
Some wrestlers, I think, should still not be friends, even if they're both faces now. You know? But
I'm like yourself.
But
yeah.
Jack, you can see why though, because as they said on commentary, the group that was responsible for the entire Attitude Era was Generation X.
I heard that.
There was no NWO. There was no Stone Cold.
That's what these documentaries. Yeah, not just these. Yeah, and it was weird seeing like it's DX. It's like it's a mixture of the DXs because it's the Triple H. Obviously, he was in all of them, and then old school Shawn Michaels, and then X-Pac, and then Road Dogg of the New Age Outlaws. It's like seeing a band used to like from the 70s or 80s, and you go, here's the band still technically together. Also, Kurt Angle, the new bassist. Yeah.
this is like the tribal chief, all generations of the bloodline. This is all the generations of DX. It was weird.
Maybe that's what they meant.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe that.
No, there's enough old people on the bloody show.
Maybe
Right.
DX nixed it. They were like, no, we're doing the old generation.
Yeah. And considering Triple H's comedy, which can be very weird, as you've been finding out in your weirdest episodes of 06.
2006 Royal Rumble, Triple H.
This was okay because I thought Triple H would do a bit to make himself look cool, but he did like, no, I'm old. I can't wrestle.
But he didn't say. But I was worried that the undercurrent was, but if I was still wrestling, I'd beat ye Gunter. I don't know.
I thought in terms of these type of segments that we've seen in years gone by, this was another one. It took it's a two-edged thing in it. Like it took ages, which took away from the steel cage match, but also in terms of setting up a match for the people of today, it was better than what we've seen in the past.
Yes.
The old lads were backing down.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, Xbox did a lovely tweet saying,
God.
you know what?
No,
there was one thing
stop.
was missing from that segment was us being up a tag team that's going to be around the next week.
Well, Sean, I think you'll find you did that at Raw 25.
People didn't get it.
Nah.
But
I love people just not. They were talking about the other week about people not understanding prison dom.
Yeah.
I've been,
it's
been
like
the big house for a while now. No, he wasn't. Like, oh, for love.
But X-Pac can feel all right because Tom Campbell leapt to his defense, so it's okay. No, he did.
I wonder why Tom brought it up.
Yeah, Tom was.
Well,
Tom
they're mates
was
now, so.
I think Tom really related to X-Pac there.
Or tweet something not being understood.
Oh yeah.
Oh, happens to all of us.
Oh,
It's
it
just a
does.
Tom
It does.
thing,
It's
bloody
just
hell.
that Tom was particularly leaping to X-Pac's defense. I understand now why. Yes,
It is a sad commentary on Twitter, though, that tweet. Just that solitary tweet.
I know.
Just you can't, yeah.
I'm glad X-Pac gets sarcasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because it's happened like a week or 2 weeks after the FDR of his podcast dropped about doing that. And he went through it. It was...
Was he
It
nice
was a
about
bit-
X-Pac?
he
Didn't he?
hated-
Oh no, he hated the bits and stuff like that. And he said he broke down and cried afterwards.
Who
but it was a
did?
bit hard. Dax.
Really?
Oh, you're on about Dak's podcast.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
not-
but
is
then
it-
but then
Wow.
Road Dogg's podcast a week later was like funny and jarring at the same time. And he's like, "What? I don't even remember the segment. I remember. Wait, you cried after that? But Brody, I love you, but like you gotta get your priorities straight."
Oh.
Like he was just like, oh, "Why are you
Dax-
crying after that?"
Dax's entire thing was all like, it's the time on a tradition you do that honest for somebody, and then you go backstage and they shake your hand.
Yeah.
But Road Dogg didn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Road Dogg's a.
After they like hey, it's us, the old dudes. Oh, a new tag team. Let's beat them up. And you're like, okay, next week none of these old dudes are gonna be here.
Yeah.
And then it's just like he does all that, and he's like, still going. He was upset about that. Why?
I'm really
I
glad-
understand it. He was.
I'm really glad that FTR have had a chance to like wrestle really good tag matches and do what they want. They deserve it.
So I thought you were referencing Waltman's podcast, if that's still a thing.
Oh,
Is
no.
it still a thing?
I don't know.
'Cause I'm sure he's gone on the record in the past saying how much he just hated that segment. How he didn't, just didn't agree with making them two look like arseholes.
I remember there was a bit. I don't know whether it was a pay-per-view, maybe Mania even, but there was a bit where the Clique ran into Bailey backstage.
I remember.
And they all went like, Bailey, you're not cool. And then X-Pac went, no, I think she's cool. He just broke the script completely. I think you're cool. Too sweet, Bailey.
Waltman has had a streak like that for a while.
Yeah.
When we did Rollins and Fiend in Hell in a Cell. And he's there in the watch going,
Yeah.
I don't care if you never invite me on the show
So
again.
good.
How the hell can you have a DQ in a Hell in a Cell? It's a dirty product they're putting out.
Absolutely class.
Bless him. MVP tries to be mates with Bobby Lashley ahead of his US title shot against Austin Theory, but Big Bob isn't interested. I have liked MVP past 2 weeks because people have been sharing their like, hey, here's my idea for like the Hurt business, the new Hurt business, but like the Street Profits are with you. And he's like, yeah, we'll have every black wrestler on the roster. It will all come out. We'll
Is that
all
what
just
he
join
said?
them together. And he said at one of them, I'll even bring back Shelton Benjamin's mama. Easy me to say. I think he's just sick of people going, yeah, put all the black people together. He's like, no, shut up.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'd like to see a MVP.
Oh, they're gonna like do
I'm not
me
gonna
after that.
pitch putting a black wrestler with her
See
business.
Kerwin White make a return and be a part of the Hurt Business.
Uncle Howdy joined the Hurt Business.
I wouldn't mind seeing, just as maybe a little filler feud on the road to WrestleMania, just maybe a Raw main event between Roman and Lashley with Heyman and MVP trying to out-sneaky each other on the road to that match. That's what I was going to pitch, so don't worry. It's all fine.
Lovely. Ric Flair introduces Charlotte, which, again, is something that's happened loads of times on TV, so I don't care about it. She's interrupted by Bianca Belair. They're both cut off by Sonya Deville, who insults both of them. Charlotte suggests that Belair take care of Sonya, which she does in a singles match.
Really easily for the apparent challenger to the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah.
I think Charlotte looked really bothered by Bianca being in there and getting a louder reaction than her. I think she's really just. I don't know what it is when Charlotte's a babyface. I find myself like paying more attention to what like just.
Is the mask going to slip? Is it going to slip away?
Because it does from time to time. Like she forgets she's a babyface sometimes when she was snatching the belt back from the referee. And she was clearly. I thought she was like bothered by Bianca being there, just like. Ugh.
Yeah. It was so funny because I think they were going, wow. The thing they were going for was, wow, can you believe it? The Raw Women's Champion and the SmackDown Women's Champion. And you're like, it doesn't really feel like that with Charlotte at all.
She's been back for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and you know, the Crypt Keeper came out, introduced Charlotte to the crowd, and they were like, all right, hi Rick, you know, watch out for lightning. And then Becca came out and just big response.
He had a nice line, though,
hilarious.
Rick. Well, he had a nice line. Diamonds are forever, and so is Monday Night Raw. I thought it was quite nice. Quite nice thing to say.
He's been saying that for decades.
I know, but it was quite nice to hear him say it this year.
I would love it.
And he went, chicken woo wings. No. Oh, horrible.
I would love if Bianca is the one who if she completes her like beating all the 4 horsewomen quest, because she's beat Sasha, she's beat Becky, beat Bailey, but I'm worried that Charlotte's going to be the one who's like, but you couldn't beat me, the best one of the 4. The best one of the 4. You remember Bender in Futurama when he's Super King? The best one of the 3. That's Charlotte. I'm worried about. I'm
she'll
worried
get a
it's gonna
sneaky win, and Charlotte will be on the outside like,
good one, kid.
Yeah.
Which I remember Maffew being annoyed that Isla Dawn did recently on NXT.
Gotcha.
Good one, Alba Fire.
Yeah. After winning, Belair cuts a promo on Bliss ahead of their match at the Rumble. Oh, yeah. And invites her to bring Uncle Howdy along. He's made too many appearances in this podcast. Bliss appears on the Tron and says she doesn't need anyone's help to tear Belair's face open.
That was a mad line.
why was she looking in the mirror?
Yeah, I thought something was going to appear. And
Ultimate Warrior was just going to...
me and the NWO. No, it's just, it's me and me mirror.
Lads, it's called cinematography. Maybe you should learn about it.
I was in The Godfather.
I'm going to hide the gun. I'm going to hide the gun behind the toilet, Belair. John Cena's announced as the cover star of WWE 2K23. Cool.
Yeah.
The Mivs arise.
The myths.
Mivs arrive.
Is he?
arrive.
And complains about not being. No one cares about the segment, so why am I even talking about it? Not about being a segment on the show. Kevin Owens runs in and hits a stunner on
Miz
Miz.
is a comedy jobber now.
Yeah, before vowing to do everything he can to beat Roman at the Rumble, he stuns Miz again and leaves.
Don't think anyone in the crowd were buying it, was it? From Kevin? No, they were
hard
like,
to.
yeah, go on, Kev, you can do it, I believe in
That'll
you.
be all right, that match.
Just like,
It's hard to believe in him. Not because he's not good, because of the storyline. Yeah. He's never going to beat him.
unless him and Sami and Heyman have been working in codes.
Yeah.
It will not die.
Have you got money riding on this?
No.
You're acting like
Just looking for something to talk about with friends.
Oh, that's what a weird thought. In the no DQ main event, Austin Theory beats Bobby Lashley, but only after being physically F5'd, as opposed to mentally F5'd, I guess, onto Bob by returning Brock Lesnar. Yeah, it's Brock. It's me, Brock Lesnar from...
Oh, hey.
Stretch you, boy.
For more complaints, mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Now, what I will say is, I didn't mind it that much because he's not disrupting the main event picture. He's slightly lower down, and I think that's fine. I don't mind seeing Brock Lesnar chuck Austin Theory about more. Remember when he threw him off the pod that time?
It's the only thing that happened on that whole show.
I also don't mind seeing Brock Lesnar have another match with Lashley. So as long as he doesn't get absolutely rammed into the main event scene again ahead of everyone else who deserves it, who's been building the storyline, then I'm fine.
I think it's the trilogy coming up. I think Tom said this the other day that they've had 2, and this would be the 3rd one at WrestleMania. So it makes sense to do it for WrestleMania. 2 big boys.
I don't know if they'd be able to, but if they can get him to make sort of slightly more regular appearances, I wouldn't even mind the novelty of Brock as US champion.
Yeah.
just terrified people being put against him, and he just flip.
And Chad Gable.
Oh,
Switch goes. He snaps Brock Lesnar's leg off, and he wins the title in front of the crowd.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm doing now.
no, that would be cool.
But the match itself, I was thinking, there's not really happened here. And then Brock Lesnar turned up. And then I remember what Brock Lesnar said to Seth Rollins in the build-up to Battleground 2015.
What did he say?
Apparently Rollins wanted to have this like 5-star classic, and then Brock was like, no, there's no point. Undertaker's coming back. That's all people will remember. And whatever we do, it'll be forgotten about. So let's just have a basic match and let Undertaker do his thing.
Clearly, Brock's never logged on to cagematch.net because they keep track of everything.
And he's right. I don't remember anything else about that match. Yeah. Sensible Brock.
Yeah.
Was that the one where Taker came back at the very end?
2015.
Yeah.
And then kicked him right in the dick.
Oh, it's revenge for breaking the streak. Yes. Yeah.
Then they had the SummerSlam.
Yeah. And then the Hell
in the Cell match.
When they pulled the carpet up.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
those are good matches.
2015, that, you know.
Wow.
8 years ago this summer.
Oh, my God.
8 years ago this summer.
Oh, man.
And Brock's still going strong.
I'm wasting my...
Taker's streak ending was 9 years ago in April.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're all dead now.
I wasn't working in wrestling then quite, so I'm all right.
I was a mere months away.
Oh, wow.
September I started of that year.
I was still down the Wigan Mines.
How much, did you have much, how long, I know you were a delivery driver before working in wrestling. Oh,
All right.
This is when it was...
All right, top dollar.
I was about to say, have you had much experience with like a real job? Because I haven't.
I was a poo boy at the granary, like the bottom of the rung, doing all the cleaning and maintenance as a summer job.
The granary. Wow.
I was a newspaper boy before that.
Oh.
Then I had a gap year being a pizza driver.
Sweet.
No, but the pizza one, you speak of that more fondly than the other two.
Oh, it was a nice fun job,
fair
yeah.
enough,
Nice tips. And then I went to uni and then did the pizza stuff during the holidays. And then just started writing.
Right, yeah.
That's my work life.
Mine's really...
Work life.
Mine's really minimal, and I worry that if I ever got a normal job, I'd just be like, what? Because no one's watching me do this publicly. Because I was... you know what I mean, though? Like, because I was a pot washer at the Debenhams Cafe in Sunderland in the Bridges. And also... and then I was a copywriter at Hayes Travel writing about Mauritius and the Maldives and that.
Woo.
Nobody offers
I had
you
those
more.
notes, sorry. You should be able to-
Woo. Smile. Hayes Travel.
Nobody
offers you more. Hayes Travel.
And Jack also provided the vocals for every single Jane McDonald cruise performance you've seen.
Yes, I'm the real voice of Jane. I love Jane McDonald. She's class. No, she's really good.
I didn't expect you to say that.
No, have you ever just like on a hangover day or whatever, you used to flick on Jane McDonald?
And I turn her straight off.
Why?
I don't want to listen to Jane McDonald
Really?
ever. Never. Not on a hangover, especially.
I find her so friendly and soothing.
It's all right when she's talking, but then she starts singing on the cruise and on the beaches
She's
and
a
whatnot.
professional singer.
Like a young hip hop and happening song. And I'm like, Jane, stop.
Rolling in the deep. Oh.
It's like Alex Turner sat here.
Yeah. I like Jane McDonald. I think she's a fine woman. Sounds really pervy. She looks fantastic for her age. Let it be known as well.
Oh, that's it. That's what one wants to hear. Hey, you look good for your age.
I never said she was ugly. I
Hey,
just said I can't stand her singing.
I just said she was old.
You'd be surprised to know the age of Jane McDonald because she looks fantastic.
I reckon Jane McDonald is 63 years of age.
Any guesses?
So I remember
79 like Jimmy Hart.
in the noughties, I would watch Loose Women with me gran on school holidays.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah,
She was a
How old is she,
mainstay.
Joe?
You watch those women.
59?
What? Oh, you both guessed older. That defeats the point of what I was saying. Well, she looks fantastic for 59.
Yeah, she's a good 59.
I find her friendly. She'll go on the cruise ship. She'll make friends with the chefs. So, oh, what you doing there? And they're all like, "Oh, I'm
Cooking.
trying to be."
She's blind get.
That was like the attitude era of Loose Women, though, back then. Anything went back
I knew
then.
her loose women.
Was that Sharon Osbourne as well?
No, not before Sharon.
Before Sharon.
So you had Jane McDonald on there. You had Kay, was her name? The Scottish main lead presenter.
Okay.
Kaylee Kay, something like
Don't
that.
look for me, Val
You had
Long
Janet
Khan.
Street Porter mouthing off about anything. You had Denise Welch there getting emotional. at everything.
Janet Street Porter is like the Kane of the Attitude Era of Loose
You
Women.
had
It's a big red machine.
Carol
Vorderman.
No, not Vorderman. The other one with the short bobby hair.
I don't know.
Carol Bobby hair.
Carol bobby hair. That'll do. Eh? Attitude era.
Should we talk about NXT, mate?
Yeah,
I'm
please
scared
do.
to, but
We open with footage of the big shoot brawl between Brom Breakker and Grayson Waller at the Performance Center. That's
No.
right. Somebody's recording people backstage without their knowledge.
Stasia.
That's right. As Booker T calls it.
So this is interesting because there were two videos released of the brawl, right? One video taken by I don't know her name, but a performance center trainee, and she's like, "Hey guys, just on Instagram Live, and good to see you all. Yeah, I'm here in the performance center. But it just so happened to be when the
Whoa, what a coincidence.
but also one was released by NXT Anonymous. Now we upstairs are very clever, and Ross even went, "Jack, save this for the podcast because the analysis is So we found out that if you freeze her video, there's an angle where the video that NXT Anonymous was taken from.
Anonymous can't be seen.
Yeah.
Who is it?
It's
Can't
Joe
tell.
Gacy.
No, it's not. Is it?
Of anyone we've seen on TV, if it is someone we've seen on TV before, it has the same
They
proportions.
were blurry. It was
The
hard.
same brown hair, a little beard. It's a little, not plump, but bit meat on the bone. It looks like Joe Gacy
you think?
of anybody that we know about.
It sounds more like the guy who's on that mattress film you were talking about.
Hamilton
Hamilton
Matters.
Matters.
If Joe Gacy, if it's Joe Gacy, I think that'll be an anticlimax though.
You could say that about a lot of things involving Joe Gacy.
It's. I like the storytelling. It's like that thing that that thing what Trent Reznor used to do. Story like you've got to follow it and find the clues yourself out there on the internet and stuff.
Right,
like
yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, like alternative media mystery stories or whatever.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
What's it called?
Alternative media stories.
It's not called that. I made that up.
We know what you're referring to. Go on.
It's like that. We're doing the detective work, and I don't know if it's. I want more of this, please.
Okay.
I tell you what, though, you can tell Grayson Waller is Australian because
Go on.
those throws of the water bottles, you don't get that from any other country.
What do you mean for people who didn't see it?
Because the talk, that's the word I'm looking for. The talk he was getting.
Were they
that's
underarm?
No, definitely
No,
not.
it's like the batsman's out of his crease, and he's spotted a quick run-out opportunity.
He's only got one
He rubbed
stump.
the bottle against his leg.
He's full on sideways on. He's only got one stump to aim at, but he hits the top of that stump.
Yeah.
Out.
Yes.
That'd be good because Brom probably
After he
hasn't played
threw it, he
cricket.
went,
Yeah, being an American, he's like, I don't know what is he doing with the bottle, the throw, and the... That's how he talks.
Sol Rooker's like, ball and shine.
If he'd thrown it, if he'd trying to bounce the water bottle at him, if he'd like pitched it just a few feet in front of himself and it pinged up. Oh, it's caught a crack there in the pitch.
Brom Breaker, if he was a cricketer, Ben Stokes.
Just power.
Just power, swings for the fences.
I think
That's away to the beaches. Start the car.
I was about to say, but I don't think he's got the sort of thoughtful, strategic mindset of a captain or a bowler. But then we forget that Brom Breaker is a fisherman as well.
Boring bastard.
So we've had Lammy, Beefy, and Fishy.
Fishy. Darling fish.
Indy Hartwell attacks Tiffany Stratton before the bell, but Stratton eventually wins after faking an injury.
Class.
The future is now.
Yeah.
The future is bright as her tan.
Yeah, and the sparkly camera light bulbs that go off during her entrance now. Yeah, the footwork of Strats was off the scale. The Catwoman back elbow with several handsprings in the middle of the ring, off the scale. The 3-turnbuckle moonsault, off the scale. She
Shades of Eddie
deserves.
Guerrero there.
I like how she's like, "You're all pigs. I deserve a bigger room than you."
Yeah.
And she's just beat her with aplomb. Therefore, she does.
Yeah, she's been proven right. Indy Hartwell, after having this sort of most wrestlers when there's been a change of attitude about this, they're going on a mean streak. They usually win matches when they do that, but Indy's
That was I'm surprised Indy lost, but at the same time, Tiff does. Yeah, she obviously come back and make a return. But I was, as well as being impressed by the moves in this match, impressed by Booker T again. No selling vehicle commentary. Going, wow, it's nice, Booker T, that you're paying attention to her moves for a change. And he's like, yeah, they are good moves.
But when she comes
Sounds
out,
like a lie. Thunder Rosa has nothing on Booker T on commentary. Vic.
but when she comes out and he just looks at her, you can't stop him talking, can you, Booker T? He's in love with her. Big
With who, Tiffany Stratton?
Yeah, big Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, but he's most proud of Roxanne Perez because she's his daughter.
Yeah. Biologically.
Yes.
JC Jane is interviewed and says she's been carrying Gigi Dolan the entire time. Later, Gigi compares herself to a rose.
Because they've got thorns.
That's right.
Yeah.
Could they be in cahoots? Yes.
Yeah.
I know you started crying, me. I thought that was the end of Toxic Attraction, me. They had me going,
Really?
yeah, those performances.
But
wonderful.
Sammy and Paul and Kev, they haven't fooled you one bit.
No.
But these two.
They've said they're 3 steps ahead, whereas Toxic Attraction have never mentioned any steps at all.
Okay.
But there is a tragedy. Well, it looked like there was going to be one. Yeah.
good. I like that.
Where are you watching the Rumble? Are you in here or are you watching it at home?
I'll be in here, but like the day after.
If Heyman sides with Sami against Roman, I think I'll be able to hear your cheer from as long as you're in the Newcastle area. I think I'll be able to hear that.
All you hear is see.
See, no.
I'll leap out my chair. See.
4 a.m.
Oh.
Drew Gulak is training with the Diamond Mine. Julius Creed trips Gulak, who isn't happy.
Oh.
Well, so why was he asked to come here?
I think Ivy Nile wants to sharpen the Diamond Mine, so she asked Gulak to ahead of their match with Indisha.
Yeah.
They're getting closer together as a family after their little kerfuffle of the last few weeks. They reconciled last week, and now this is bringing them together even more.
So to come together, he trips him up like a git. No need for that.
Well,
What's the edge that Julius and Brutai have now?
steel sharpens steel.
Yeah, aye.
Dick sharp and dicks. Don't know. I said
What?
that. I'm really sorry. Carry on.
What?
Vulgar, man.
Because he was being a dick.
Oh, we
Who
thought
was
you
Julius
meant Dick and Anne.
Julius or Gula?
Julius. He's
Julius was, yeah.
Hi, come train. All right, trains, trips.
Yeah, he was. But Gulak's
It's like you invited me.
But Gulak's been shady though recently. He's like the Just Joe of NXT. He's been
not true.
wheeling and dealing behind the scenes.
That's not the tutorial man from the 2K game.
He's trying to recruit all the younger lads
Yeah.
in the performance center. Like, oh, come here, I'll show you how to wrestle. That sounds a bit more sinister than
Yeah.
No, but you know what I mean. He's got Hank. He's got the other two nameless lads who were there with him this week.
Yeah.
Hank the nameless lads. What more do you want?
Michael Cera and the one who plays McLovin, because Hank's Seth Rogen. And,
Oh, very good. Chase U hold a presentation ceremony.
Right then. See!
No, not C. No.
No C, no C.
Because I've included the aftermath in this bit. We'll see.
The crowd chant, "You deserve it." Well, it's already a lie.
Oh no, there's a sentence before that, isn't there? Have I cut it off? What?
For Tia Hale's first win.
Oh, right, Tia Hale's first
The crowd
win.
chant, "You deserve it."
Okay.
Well, JD Don't Google Me interrupts and accuses Delightful Hudson of not being loyal to Chase U. Andre rips off his gown and reveals his ring gear, aka his normal clothes.
That was an all-time NXT moment for
So
me.
stupid that.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
He's got his jeans on.
You know, until you said that, I didn't realise. Yeah,
realise?
it's his normal clothes.
Yeah, it is. That's how he just walks around.
I didn't realise that was a joke.
I don't know if it was. I hope it was.
It was.
I'm ready. He's like,
He rips
what?
it off and he just goes bosh, and it's like,
The-
oh.
No,
And
I
also-
have to point this out. It's something because
Oh.
JD Madonna is the sexy serial killer. Like, I'll break you in two and I'll enjoy your muscles tearing. And I'm just like, I'll see you. Whoa, punch. Whoa, punch.
It was-
And then JD's on to sell it like that.
Not since Kurt Angle was punched by Triple H while stood like that. Has someone JD had time to like get out the ring, run round it, and get back in before dodging the punch.
You know the pop-out music playing in the background. They have a match which JD wins, boo, while Dull storms off. Oh no.
But
Well,
there's a reason.
However, it's later revealed that Delightful was simply going straight to Shawn Michaels' office to get himself and Andre into the Tag Team Invitational next week. What a nice, trustworthy man.
Great guy.
yeah, but he also mentioned during that second part that Shawn Michaels loved the architecture of the buildings and the size of them as well. Why would he mention that, huh? I doubt
don't
Shawn
know.
Michaels. Shawn Michaels, a cowboy. He lives in the sticks with cows. He has a cowboy hat.
Boys.
He's not admiring the architecture of Chase U, is he? I'll tell you who is, though. Dull Hudson.
Admiring the architecture. So Dull wants to take Delightful wants to take it over.
Yes,
and
he
be
does.
the Dean.
Straight from
Wants to be
Andre.
Dean Hudson.
Oh,
Dean
wait.
Hudson.
So because Shawn Michaels is a wrestler with a cowboy hat, he can't possibly be interested in architecture. You sound as Tory as Jack with that taxi driver.
Well,
With
yeah.
your malicious intent and bad theories about people who just happen to have cowboy hats and
No.
no idea how buildings work.
Shawn
probably.
Michaels is a rootin' tootin' cowboy, right?
Yeehaw.
Yaha, indeed. But also,
Andrew's a cowboy. Should we ask him?
aye.
He's a sexy boy.
Andrew is a sexy cowboy, and I don't know why he was.
Ask him about his opinions on buildings.
I was going to say, do you like buildings, Andrew?
Go get him.
I've seen his Pixel art. There are buildings in the Pixel art.
Get him.
I'm not going to get him.
Oh.
He's busy.
Get him.
What's busier than this podcast?
But also, did you notice when Thea was having a picture taken, what happened in the background? It's all about him. Delightful Hudson doing the posing and whatnot. It's not his moment. He's not won a match in years. Maybe.
Years, plural.
He beat someone just the other.
You're right. He wanted to look good in the camera. Heel, bastard.
He
can't
shouldn't
be
have been in
trusted.
that picture. Do I have some dickhead posing behind me when I got my university degree? No, I did not.
No, that was lecturer.
But the distraction finish, that was definitely what cost Andre in that match. He would have won otherwise. He had him, man. I know he got knocked off the turnbuckle just before the distraction happened, but he had him.
Mm-hmm.
As we displayed there with the, he couldn't stop them. The fists of fury.
Did you have no idea? Like, how do I deal with this? No one's ever done a Hogan punch.
Yeah, he's used to that thing, like stuff like where the two British wrestlers are upside down and like
Right.
shake hands and
They go good for the clinch on the mat doing BJJ, and he's like, woo.
He did well in that match though, JD. The Cell of the Destroyer is one of the best I've seen in some time.
Did Fraser send you a picture of? I told him to send you it, but I don't know if he ever did. He was googling what Andre Chase looked like on the Indies.
No.
There's a picture of Andre Chase with a shaved mohawk. He looks hard as balls. He's got a big beard and a shaved mohawk. I was like, that's not Andre Chase.
Well, then he got an education, you see. Look what's happened.
Yeah, but he looks less threatening now. He looked so mean back
Sort
then.
his life out.
That's the point. He's luring people in.
Speaking of which, someone sent me a thing where it showed, I don't know who it was who sent it, so it was on that page I talked about Hogan on the bus. It was LA Knight was managed on the indie scene briefly by Paul Bearer.
I did see that picture, yeah. Like
No,
2012, I
it
think it was.
Wow.
I have no memory of that.
Yeah. Don't know where it was,
Yeah.
but it happened.
Wow.
He's no dummy.
Things called the full circle. I don't have my voice there.
Yeah. Yeah, and Paul Bearer went, yeah, years later, if you challenge The Undertaker.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a horrible Paul Bearer impression.
Years later.
Hello. I'm Auntie Howdy, also known
Auntie
as Paul
Howdy.
Bearer. Sorry. Despite arguing beforehand, Fallon Henley and Kiana James beat Ivy Nile and Tatum
Yeah.
Paxi in a tag team match.
Fallon Henley is not a nice person.
She's bang out of order, Fallon Henley.
Yeah.
Bang out of order.
Sorry, do carry on. Was there more to that?
Yes. Later, BJ says he's asked Shawn Michaels to give them a tag title shot at Vengeance Day. Fallon isn't happy about this and goes off to think about it.
What are you in the sport for then, Fallon?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
If you don't want the championships and the checks that come with the
Because
championships?
she said, I want to have one match and one match only. And BJ went, well, you've had that one match, so you're going to have another one because you did so well.
Because she told BJ that she's his friend and he'll support this love affair
Yeah.
he's got going on last week.
And Kiana James has proven in the match that she's a class tag team partner because she was running around the ring holding back the other illegal woman and not letting she was brilliant.
That's how Fallon won. The fact that Kiana got in there and yanked the old hair.
I like BJ and JB are like, well, that's all it took was one match. I'm convinced nothing bad will happen. I hope a piano will fall on all of them.
A Kiana James.
Yes.
Now, I think stepping out of our deep interest in like the kayfabe, the stories of it, I think Kiana James is actually really promising and really good. Like she's actually a really good wrestler by the looks of it.
Yeah, she does not have much chance to show it.
The only other time I can think was in the women's Iron Survivor.
And they're
when
all
she
great
was-
that match.
And they were, but I remember being like, wow, Kiana James is like, not only keeping up, she's standing out in this match. And she was here as well.
I'm wondering why Ivy Nile's not used more often as well as a wrestler because she was she's different as well, which is a good thing.
At the minute, she's just playing the role of like the emotional heart of the Diamond Mine.
The mother of the Diamond Man.
Yeah, it's weird.
The patriarch of the wrestling friends.
Yeah, she's the mine owner.
Uncle Howdy of the Diamond. Backstage, Malik Blade and Indris Onofe ask New Day if they could be added to the title match at Vengeance Day.
Ooh, please.
New Day are too busy singing Randy
Oh,
Orton's
they're
theme.
singing Burning My Light. wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Good to see Zach Gibson speaking out the New Day though, wasn't it?
Oh.
It's not nice in this guys.
I was going to say, before they can answer, the Schism interrupt and also want in. Saying bad things like stop singing Randy Orton's theme, idiots. The New Day announced a tag team invitational for next week with the winning team joining Gallus, Pretty Deadly, and themselves. So the three-way is now a four-way because New Day are pagged.
I like how they did that because it seemed a bit of a foregone conclusion that was just a triple threat because the New Day wouldn't get pinned.
Yeah.
Now it's a four-way. Muddies the waters a bit more. Adds to the suspense.
I still think Gallus are going to win.
No.
Yeah.
I know they are. I can't
All
get
right.
used to it. I can't do it.
They're back on top again.
Where's Joe?
Where is Joe?
I was going to say, well, we're getting that.
We'll get that later on. It's all right.
Of course, we can't cut it ahead on these segments. Apollo Crews goes to Carmelo Hayes' barber shop despite
Bit of a-
being bald.
Bit of a transgression, really. Well, no, because as we was pointing out last week, he might get his beard
And
done,
he
which
did,
he did.
yes, sorry, yeah.
But I think that was a bit out of order from Apollo. He knows what he's
Well,
doing.
that's it. Hayes and Trick Williams arrive and they argue with Crews because what are you
The
doing here?
barber has snaked them big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, wait, set my chair. He goes, well, you want here?
They're always there.
Loyalty.
And the barber's always going like, "You are the best, Carmelo. I'm a big fan of yours." It turns out no.
A cost of living crisis going on at the moment.
Yeah.
Carmelo's
Rent
barber,
increases going up.
Yeah, have to accept more clients than just Carmelo wants one haircut a week. He's now got 2 clients and doubled his money.
Yeah.
And I thought it was horrible though. Like they were right. Like, we doing it. This is
all
a transgression. Yeah. And then they went, oh well, then you knew you were coming. Wow, we can see in the future still, can you? And then Apollo was just like, well, you can predict the future by looking into the past. It's like, no, you cannot though, because you did that one time and you still.
It still means something.
Oh,
it hasn't been explained.
It never tells you how far into the future he can see. This could be several years in the future when he's there.
this
is why he didn't bring it up, because he'd say all this. He's like, oh, is that?
That's why he's always getting his beard trimmed, so it's the same length as it was in that vision when he's holding the belt.
Jack, that's amazing, actually. That's amazing. Yes.
So.
He's got a photo of himself like, yeah.
As if there's one thing we've learned about NXT is that no loose end will ever remain. They always tie up their loose ends.
Is this how, if they ever decide to cancel NXT and they have like this one episode where all the storylines come together, it's going to be amazing.
Bodie Hayward's back.
Yeah.
2 dimes.
From the dead.
Yeah. He's still
all bloated from the sea.
They can see, recognize it's him, It's him.
They don't realize he's there. Hey, 2 times. Hey.
He still gives the kiss. The Creed brothers beat Drew Gulak and Hank the security guard.
Oh,
and you'd think with a name like that Paul Blart wouldn't be very good in the ring. But
Hank.
bloody hell, Drew has been feeding him the good stuff.
There's wheelbarrow Bubba Bomb, I've called it. Where he picked them up and then just went down like,
Yep.
That might have won move of the week, but it's already gone. What can I do?
Very
it's a big
strong.
week.
He's a very strong man, Hank.
Yep.
I can see why he was a security guard.
Yeah.
Drew-
I'd feel secure with him as my guard.
Drew is a terrible teacher, we learned, because Andre Chase would never just go, yeah, you got it, pal, all the best, and go and deal with somebody else on the ring. Andre would never. That's why Andre's a dean and Drew is just a mere pauper.
Yeah. That's good to say, buddy. William Regal and Pete Dunne's son arrived to distract Drew Gulak, and then obviously that was what cost them it.
Yeah.
And afterwards, the Creeds thank Ivy Nile for being class, and cheers.
Cheers, Mom.
And then Veer, Shangy, and Jinder arrive and challenge the Creeds to a match next week.
Not Shangy, sorry. Did I say Shangy?
Yeah.
Got him on the brain. I miss him. I really miss Shangy.
He went, all right, we challenge you. Stop dancing.
Yeah, imagine if it was them looking all serious. And no, it was
Jinder
Sangha.
doing the dancing and those 2 of the straight men.
Oh man, who do you think Veer
Someone's got to be dancing.
Who do you think Veer preferred as a partner, Sangha or Shangy back in the day?
Sangha by a mile.
No, Shangy danced though.
Yeah, but Sanga's better.
He's nicer. He's a nice man.
Sanga's just better all round.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think like Sangha cools him down. He's like, he appreciates that slow groove he's got going.
Yeah. The Creeds, though, in that match, they did everything. They need Although after WrestleMania, I'm happy with them going to the main roster.
They are class, and I would like them to be tag team champions one day.
Yep.
Yes.
Tony D'Angelo and Stax go to it says here, an Italian restaurant. Well, do you know what one of them looks like?
Carry on reading the sentence.
Neither of them take a laptop. Oh, okay, great. Which is fine. They talk about Stax's first
3 steps ahead.
first act as an underboss, and says he wants to be wants to take on the biggest opponent he can find.
Then that bloke
absolutely
comes-
nothing is said.
Then that bloke comes along, right, and goes, he says something, and then Tony's like, "Oh, thank you." And take care of
you
it."
paid the thing. He's like, mamma
But
mia.
was that something we're meant to pay attention to? Because I didn't understand it.
No, I think it was just to show that, wow, you've really spent money on
Yeah, they
you're
are the
doing
bosses,
this.
aren't they?
Oh,
Wow,
right, okay.
you did the thing off camera that has nothing to do with wrestling. It's like, I did.
He said, "Oh, we've got the VIP come through this curtain to the bit of the restaurant that was the same as the other bit but empty." Oh, cool.
Who is the biggest one? The Stax is going after the biggest guy. Will
Shangy. He is.
To be
big.
fair, if he's there, there's nobody going to be bigger, is
No,
there?
no.
Because I was thinking, is it Dijak again? Are we going back there? Because who else is bigger than Dijak?
Anybody?
But Dijak's got Wesley.
Oh, you mean
yeah.
biggest in terms of physique? Oh,
Oh,
in
you
terms of
know what?
winning something.
I think I didn't remember to write down the Dijak Wesley segment whenever that happened. I've just remembered that.
It's
now.
probably good
I watched
for the
it and
better,
I can't remember.
What happened?
They tried to do like a movie scene, like it was all like shot dimly and whatnot. But it's
Yeah.
right, they're meant to have the cameras there, aren't they? That was my main sticking point with it. But they're just like, I want to fight you. Yeah, I'll fight you.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it next time.
Ah, fair enough.
And then Dijak's
Did
like,
that
I'm
happen?
surprised you want to fight. And Wesley's like, yeah, of course I want to fight.
I'm Wesley.
Oh, I'm surprised. Oh. I guess we'll fight then.
This is awkward.
We'll see you soon.
I thought you were going to run away crying and sobbing.
Right, hang on. Yeah.
NXT, man.
Yeah.
Still 2 more pages left. With Valentina Feroz watching on, Elektra Lopez beats Wendy Chu with a sneaky brass knuckles shot. Backstage, she tells Valentina to be more like her, but Valentina can't bring herself to do
It's
it.
more of the same as we've had,
Wendy Chu was serious in this match.
She was, yeah.
Yeah, the not so whimsical one.
Really enjoyed Booker T getting sconed by that body pillow. He's just like, what the hell's going on? you can sort of hear when he's like caught off guard by something. He was caught off guard by that body pillow. But I quite like Elektra being methodical in there. Bit of a throwback performance from Elektra. And her, I don't know what I'm saying here.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah, she did all right.
Right.
It was good.
Valentina just needs to listen to her.
Well, then, I'm assuming eventually she will. And then, when Yulisa Leone returns from injury, she's going to be like, what are you doing, Valentina? We were pals who never won.
She'll be like, I'm winning.
Yeah.
Big cigar in her mouth.
Yeah. We should write NXT.
We should.
Sean, get us in.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, no.
Wait, what?
It's coming up.
Hey, chat, Stevie Turner here. Stevie
The
refuses.
response was so... Oh, no.
Stevie refuses to attend a backstage interview in person and instead appears on the monitor to answer some super chat questions. She reveals that her in-ring debut will be next week and is looking forward to facing Roxanne Perez at some point. Although she doesn't think Perez will have the belt much longer anyway. Take care, like, subscribe.
It's good that we learned she's a heel.
Yes.
Because she was like, Mackenzie, this is a much better way of doing your job. I asked the chat for questions. Great one, Kirsch. That's a great question. I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
in
what were
reference
these?
to.
Were these usernames references to something or not?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But someone Kirsch did like motion capture or something, didn't they? For
Okay.
the 2K? I'm sure you
Oh,
must
yeah.
know who it is on the Twitter machine.
Yeah, they're a great guy or person.
Right, hopefully they are.
Whatever.
But also, she came out with some really wonderfully natural sounding sentences in this segment as well. She was like, the humdrum world of NXT gets dragged kicking and screaming into the future next week when I have my debut match.
Now,
The humdrum world of NXT.
The chat is aflame. Leader.
Ah.
What's with the train gimmick? Oh, apparently Kimball, who's also good on Twitch, has told me I retained Uppy Hogan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well done, Matt.
Get back on your bus and have a wank.
What are you going to do to celebrate, Maffew?
Really caught off guard there. I feel sorry for Stevie
Yeah, so do I.
because
I don't.
she's been to Stardom and stuff. I think she's done excursions. She's been over. She can wrestle, from what I understand. Right? She's no mug, but clearly,
No mug.
clearly not the best in a Ronda Rousey way, maybe of reading out scripted stuff. So she needs either better material or like a manager or something. But this gimmick it's like a hospital pass in football. Like she's not. It's not her fault, but it's not helping.
It's scripts is what it is.
Oh, yeah, he's
Another
been
hot-
seeing
yeah.
it well, huh?
But it's just, she needs someone who's under 50 to write the words for her. What Twitch watcher has said humdrum?
You know you're going to see loads of them next time you're streaming, right? Oh, nice humdrum defense there from the fades.
I've not said humdrum and I'm only 30.
Humdrum. It's a great word though. Let's bring it back.
Humdrum.
So Stevie, as well, I think part of her character is that it's like a critique of the youth of today. That's what, like, you know how, like,
I think we're doing the Joe Gacy original thing here. We're looking too much into
No,
it.
you know,
I think it's
well-
a badly written Beano character.
but you know how like
Dennis
Retribution,
the streamer.
you know, Retribution was Vince's right-wing view of like these rabble-rousing liberals and all that sort of, you know that. I feel like this is
They
like,
wear masks and lose
is this
everything.
like the older generation? Is this a boomer's view of what the youth are? Because she
Yes.
goes, at one point she goes, Mackenzie's like, why aren't you here in person? And do you think it's better to just do it behind a screen? And she gives the biggest eye roll I've ever. She goes, in person. Ugh. So I think maybe maybe that's
Real
get lost,
Other
grandma.
humans?
Yeah.
I would never.
One thing I've learned is that Stevie used to be in a stable, Hana Kimura's stable in Stardom called Tokyo Cyber Squad. Maybe that's where she's got this
Cyber
internet,
Squad.
this internet like thingy from, you know?
Okay.
Like maybe that's part of it. Like she's futuristic. I don't know. I don't know, man.
If they just let her write the script, I think it would be a lot better
Hey,
immediately.
chat.
Yeah.
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 Hey,
But they're not. And it's hilarious.
chat.
It's so bad.
Hey, Mackenzie, on chat.
I'm going to download my fist into your face. There, guys. Shut up.
Well, she's not going to beat Roxanne.
course
Imagine
she
if she
She
did.
might.
She will.
Yeah.
She's everyone's favourite data miner.
Yeah.
That's what all the cool kids want is their data to be farmed off and sold behind their
Yeah.
backs.
Well, she loses and she doxes her.
It's like, Roxanne, I knew you were browsing. Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Roxanne, you've been watching some Pruro Rezu. I've been ready for that because I've been watching the same videos, therefore I knew what was coming.
Oh, wow.
I'm your favourite data miner, Stevie Turner. If they don't do that, they've missed something.
Oh. Just a nice
Hey,
oh
Roxanne.
noise. Oh, God. I was going to say Doxan.
You've recently been learning about the King's Road, have you? And that certain style? Well, so have I.
So she's Neo from the Matrix.
Oh.
She knows all the styles. Because she's got access to the internet, which no one else in NXT does.
Apparently not. Oh.
But she gets the data, though. That's the difference.
That's it. The data.
So, Roxanne, I saw you've been shopping. Kick pads are us.
I see you paid on a Mr. Blobby figure. Guess who won? Makes a difference.
I was like, that's mine.
I
Roxanne,
guess your broadband wasn't fast enough to capitalise on the eBay auction, Roxanne.
Roxanne, what's with the horses' heads? What the bloody hell's Mari Lwyd?
I see you illegally downloaded a copy of The Godfather on MP4. Tusk, Roxanne.
God.
What am I talking about? Oh, even better than this. I got an advert for, during NXT of Ronda Rousey doing an advert for a video game. And I thought that was well timed for the Stevie Turner advert. And it was for Raid Shadow Legends.
Big sponsors of Cultaholic.
And she plays...
What's your favourite guild on Red
Never, shut up. She plays... My cheeks hurt from smiling. She plays a version of herself, who doesn't like losing and gets salty.
That is her.
How? How is she able to play that character?
Good casting, yeah.
Yeah, whoa.
Oh,
We haven't seen her since she lost to Charlotte Flair in WWE. She shows an advert
are we
like
not
that.
hyped for Stevie's debut next week?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. You can go F himself. I'm looking forward to this the most. Oh, sorry, the data got mined there. And we
Stevie!
Grayson Waller cuts a promo on Brom Breakker and reveals his own NXT title belt because he's the uncrowned champion. Braun heads the ring for a brawl, but the men's locker room holds them apart. Grayson avoids a spear and Braun crashes through the crowd barricade, leaving a big Braun shape like Wile E. Coyote.
Good spot, that. Never seen that before, like done like that. Where
Yeah.
it's like literally like a wooden door.
Yeah, it was good. Looked like it really hurt.
I liked all this because Grayson's got a point. He only lost because of the crappy
Where did he
ropes.
get
It's
that
not his
belt?
bloody fault.
Shop?
Oh, WWEshop.com.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
That's all he's
it
living.
went to Wakey Wides.
He paid £7 million for his replica NXT title.
So yeah, I like that. I liked Braun, the camera followed him as he's coming Goldberg style with his music playing. Everyone going, no. He's like, get out of my way. And then just, the batter each other.
Yeah.
He's going to get suspended, though. He put his hands on a security person and pushed them.
So
It's Adam Pearce isn't paying attention to the show. It's all right.
why are NXT locker rooms so they can let anyone else have a brawl without all rushing out to stop it? But why is it? Because Braun's too destructive?
That's the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Brock Lesnar, Undertaker. Well, Brock Lesnar, insert any opponent, feud builder.
Yeah, really.
Before the pay-per-view. Locker room brawls. Oh, God. This caused an uproar in the office yesterday. Because I was sat there watching NXT, right? And I'll watch it quickly. That's all I'll say. And I got to this point and I had to watch it slowly. Because it happened again. Can't understand a word they say, which is ironic for me. I know comments, it's fine.
Gallus. And I say Gallus, I mean Mark
Gallus.
Coffey and Wolfgang. I don't know where, as you said.
Joe.
I don't know.
He's the main man.
Not a bad draw.
Gallus are playing pool and complaining about the crappy warm pints that Americans serve. and they say they're going to win the tag titles at Vengeance Day.
No, not warm.
That's what it says here.
Not warm, watered down.
Watered down.
Americans actually have colder pints than us.
Yeah.
It says warm.
Did I say warm?
You've typed it. I'm
Damn
sorry.
it. I meant
How dare you
watered
not
down.
understand this concise bit? Ross, what did they say?
Do you want to play the parts again?
I'm annoyed.
Sorry.
What?
I just now spat.
Oh, we're playing the part.
Flew past
Oh, I
your
didn't
head.
see it.
Do you want to be Mark or do you want to be Wolfrey?
I don't know. Are we saying it in like English?
Yeah. Just so everyone can understand. Hey,
yeah.
if we're struggling and we're down the road from they are, how are Americans getting?
We had to
Go
get
on.
Fraser to translate for us. All right. Should I do? I'll be Mark Coffee then.
Go
Is
on
he the
then.
first one?
I'll be Wolfrey, yeah.
Shame there's not a proper Glasgow pub for us to get a pint on Burns night, eh?
Aye, you are right. It's not the same playing pool instead of snooker.
Makes you miss home, eh? We're in here for a big score.
Aye, you're right. The Gallus family keep their eyes on the prize. Vengeance Day.
Guttural noise. I mean,
Pint enjoyment noise.
I can deal with the watered down beer and watching Celtic at 7 in the morning as long as we're the NXT Tag Team Champions.
Tell you where.
Tell you what.
Tell you what there, Mark Coffey. February the 4th, we're going to show the three other teams exactly what everyone back in Scotland knows and everyone in the UK. In fact, everybody in Europe knows.
Gallus boys on top. What ho?
Now that's pretty deadly.
Yes, boy. It's hard to I don't know how the Americans are doing this.
It's hard for us.
I think they're asked to make the accents as
Ham it
broad
up.
as possible. Yeah.
Hope so. Yeah.
I think so.
because they're doing a good job if
Hope
they
they're
are.
not, they're not
Yeah.
taking this decision themselves.
Tell you where.
Tell you what.
I was surprised to hear Mark
Anyway.
Coffey speak, and he had that Limmy voice where he has the "eh" on the end.
Hey. Yeah,
You
which
don't
is more
talk
of a-
about me, eh?
Which is more of an Edinburgh thing, from what I understand. Fraser does it sometimes, and he's more Edinburgh way. Hey,
Eh.
I left the bike unlocked. Hey,
We stop talking, man. Aye.
So I found Mark Coffey is really intense in these, but Wolfgang's like really calm. He's like, "I will be champions, no bother." Like, oh,
What
very
all of
confident.
Europe knows.
All of Europe.
All of the Europe.
From Portugal to Slovakia, they all know.
Wolfie.
They all know that Gallus. But I do actually think Gallus are going to win.
So do I.
Yeah. And they're the only ones who've had a featured promo on their own here.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And they're in a pub.
I thought that it was a man's
Man's
pub,
pub.
but now they're complaining about the pool and the.
Well, snooker, you get in more working man's clubs, don't you? Where you
I
pay
thought
your,
so,
your
but-
subscription for the year and get your cheaper lager.
Aiden
Oh, there you were.
was like, I didn't realize they were playing pool at all. Where are the red and yellow balls? And we had to explain the concept of 8-ball pool to Aiden, who was so English. That
Really?
he doesn't, I don't know, he's just never wasn't familiar with 8-ball
Wow.
pool. He's never been to Spot White after a night out.
This man lived in Poland.
Czech Republic.
Ah,
But they know Wolfie in both those places.
Yeah,
yeah, they do
yeah.
because they're both in Europe.
All of Europe knows.
I've just got Richard on the mind.
Richard
He's
is Polish.
yeah. Richard Yannick Tubman.
Yes.
Yes.
That's his full name.
Yes.
It's his real shoot name.
It's fantastic.
That's his
Any other
glove.
details you want to give? Is the date of
address
birth?
in Japan. Yeah.
His address is ever changing in Japan.
I was going to say he's a bit like that man I watched on Netflix this week as well. I've forgotten his name. The travelling man who killed a man who was attacking a lady.
Oh, wow.
Then he murdered a 70-something-year-old man who he claimed assaulted him.
Whoa.
Yeah, very complex. I'm sure his name was just like Jeremy or something. Can't remember.
Is this a documentary?
Yeah, on
Oh my
Netflix.
God.
Yeah, about 10 years ago it happened.
Oh.
That was a bit out of nowhere, Ross.
I know,
Thank you for
yeah.
sharing. What was, the
Getting-
name, what was the name of it?
I can't remember.
Oh,
He had,
sounds like a good one.
We'll bring that back in. He had an axe-like thing. What he used
Sounded
which
like a swear word.
sounded like a swear word.
I've
which is
never heard
why-
it pronounced like that before. Bloody hell.
I'm not going to try and say it because I think you're trying to avoid
Axe
it.
Kai, the hat.
Oh!
Him.
He killed somebody. Oh, no.
Like, he assaulted the guy who was
Oh,
attacking
yes.
a lady, which is why he became famous.
He went viral before he did this, didn't
yeah,
he? Yeah.
and then it was 3 months after he went viral. He then went traveling a bit more and found his way with this. I think he's like a 70-year-old lawyer or something like that. And he stayed with the lawyer and ended up killing him because he claimed the lawyer assaulted him first.
Yeah.
And that was
Wow, okay.
That's the
Dark.
story of the axe-wielding hitchhiker.
That's
We
what it
can't
says.
say hat.
HATCHET.
Yes.
Bloody YouTube.
Thank you for that.
Hachet.
Hashay away.
The Cowie Girls beat Alpha Fire and their last minute
What are
partner,
the Cowie girls?
Sol Rucker. Isla Dawn appears and follows Alba as she leaves. Fallon Henley and Kiana James show up to challenge the Cowboy Girls to
So
a
now
title match.
Fallon's like, all right then.
Yeah. And Sol Rook is a bit of a poo house as well, just
really?
rocking up there and inserting herself in a big match like this one.
And her motivation is, I want to show everyone my cool moves, and she does have cool moves.
Her big splash is legendary. But what was that ending about with Alba Fire aligning with that witch? That witch who's caused us so much turmoil over the past couple of months.
Oh, I thought she was just stalking after her. Like,
Nah, she sort of like was stood next to her looking back at Sol.
I guess.
Not was it looking back at Sol?
Why is
yeah,
she?
it was. Yeah.
Why is she? Yeah, why?
I didn't understand.
Maybe she's put a spell on her.
Is the theme
And
of this?
now she's hers.
Is this the theme of this episode? Cahoots? Are they in cahoots?
NXT presents Cahoots.
So many cahoots.
NXT 3 steps ahead.
Which isn't something that Gallus say. Cahoots, man. It's not actually.
Cora Jade is interviewed backstage, but she's cut off because Nikita Lyons...
But she's trying like an absolute loser. Because like, whoa, 1 second there, Cora.
Yeah. There's been cut off because Nikita Lyons has been attacked in the car park. There are several potential suspects around, just like in Who Shot Mr. Birds.
Now, there was a blonde lady driving away in a Mercedes-Benz.
Yes.
Who I initially thought was Zoe Stark.
Oh, I thought you were going
But
to say.
it's not.
I
What?
thought you were going to say Mercedes Monet.
I wish.
Zoe Stark was walking
Zoe
away.
Stark was walking away the other way, yeah, so it wasn't her. So who's the blonde lady?
We also saw
The Poison Pixie?
We also saw Valentina Feroz and Elektra Lopez walking along. I think there was a few around, and the funny thing was, none of them cared about Nikita Lyons lying in the road.
I think it's a pretty legit injury she's got. I think like a torn MCL or something like that.
This was to write her off.
Yeah, this was to write her off for whatever she's
The
done.
most dangerous place in all of the world.
Oh, yes, the
Not
NXT
just
car
West,
park.
the NXT car park claims another victim.
Tell you what, though, Cora Jade's tattoo on her chest is a contradiction.
Yeah, starve the ego and what's
Feed the soul.
Feed the soul. She's not. She's a
She's
heel.
the antithesis of that.
But when you said it's a real tattoo, you could just cover it up. Or, like,
I don't know.
no.
Laser it off.
That's
For
the first time I'd ever been able to read it because she was quite close to the camera. Yeah. Yeah.
For the sake of the show,
Laser it.
laser it off until you turn babyface and then get it put back on.
Yeah.
with a little smiley face next to it.
The show ends with a pre-match championship summit between Roxanne Perez and Toxic Attraction. Gigi and JJ argue. It's funny that, isn't it? Argue back and forth, but SpaghettiOs, it's all a trick. They beat up Perez together and put her through a table.
I was wanting Booker T to get back in there and defend her, hitting spinner like axe kicks and stuff, but he didn't.
I think they've done a whoopsie here, you know, the lasses. They should have continued this facade until the match itself.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Now they've given the sexy boy license to even the playing field somehow next week.
Oh, you think he's gonna put someone else in?
I don't know. It would make sense for him to do so, wouldn't
Or
He's too busy
stipulation?
looking at buildings.
it? One in particular.
What a thrilling,
What
throbbing
episode.
But they
Yeah.
had me going though, the
NXT.
lasses. You know, have you going with the acting, like saying I've carried your ass and you're just a one-trick YouTube pony.
It was so abrupt and out of nowhere. I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
it
this
was-
can't be it, can it? And it wasn't. Haha.
And also, I'm assuming Roxanne's going to retain. But if she does, how is she going to survive the challenge of Stevie on the next episode of NXT after that?
I reckon she'll survive Stevie, but it'll be like when Undertaker and Kane pinned Austin, and they'll both be champion.
I thought you were going to say it'll be like when Undertaker beat Triple H, where Triple H was the real winner because he battered him, and Stevie will have battered her. And then they've got to have a Hell in a Cell match the next year.
AEW Dynamite. Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara beat Ricky Starks and Action Andretti after interference from Daniel Garcia.
The cutter off the top row from Sammy, mid-strut for Starks. Bit of a hand action, you know? That sounds weird for the audio listeners, doesn't it? Bit of, what do you call it?
Ross hand action. There you go. That's perfect now.
It was really good, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
As was Chris Jericho's antics. He's like, Sammy, watch this. He does a scoop slam and goes, yeah!
They're doing the silly bugger pose where they... Yeah, and that was... XR even said that Jericho's 2 losses back-to-back was the only time in his career in AEW he's done back-to-back losses.
Wow.
It's just like, oh, so I was all right. Some people going, I can't believe the pinned Action Andretti already. I'm like, well, he's not supposed to be bloody everybody every bloody match.
Yeah, it's true.
So I was actually, I was like, wow,
And it-
defending
and it
Jericho
was-
getting a victory.
And it was due to he get hit with the Garcia hit him. So yeah.
Protected.
Well, we've already talked about it, haven't we? It's simmering, the Garcia tension. Simmering for now. Yeah, okay.
I do like how Action Andretti, though, right? His finisher is the most devastating standing shooting star press
Yeah.
in the world. But he does this gnarly hanging neck breaker thing, right? 2. Wrestling.
Well, he's mastered the shooting star. Isn't he?
We get a very well-made video package in tribute to Jay Briscoe. Suck it, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it was really good video package. Yeah, really good.
And up the Tony Khan, I guess. He says he's been fighting for to get him on the show and get Mark on the show.
Yeah, fair play, Tony Khan.
Yeah, well done.
And thanks, Chris Jericho.
Of course. Thank you, Chris Jericho, for... Darby Allin defends the TNT title against Buddy Matthews.
I like this match a lot.
The rest of the House of the Black try to interfere, but are foiled by Sting and the sudden, unexpected appearance of Ortiz. Darby retains, but is challenged to a rematch afterwards by Samoa Joe.
So Ortiz he's not being swayed by the House of Black then?
No, he just doesn't like Eddie threatening the ladies with a chair.
Yeah.
But the seeds of doubt have been put in there by the House of Black, which is why he appeared now, I think.
Yeah, that's what I got from it.
Eddie wasn't on the show at all, was he?
Nah.
No.
Okay.
Not because he was scared of Ortiz.
I thought Tony thought it was real when he hit Ortiz with the chair. He's like, "You're suspended again, Eddie."
Yeah, but you said nice match here between the two goth lads.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That is Buddy Matthews' tribute to Seth Rollins, his father, with the buckle bomb and the curb stomp immediately afterwards.
I thought his dad was Kenny Omega.
It's both. They had a child. And it was Buddy
that's
Matthews.
nice.
Alistair Black also had a hand as well.
I like how Darby was getting out of all the the power moves that he did get out of, like the sleeper hold on for ages, and Buddy was just like, how Buddy got out of it, sorry.
Yeah.
Just even just countering those, he was just smashing them.
Bloody Buddy is brilliant.
He
The
is
wrestling.
bloody
He's
brilliant.
Bloody great.
Yeah.
Bray's beef. Bray's Buddy is brilliant. Wonderful. Great match.
Yeah.
Sounds sarcastic, but I don't mean to be. It's a long podcast.
It certainly is. Yeah, Darby on a good run with the TNT title so far. Defending against people going, oh yeah, him. Ethan Page and Stokely Hathaway's group arrive to the Hardy Boys music. His car goes, yay! But then Page says, no.
Did you play the wrong music?
Page says that Matt Hardy has learned to accept who the real star is, but Isaiah Cassidy still disagrees. So Stokely Hathaway has to tell him. And then they come to the ring as the commentators go, oh, here's the bit where Page talks over us. Great.
Did they say that?
Yeah. Page and Hardy have a tag match against Twink 182, the best tag team in the wrestling. Matt is about to hit the Twist of Fate on Jungle Boy, but Page insists on tagging in and loses the match.
Yeah. And then
no.
Jungle Boy and Hook did a fist bump, but I just want them to kiss.
Jack echoing the thoughts of millions of people around the world.
Again, I was shocked to see Hardy and Page working like just a proper tag team after that buying off the contract sort of.
Why is
storyline.
Matt so readily?
Yeah.
Why is he not rebelling?
Because he needs the money, I guess.
He's got a family.
Plus, he's like, delete, doing those spots. And
It's a bit reminiscent of when Colt Cabana was in the Dark Order, except
Yeah.
Colt Cabana, it was all like a cult and he's been indoctrinated. Whereas in this case, it's just like on Rampage, Hardy was like, and now he's like, yeah.
He's very willing to help him. He's like Dobby the house elf.
Yeah.
Hook's hot tag was fantastic as well.
Everything he does is
Opening lariat was spicy. Yummy.
In Family Therapy,
Oh, no.
the Ass Boys.
The
Boop,
Ass Boys
boop.
are right.
The ass boys are they're the baby faces after this.
They are, yeah.
They blame Billy for always being on the road during their childhood.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Billy says, well, it's not my fault I had to miss the DX reunion on Monday night. The Acclaimed accused the Ass Boys of
Balance
jealousy.
was harsh here. You are the worst pieces I've ever met.
That was like, out of nowhere. Billy asks what it would take to make his sons happy. They say they want the tag belts and leave.
Go on, the Ass Boys.
Good therapy session. Good session.
No.
Yeah.
Bad one.
No?
Bad one for the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
Good one for the ass boys. Like our faults as sons are failures of you as a father. What a line that is to say to your own dad.
Yep.
I imagine.
Imagine the Acclaim being like, well, you two are just jealous of us. Because, well, no, you've stolen their dad.
Yeah. We're always second to you, this little ass boy said. I was like, oh, come here. I'll give
Little
you a
ass
hug.
boys.
Yeah, I'll be your dad if you want.
Oh. I want to know what, actually, I didn't ask him. I want to know what Fraser thinks of this. Because he loves the Acclaimed. They're his favourite tag team at the minute. And I just want to know what he thinks now his boys are the bad guys. Yeah.
Shame. Hangman Page is interviewed by Renee and says he wants another match with Moxie next week in Ohio. And where?
Ohio. Continuing to be mean to Renee.
Yeah.
Remember,
Willie
I
Uda-
battered your husband, I'll batter him again.
Willie interrupts and says Moxie will be ready, but also he wants a match against Hangman on Rampage. And there was no mention of the one person that it was going to be. Oh, no, it was Moxie doing that, wasn't it? Never mind, ignore me.
Okay. Yeah, Yuta was fired up.
The pop when the match was like teased, it was like,
Yeah.
remember Yuta?
Oh, yeah, call it him. It's him. Good lad.
I'm like, oh, actually, that will probably be a really good match. Yes. Go on.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Go on, lad. Bryan Danielson beats Brian Cage. How? But Cage beats him up afterwards because that's what MJF paid him to do. MJF arrives to join in and they injure Brian's arm. Takeshita makes a save and MJF bravely runs away.
They were going to further injure the arm.
Oh. Then backstage, the doctor tells Brian he shouldn't wrestle. Brian's like, I've been told that before. Hey!
I'm never going to listen to you again, medical man.
Never going to take professional advice ever.
Doctors are losers, he says as he walks away.
It was with the old money beforehand and the change of the money and all that sort of stuff and the bounty on the arm. It was the match is what it should have been, just attacking the arm and the shoulder.
Yeah.
And it was just good. The gorilla present of the turnbuckles.
And MJF uses that Fujiwara armbar. How is this going to play into...
So does Tommy Cratchit.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're referring to. MJF cuts a promo on Danielson backstage and reveals his next hand-picked opponent, Timothy Bloody Thatcher.
Tommy Cratchit. Tony Schiavone. Did you see the Fight TV version this week? Because I did, and this was wonderful. During the match, they're on about Tony keeps mentioning Prince in reference to Prince Nana on the outside. And Excalibur's like, "Who are you talking about? Is it Prince the musician, or is it Prince Nana?" And Tony's like, "I don't have to clarify because the other guy is dead."
He's right.
I don't know why.
I don't think I saw these.
It's on the fight during one of the ad breaks. Obviously, not being heard on TV.
Oh my god!
He's just like, the other one is dead. It's like
he sounds so happy.
I think when he starts kicking off and like he's a big fan of Prince and whatnot, just the way he was like, the other guy dead.
So yes, I'm of course referring to him. There was a bit with Paul who said, was this on the Fight TV version? Jericho and Sami are getting together and they do the poses and Tony's like, oh, look at them, what do they call themselves?
The sex gods.
Oh, here we go, the sex dogs.
No. Yeah.
You know what? So, I got that wrong, but I'm kind of right at the same time. Ruby Soho beats Tony Storm after a distraction from Britt Baker.
Right.
Because it was reported before the show, Britt had been pulled from Dynamite due to injury. And they even said it on commentary.
Smashed her nose again on Dark or Dark Elevation, one of the two.
But Tony's a heel. But Britt's helping her lose.
No.
What?
Britt's just pissing off Ruby Soho.
Oh.
So Ruby Soho can join the ex-WWE.
Oh, yeah.
From the North, ladies.
Yeah, it's true.
From Tut North.
Because she's also from Tut North. Yeah. Via Louisiana on a farm.
Oh, yeah, Ruby's like a southern girl, isn't
Yeah,
she? She's a
she's on
sassy
farm,
southern belle.
I'll say this, Tony being a bad person is livened up some of the action on how she acts in the ring. So.
The stuff she does in between the moves was the big difference for me this week. Like, she's never looked more entertaining.
I'm still so scared of her bum attack. Because it looked, well, no, but you know what I mean? It looks like it absolutely destroys people. And I would not like to say it. Like, heads go. Yeah. I'm glad Ruby turned her head because I was like, she's going to break her nose again. And it was fine.
And the main event, Mark Briscoe making his AEW debut, defeats Jay Lethal. After the match, the roster comes out onto the stage to pay tribute to Jay Briscoe, and it's all very bloody nice.
I was astonished at Mark Briscoe, like that he was able to do that and still have a good match and just do it and just like own the moment and be class. And I was like, wow, fair play to him.
I thought you could see how beneficial it was for him just to get him back out there doing what he does and just not forgetting about everything, but you know what I mean, just getting back out there and just doing what he does best. Yeah.
It was that nice touching moment where the camera was near him and he pointed and just said, like, be nice.
Yeah.
Be good. The way he yells it and stuff like that. I think I'm not getting the words completely correct, but it was just like, I was expecting them to be like, oh, this is for you. Whether it was just like, they're like, no, everyone,
Yeah.
Like, stay safe.
And it was unusual because he was like, out of the two of them, he's like the comedy one. And he's like, it's weird seeing him being all serious and stuff, but it was great. It was, AEW do it so well, this sort of thing. As unfortunate as it is to have to do, they just do it so well. And it was nice to see Tony on the stage with the roster as well after. And just fair play to them. Fair play to everyone involved.
Yeah. Apparently Dalton, I was reading Sean Ross Sapp, because I think he was in the crowd, Sean Ross Sapp, for this show. Mm-hmm. And he was saying Dalton Castle was just in the front row, just cheering Mark on, which was nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
I saw some people online just go, just give them the Ring of Honor tag titles and just
get
rid of them. He's the tag champions forever, because they were so synonymous with the belts for so long.
If you want another set of tag belts, then create a new, but end the lineage with him, why not? Yeah, fair enough.
I'd give him a new name.
Yeah.
Like new titles with a new name.
That could work.
Retire those ones with him.
Oh, man.
That was a nice touching end to
Yeah.
an otherwise
It doesn't feel right.
completely
Just going,
crazy.
Like, what a great move that was. Like,
Yeah,
just-
right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it did happen. It's very nicely done. And this is the end of this segment.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
The mailbag. Number 1. Howdy, lads. Howdy.
Howdy.
Oh.
I was driving home from work watching the 9 pitches for Royal Rumble 2023 video when all of a sudden Jack referenced my high school, Toms River High School North, in his Wikipedia Royal Rumble pitch, where he took 30 random Wikipedia articles and faced them off in a Royal Rumble against opponents, including mountains, surnames, ice skaters, bicyclists, wartime battles, religions, entire sports seasons, German TV shows, Navy ships, and a single actual wrestler called Kenneth Davis.
An amateur wrestler, though he wasn't even a pro wrestler.
Oh.
It was a really misguided pitch.
It sounds balmy.
It has divided the comments.
I bet. I'd like to think my high school had a chance at winning that Rumble. Hopefully Jack, Andrew, or Ross is on the pod today so they can elaborate if they wish to do so.
You've explained it really well.
He even made it a point to joke about somebody going to that school actually listening to the video. And there I was in my car, popping bigger than the crowd for Hardy Boy's return at WrestleMania 33. I live less than a mile from the school, and it was super surreal to have a random British man mention my high school over here in the States. So here's my backstory. Oh, there's my backstory for you. My question to you all is
Would you not like
this.
to know the winner of the Rumble?
Who won?
Trees in Chinese mythology.
Got roots, Maffew. Got
Andrew
roots.
and Ross decided the winner, and it was trees in Chinese
Was this
mythology.
animated?
Someone has linked me on Twitter to a YouTube video where they've animated my...
Really?
God.
They've just flashed up images of like everything I mentioned, but they've like found a picture of like the French cyclist, and I'm like, oh, that's what he looks like. It's brilliant. I've learned so much. The tarantula is possibly venomous that you say, yeah.
Oh, well, that's crucial. They might win now.
Yeah.
Take down a tree.
That's right, yeah. My question to you all is this. Have you ever had a situation, experience, or event that was so surreal or exciting that you popped for in disbelief?
Oh my God.
It could be wrestling related or not. This experience just made me excited, and I was in disbelief, and I'm super interested to hear your experiences as well. Thanks for all the incredible entertainment over the last few years. You guys make my job as an emergency room worker, hey, respect,
Yeah, fair play.
less stressful by having your dulcet tones making their way to my ears every single week. Sincerely, James from Toms River, New Jersey,
Yes.
USA.
Shout out that high school in New Jersey. And yeah.
P.S. I've attached a photo of my high school diploma,
Oh.
personal information
Proof.
redacted, of course, and a photo of me, also redacted, in front of the
is.
school, my marching
Wow.
band outfit.
Oh, yes.
Uniform. Oh my God, his face. Oh yeah, you're right. Smash it. So you know I'm telling the truth.
Was that a
Feel free
saxophone?
to show the photos in the pod or just amongst yourselves. Oh, too late. But no, you're looking good. That's that. Yeah, it's got the name on the side.
Very
He's not
good.
lying.
Looks like a nice day as well.
And I just took a drink rather than say something. Like very rude. Very sorry. My mouth is dry. So something that you've been surprised or excited.
I've got one straight away.
It sounds like the intro to Round the Twist. Have you ever felt like this?
Something has happened to me that I've never been able to explain, and yet it made me go, "Whoa!"
Go on.
It was a pop. Was that the Bobby Lashley one? It was a pop of some description. Okay. I went, "Whoa!" It was It was my last year of university, and it was also our last. It was after exams, and it was our last our college within the uni was having like a going away party. It was our last big summer party before the end of. So it was a proper event that was like. There was like a burger vans and like waltzers and fireworks and that. And we all gathered at the end when the sun had gone down to watch the fireworks display outside the main bar. And we're like, oh, let's all go out. The fireworks are about to happen. But we all had our drinks in our hands because we'd just been in the bar. And the fireworks were going off. And I had a bottle of beer, right? Not a pint. I had a glass bottle. And no one ever believes me, right? Something landed in my bottle and it fizzed and all started going like a shard of firework or something. But but sometimes I doubt myself because the chances of that happening are like to land in the bottle.
It's got to land somewhere.
Unless someone's just sneaked up behind me with a menthol and just popped it in my bottle. But I've never been able to explain that. And I doubt myself whether that's even true. But they were witnesses. Like my mates were like, what's happened to your bottle there? And I was like, I think a bit of the firework. And they were like, well, no, it hasn't. Something else has happened. but I don't know what it was.
Oh, spooky.
Really spooky.
Could have been Tinkerbell.
Stop. This is the reaction I got from my mates. Like, no one ever believes me.
What about yourself, Ross?
So, like a situation, experience, or event that was so surreal or exciting you popped for in disbelief.
That fits my...
Yeah, losing my virginity. Someone had to say.
I mean,
someone had to say.
Yeah.
What's the description again?
Surreal.
Surreal. Like,
Popped for in disbelief. Fits.
okay, yeah. I can see that bit.
Couldn't believe me, look. Great times.
Mine is so innocent by comparison. I've done a whimsical tale. Oh.
Maffew?
Support
That's
that.
all I'm willing to say on the matter.
Probably been backstage at Wrestling Media Con in Manchester.
No, don't follow it.
And talking to... who the hell was I talking to? Somebody.
Cameron Grimes?
Liger, he was there.
Dragon Isu. I think
Oh,
Dragon
right.
Isu possibly. And then the New Japan crew show up on the New Japan bus. Drove all the way from Japan to Manchester. It's easy to do that. And they all get out one by one and like, oh, wrestling. And they see Nick Aldis, who's obviously in a suit and looks like he's just arrived from a production of something that costs a lot of money, of us, dressed like we're just woken up from a Shrek rave. And yeah, it's like, oh, hello. And then shook hands with Liger, Show, Yo.
There was a few there.
Yeah, it just kept on going like, oh, this is ridiculous. Like, okay, hi, hello. Oh, konnichiwa. Hi.
This
I'm
was
like,
you,
wait,
this
who
was
the hell
you.
do you think I am? Like,
Yeah, it was just being polite,
yes, I'm
weren't they?
Shark Boy. How you doing? But yeah, that was pretty weird.
I'll
You
give you a
should've-
serious one. It's wrestling related.
That was serious, Ross.
It was Cody Rhodes. He asked me to take a photo of him in a ring looking dazzling.
Oh.
And I was like on the floor looking up and he's like, hey, King, would you mind taking a picture? And I was like, look at him there. Mark. No, but it was nice. Then we went out in the town in Newcastle, like soon after that happening.
Oh,
I would have thought you were going to say some of your interactions with Matt Hardy.
Well, that was surreal, yeah.
yeah.
Matt Striker. Odd.
People
He'd
have said that.
He'd walk up to me, right? Because he'd seen a couple of me videos back then and I'd
Yeah.
effing blind and whatnot. He'd just go, expletive, and then walk off. That would be my, like, good morning, Maffew. How are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Strange dude.
Yeah, but he's nice, though.
Good commentator.
Nice guy.
such a weirdo.
No, he's not weird.
Yeah, he
just
is.
that bit was strange. I never quite understood what was going on. But
What was the
there were-
dating show he was going to be on? It got cancelled, I
Oh,
think,
it was
because of
It
COVID.
was like, was it like being a sperm donor or something?
Yeah, like,
Oh, what? What
no,
time of day
yeah,
show is
wait,
this?
no, because it was
Not like
so
that.
Wait, I have no
surreal.
idea what you're
This
talking
was
about.
only past couple of years.
It was, I think it got cancelled because of the lockdown.
Yeah. But what was it?
Labour of Love.
Go on.
Okay, I'll try and find it. The goal is to skip right to the procreation phase of a relationship.
Oh, a dating show. Uh-huh.
In Fox's Labour of Love, 15 men will compete in challenges that test their parenting and personal skills in front of former The Bachelor contestant Christy Katzman. At the end of the competition, Christy, along with the help of host and Sex and the City alum Kristen Davis, will choose whether she wants to start a family with one of the men. One of the competitors may look familiar. His name is Matt Striker. Sorry, his name is Matt Kay, but WWE fans know him better as Matt Striker.
He's
Yeah.
a lovely fella. Just that,
wait.
just that hello was the strange bit. I was just in case he sees this.
Welcome to cutting to the chase, where the lads will do some stuff and cook some pot noodles and go, "Hey up, love," and then that's how the show ends.
I was reading that from the article on Distractify. That's where I read that. Just citing my sources there.
And I got cancelled, did it?
Because of COVID.
Gutted. So Matt Striker does not know the joy of your first example you gave, I guess.
So it's like Married at First Sight, but like even more. Yeah.
Dating show, a dating show. There's what you can do with an app, but on TV. Hello, gentlemen. Let's get straight into it. That's not like our letter writers. There haven't been many sets of twins in wrestling. You got the Usos, the Bellas, Elias and Ezekiel, and the Fewers.
The Blossoms
Yeah.
of the UK.
The ones are on AEW. The
The Vanity Twins.
that's it.
Vanity.
And you got the other two lasses who are twins.
You got the Da Vinci lads.
Yep, that's right.
You've got Jedward. They don't.
Nah, they're
Who are
wrestling.
the other twins?
They got like a domineering gimmick, like a
Right, Gemini.
Way.
No.
Oh,
female tag team. I can't remember their names now.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
No, I don't know. Who
Yeah, whoever they are. They were on TV
The,
recently.
Anyway.
got the Jumping Bomb Angels as well. They weren't twins at all. I
No,
don't even know if they
you-
were related.
women's wrestling. Are you tired?
I'm just thinking of a women's tag team.
Yeah.
Bailey and Sasha Banks as well, twins.
My question to you is, which wrestlers would benefit from a bit of twin magic? What single superstar could do with a bit of cloning?
Okay.
Basically, which wrestler would do well if they had a twin? Personally, I'd have to see a technical master like Bryan Danielson finally have an equal. Perhaps they could be named Daniel Bryan or something. Who knows? In all seriousness, thank you for all you do. The podcast is always a great way to unwind on a Friday afternoon here in the States. I find myself eager to listen to it every week, and that's a wonderful thing. Sending my best. Sincerely, Ben from Cincinnati, somewhere in America. Ohio.
I would like.
If you could clone a wrestler, which wrestler would you clone and why?
I would like PM Skunk, an emotionally balanced, reasonable version.
Oh, the different personalities as well.
Yeah,
like
mine
this.
is.
Like the corporate Kane, the CM Punk's
they're
normal
tagging
Kane.
against the Bucks, and the Bucks do something, and Punk's about to kick off, and then his brother goes, "Whoa, let's all talk this out."
Yeah.
And just really.
Why don't you just have a drink? You'll feel much calmer and relaxed.
I'll do. That's mine. There we go. I've done it.
Okay.
I've done it.
I've just turned into Wade Barrett this segment because all I can think of, Maurice. 2 Maurices would be great. Fantastic.
Ms. and Mrs.
What's the
and
theme of
Mrs.
your answers this week?
No real
Unbridled holiness.
Yeah, just nice, wonderful, beautiful lady, in the words of OSW.
Gorgeous woman.
I'm thinking of Jungle Boy too, so I
I
can't
can't think of a
blame.
proper answer.
It's often a thought we thought.
Dead air is a bad thing.
Yeah, dead air. Yeah. You know what? I like this wrestler. If only there was 2 of the buggers.
Can you hear the head scratching?
Oh boy. Well, I was going to
Think of
say
something good.
I was going to say another Gunter, but you'd just have the author's opinion, then, wouldn't you? Matthew's fuming.
Yeah, but they'd actually wrestle.
Ah,
not
there
be
we
involved
go,
in
yeah.
stinky NFT. There's no way Gunther does an NFT.
They might be coming back.
No, Gunther and Volta.
Yeah.
One of them joins WWE and loses weight and goes to America and tells DX they suck. And the other one continues to batter all of Europe.
Yeah.
Like what Wolfie says he does. Yes. Yes. Thank you for the answer, Jack.
Yeah, that's all right.
There you go. You're on your own.
Oh my God! A second Undertaker, one that is
No.
accepting of all different kinds of people.
God. And by that he means not demons,
Yeah,
because he didn't like Kane, did he? There
that's
we
what
go.
I mean. Yeah, one that didn't.
Well,
say,
he had a reason not to like
yeah,
him,
one
but-
that didn't set his parents' funeral home on fire, then blame his little brother for decades before admitting on national
Oh,
TV.
it
he
was. It
did
was
it.
Taker,
right.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was Taker the piss.
But then.
Oh,
Hello, boys.
hi.
A simple question for you. That's not true. With the Rumble coming up this week, who should be the Iron Man and Iron Woman of each match this year, if anyone? I've always found the story of whoever enters early and lasts a long time a compelling one.
Like when I lost
Personally, I would love to see Gunther and Becky Lynch as respective mainstays in each match. I can imagine Gunther repeatedly being put to the test by old and new opponents alike. Maybe he and Butch start the match and put on a clinic for a few minutes. Then you can even have appearances from the likes of Dragunov and Bate afterwards as shadows of his past. I like that. As for Becky, I feel like she could very well be a determined underdog who fights until the end, only to be eliminated by the eventual winner, whoever that may be. Probably Rhea. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
you've taken all the good answers, Matt.
I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. Now I've taken all the bloody answers. As always, thank you for the many laughs over the years. You make such a difference in my end of the week being positive. Have a
I
happy
feel bad.
Rumble
I'm just-
season. Best Ben from Cincinnati High. It's the same
What?
guy.
Really? Wow.
It's the same bloody. Unless there's another Ben from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, the twins.
Oh, he cloned himself. Oh, wow. Okay, well, you're.
Let me quickly look if it is the same Ben or a different
Wow. This is a real twist.
Ben. This is unprecedented for the Hall of Fame.
Have you
For the Hall of Fame, for the mailbag.
Ben sending 2 different questions.
Why?
2.
Ben Edwards. It might be the same
Oh
Ben.
my God.
Edwards, Ben 52. Oh, I'm not going to. Yeah, it is the same Ben.
Oh, Ben, you've done us there.
Double Ben.
Ben, you've absolutely done us. Do we answer his question anyway? I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, we have to now.
Was it you or little Andy who pitched Sami Zayn being number 1 in the Rumble?
Probably Andrew.
Yeah. Wait, if you're saying probably. must be.
Mine was that Sammy and Solo worked together.
Oh, yeah. Well, Sammy would be my men's Iron Man.
Okay.
Trying to prove himself to the tribal chief.
Damn it, that makes too much sense because then it goes, well, why should you deserve a title shot? No, it was the Iron Man.
My answers would be Gunter was going to be my answer as Ben one from Cincinnati, Ohio said. But so I'll go Gunther for the men's, and I think Rhea should be the Iron Woman and the winner for the women's. I think let's make her look really good.
Or Tiffy Strats.
Tactics.
Not run over people with a car.
No,
It was her, damn it.
Oh, you think she attacked Nikita Lyons?
Yeah, we need to run through the blonde ladies of NXT and then work out who it was, potentially.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, because then Booker T can go, told you. And Vic can just try and get any point over, and Booker T spends the entire episode talking about it.
I'll Gunther and Rhea for me.
Yeah, I'll go Sami and Rhea for me.
Sammy Tiff.
Big
Tiffy Strats.
Tiffy Strats.
The future.
Yes, right. Thank you very much for those lovely questions.
Cheers, Ben.
Both from Ben.
Ben.
From Cincinnati, Ohio. And obviously the lovely, lovely people at, we'll say it again because you seem to like it, Tom Rivers High School North.
Yeah. What was their name? Read their name. Do they put a name? It's a bad name.
Their name, Tom Rivers. Wow, what a coincidence.
What?
No, James from Tom
Thank you,
Rivers.
James, as well. Thank you, James, Ben, and Ben.
Thank you very much. You have any questions, theories, or just daft crap to talk about generally?
But please only submit one because people are
I'll-
going to now. Oh, no.
I'll be on the lookout next week.
We've opened
Don't
a can
worry.
of worms here. Unless it's really funny and they play off each other. No, don't try that. Don't do that.
No, do that.
No, don't do that.
I will be looking
No,
at the video you
don't
want.
do that.
Mailbag at cultaholic.com. Wrist piss. Hoi hoi, people of the pod. Seeing as Rumble season is growing very close, I thought I'd send in a Rumble-related Reese's Pieces for you all. To my knowledge, there haven't been any mid or lower card wrestlers to ever win the Royal Rumble. I don't know, Del Rio was pretty mid. And then go on to WrestleMania for a title match. So I'm going to go through each Rumble match starting with 98, which is the first year I started watching wrestling. I'm going to pick 3 random wrestlers from that part of the pecking order who were in that match that year.
Nice.
And you tell me who you'd most likely to see take the crown and then move on to the Mania title match.
These are good Reese's Pieces when they do the legwork for us. Yeah.
To probably get oblitterated by whoever the top dog is at the time, unfortunately, but that's not the point. Up the Rumble season.
Yes.
Up the Rumble season.
So, fastest head first, which is Jack Ross Missy. Kurgan.
Fastest head first. That's Jack Ross and Missy.
I don't know what happened there. I'm losing energy. I'm sorry.
It's been a long podcast.
I've been back on. I'm on the Huel. It's the food. The third version, so it's the common version. But literally, it's like tick, 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 empty.
Yeah.
Like, it just leaves you
I'm
completely.
surprised you're not sat there in a pile of your own
Missy.
pieces.
That's not what happens.
Yeah, it is with Huel. When you get back onto it after a while off.
I think I'm just used to it then. Sorry. There was absolutely no energy behind any of those things.
God, Joel's
Fastest
not
head first. That guy. And then Joel cans on my behalf because I'm out.
Jack Russell Missy. I was like Tommy was what's going on?
I couldn't even say my own name.
It's like when Chris Kamara is speaking to the producer on Sky Sports and Jeff hears what he's saying to the producer. It's like the producer got called Carly. And Jeff's stop calling me Carly, Chris. Who's Missy, Maffew? That's what we need to know.
God.
98. Kurgan, Goldust. Then we'll care about this anymore. Kurgan, Goldust, Ken Shamrock.
Is that it? There's a choice. In 98, probably Ken Shamrock.
Kurgan versus Stone Cold. Main event WrestleMania. Let's
Kurgan
go.
versus The Rock, wouldn't it be?
Was that 98?
Well, 98 with Shawn
Austin,
Michaels.
Shawn Michaels and Austin. Kurgan versus
yeah,
Shawn
Kurgan.
Michaels.
I'll go Shamrock.
Yeah, Shamrock. That was
Kurgan.
only time you could have Kurgan of all the people. 99. Steve Blackman, Test or Gangrel?
Steve Blackman.
Test.
Oh, Gangrel. I
We've
love
all
him.
gone for different ones. Are you all right, Joel? His wife in the tears.
Joel's crying. Joel's taking his glasses off to wipe the tears from his eyes.
He's going to have to edit this.
Like
as
Ric
well.
Flair Rumble.
You're going to have to get back to this bit as well. What a moment that was.
2000. Viscera, China, Scotty Diwani.
Probably China out of those, to be honest.
Which
What?
McMahon represents Scotty too hotty? That's the question.
Linda. She's always banging it.
Linda McMahon versus
She
Scotty
stands
too
up at
hotty.
WrestleMania and does the worm.
But instead of that, she just goes in a comatose state of the air later.
L-I-N-D-A.
NDA McMahon, what?
Oh, God. Moving on. This segment is never ending. 01, Raven, William Regal, Crash Holly.
William Regal.
Willie Reegs.
Who this week, MJF said looks like Ellen DeGeneres.
On meth.
Weird.
I actually got worried because I thought he meant me for half a second. No. Oh, Regal, right. Crash Holly. Wouldn't have worked, but I love Crash Holly so much.
Oh, do you? Is he one of your boys?
Oh,
Is he boy
absolutely.
stable? Really?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But can you count him as a boy? Because he did win the hardcore title.
Oh, you can still count him.
300 times. 02, Al Snow, Perry Saturn, Lance Storm.
Lance Storm.
Perry Saturn. Bruce Pritchard fancied Perry Saturn.
Really?
Anytime you mention him on the podcast, it's like, oh, he was the one out of the Radicals.
Yeah, because that was true.
What?
Hey, yeah, you know the thing they wanted, according to them, they wanted Perry,
In terms
and the
of-
others were available.
In terms of his look. I know he was good as well, but
No, they wanted from WCW, so that's
push.
the guy that wanted to sign.
the
So
stable that just happened to include, obviously Ben was controversial, but obviously
Yeah.
really good. And Guerrero,
Yeah.
what?
yep.
Wow. And Dean Malengo, I shouldn't sell Dean short.
Well, WF did. Perry Saturn, because
Wow.
03, Tajiri, Rosie, or Maven.
Maven. I want that.
04, main event Maven.
Yeah.
No, 03.
I'm saying, but in 04, when he was main event Maven.
All right, yeah.
Oh, his name's main event, right?
That's
right.
Yeah, he could be main event in 03 as well.
I want to hear Maven's theme song for the main event of WrestleMania. Excuse me. I want to have the right.
His Titantron's just drop kicking the other day.
It was a great drop here.
I want
Tajiri.
some apple pie.
It was great. It's emotional. Imagine that playing if he wins.
04, Rhino, Rene Dupree, or Ernest the Cat Miller.
Ernest the Cat Miller.
Oh, why was he not more of a thing? Ernest
Yeah.
the Cat in WWE.
Do you know he's back?
Doing what?
In
Impact Wrestling. No, yeah, genuinely. He's helping Santino with Authority.
What's Santino doing with all these old lads?
He's the director of Authority.
Yeah, but he's got the Kiss Demon and Barry Horowitz
Nah, but
working together.
Ernest the Cat.
I don't know what's
Ernest the Cat. It's like he's opened a portal. Ernest the Cat Miller. He's got experience being the commissioner.
Oh, yeah.
He's the greatest.
Hit my music.
I'm the greatest.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Let's move on, Maffew.
Oh, you weren't there when I was going to say it's reminiscent of when Dan Hebel squealed, but you weren't there when Dan.
I've seen the
squealed.
video where he's like,
Rene Dupree.
Dupre. It's highest in the bouquet.
Rene.
Bucket.
Rene.
I mentioned that to someone the other day and they'd never heard of it.
Keeping Up
Keeping Appearances, that's great. Yeah, really
big,
good.
Big show. What an athlete Hyacinth was.
Do you remember when Mr. Blobby was on it?
Oh, Keeping Up Appearances?
Yeah.
Actually.
No, that's just Onslow, that, man. Ah.
I always felt sorry for Richard in that.
Yeah, Richard should have left her, yeah. She was toxic AF.
She should cancel Hyacinth.
Have you seen that interview that was in Doctor Who magazine one time with the guy who played
Surprisingly,
Richard?
I haven't.
I know. Wow, everyone knows this. No, it's just the thing I didn't know. It's an interview that was done with him, a one-page interview where he's obviously paid on Doctor Who, whatever, like the recent Doctor Who. And he is just talking to this guy, interviewing him, and he's such a prick.
Who?
The
Richard.
guy who played Richard.
No.
She's rubbed off on him.
He was a babyface. Oh.
Not anymore.
Well.
Anyway, where we are? 04, done that one. 05, Simon Dean, Gene Snitsky, or Charlie Haas.
I'll go for Charlie Haas.
By the time 05 rolled around, Snitsky, the Simon Dean train had been and gone.
Yeah.
Who are you picking?
Right?
Snitsky. It sucks. 06, Psychosis, Carlito, or Chris Masters.
Carlito.
Carlio, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He was so over. 07, Kevin Thorne, Super Crazy, or Finley.
Finley.
He's super. He's crazy. He's super crazy.
That was his song. Finley. I'm not picking the bloody vampire. 08, Jamie Noble, Elijah Burke, Chuck Palumbo.
Jamie Noble. Probably.
Dead Man Walking. Dead Man Inc. Chuck Palumbo with his motorcycle and Michelle McCool included. It's weird how that worked out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny that. Yeah, I'm picking Chuckers. JTG, Mike Knox, or Santino Marella for 09.
Ooh, probably JTG.
Oh, I like Mike Knox's theme back then, me.
Oh,
That's one of the ones for the frat boys on Northumberland Street, for sure.
Santino, because, oh my God, was he over at one point?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yoshitatsu, Ted DiBiase Jr., or Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder.
Yeah. Alex Riley, Heath Slater, or Tyson Kidd.
What's the year? 2012 this?
11.
I'm torn between the latter two. Tyson Kidd, because he supports Sunderland.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
Who were the other two? I've forgotten.
Slater or Alex Riley?
Oh, Riley, get him in there.
I was to say 2012 after the split from Miz, yeah, but 11, no. Justin was 11 the one where he fell off? Had to come back
When
in.
Cena knocked him off
Yeah, that's
deliberately.
right. Deliberately
He
did
did.
it.
He watched it. He clobbers him.
Nah.
Matthew.
It's not Cena's fault. He's soft.
Matthew. Cena bullied Alex Riley. I'm not having
That's
it.
right. Justin Gabriel, Hunico, or David Otunga.
Justin Gabriel, I guess.
Justin Gabriel.
Otunga, just to hear his theme.
Not the
If he's standing close to me.
Not the Darewolf.
The Dev.
Justin Gabriel. That's his,
Oh, that one.
Is David Otunga still employed by the company? Because there was those years and
Oh.
years and years, weren't there, where he was just there all the time?
I don't know.
Justin
Check.
Gabriel.
Oh, we're doing this.
Justin Gabriel, one of the first wrestlers I ever met.
That's nice.
Weird.
Titus O'Neil, Bo Dallas, or Brodus Clay.
Who was the first one? Sorry,
Titus
Tyson
O'Neil.
O'Neil.
What year is this?
2013.
Bo Dallas or
Oh.
Brodus Clay. Bo Dallas.
Bo, yeah, it's NXT Bo, isn't it?
2013 was...
Well, I'm doing Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh, yeah, the thing... Yeah, I picked that. Fandango, Luke Harper, or Damien Sandow in 2014.
It's one of the last two for me. No offense to Fandango. I like Fandango. Oh, Harper. We've seen how good he would go on to be as a singles guy. Good for him.
We don't know.
I'll go Harper because they later saw how good he was as a singles guy.
Yeah, if this was 15 and Sandow, it would be Sandow, but since it's 14,
Yeah.
yeah, the Harbour.
Picking Damien Sandow. He was nice to me.
When was Team Rhodes Scholars, which didn't need to be called Team Rhodes Scholars, it could have just been the Rhodes
thought it
Scholars.
was
That was 14,
15.
yeah.
Ah, I would-
15 was Mizdow.
Okay, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I thought he had some credibility there before he pitched it all away. Adam Rose, Stardust, or Sin Cara.
I don't want to choose any of those. Stardust.
Stardust, baby!
Yeah.
Especially when he's got his little Ascension boys with him with the telescope.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Team Stardust. Yeah,
evil.
I'll do that then. Yeah,
Evil bastards.
Yeah. He really tried to make the most of it.
he did, and he hated it.
Yeah.
Neville, Eric Rowan, Tyler Breeze.
Come on now.
Yeah, we'll skip that one.
Yeah.
Mojo Rawley, Kalisto, or Enzo Amore.
2017 is this now, or 2016?
Mojo Rawley,
17.
Kalisto,
One with Randy Orton winning.
Enzo Amore. Who legitimately Enzo would build the best feud out of those three? I'm going Enzo.
He's coming in hot with his armbar win the same year. Well, I guess that's in the future in terms of this, isn't it? I'll go for Mojo anyway.
Kalisto. Wow, what a great series of matches that with Ryback.
Mm.
And that's it. Obviously, winning the Rumbles the next step.
We
Elias,
saw one
Yeah,
on the pre-show
Yeah.
WrestleMania. We were
you were one of the few.
we were one of the section that got in. We were the only section that yeah.
Elias, Andrade, Aiden English for 2018.
Andrade. I said it with passion. Andrade.
Elias.
Aiden English.
Andrade is one of the options, guys.
Boring.
Oh, come on.
Aiden,
In comparison to Elias.
Alistair Black, Kurt Hawkins, or Nia Jax for 2019.
Alistair Black.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. Bobby Roode, Carl Anderson, or Matt Riddle for 20.
Oh, the machine gun car. No, I'll go for... Who was the first one?
Bobby Roode.
Yeah, that one, Bobby Roode.
Yeah, I'll go for Bobby Roode, yeah.
He was done by that point. Probably Riddle.
No.
Mustafa Ali, Otis, or Ricochet for 2021.
Otis, you know. Imagine a big push for Mania from Otis.
Yeah. Otis.
Yeah, why not? And last year, Rick Boogs, Chad Gable, or Angelo Dawkins.
Chad Gable.
Chatty G.
The Chadster himself.
The Chatster.
Bonus question. Mid/lower card shock victor for this upcoming Rumble that has a very, very small chance of happening.
Go on, then.
That you'd be up for. Thanks for all you do and for keeping us all entertained. Cheers. John Carr, Connecticut, USA.
Thank you, John.
Hey.
Ooh.
Thank you, American.
So we've got to
Connecticut,
pick our
fancy.
own.
Yeah, for this
bonus
year, like
round.
a person who isn't winning, but wouldn't it be cool if they did?
Probably would have picked Gable if we hadn't just picked him.
Yeah.
Shotty G is a good pick.
Stop calling him Shorty G. That's not his name. Can I go for
sorry.
Montez Ford, please? That's why I'm...
Okay, Carol. Yeah.
Angel Garza for a shock one.
All right.
Get those trousers off, Angel. Straight to the main event of WrestleMania.
Wish he had any other first name. That sounded really awful. It sounded really bad.
If you want to clip that soundbite. Be my guest. Valentine's Day soon.
Do we still use your move of the week thing? We go, ooh, wow. And we put it just in the back of it. Get those trousers off.
I'll say Apollo Crews. In the end, it goes, I knew it was going to happen. Thank you very much to the Reese's Pieces. You can, of course, send your thoughts, queries on your weird things to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholic's
Big question.
What a lovely podcast. We've got no energy left, but we have enjoyed it. Thank you very much to the producers. Chris
Routh.
Yay. Reno 2200. And Noah Anderson. There we go.
And to Maffew's pal Missy. Who's made the podcast what it is this week.
Like I said, I'll say on the thing that, like, you ever play one of those golf games on consoles where you like press X to swing, press X to release, and actually I didn't press X on either time. So yeah, thank you. The big question this week.
The sound that came in my head just there in relation to what you did before is, you know, when you lose on Bop It and it goes, oh, that's like what happened there. Flick it. Oh, man. Remember Bop It? Anyway.
The big question this week is, what's going to be the best match at Royal Rumble 2023?
Before we start, right, I think a lot of these ones, because normally we just look at the ones that have the highest potential, but I'm looking at this card and think that nearly all the matches have a potential to in some way go wrong. So I'm like, which one's the least likely to go wrong with booking? Not with the wrestlers. They're all talented, just the storytelling.
I get you. Well, let's have a quick gander.
It's a high-risk, low-reward Rumble.
It's not one that Dragon's Den would like. So let's have a quick look. The men's Royal Rumble and the women's Royal Rumble are obviously happening.
Things could go wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight in a pitch black match.
This is the
a
main...
Mountain Dew pitch black match.
This is the main one that could go wrong. You would have to say, on the balance of everything.
Yeah.
I think we got a little hindsight of what it might look like during Bray's entrance this week on Raw with the little lights. You know what I mean?
I wonder. I'm going to be intrigued. I'm going to be intrigued to hear from Twitter accounts that have gone to know what it looks like in person versus what we see as well on the screen.
Yeah, there's a chance that might be pre-recorded. You know, I reckon.
Oh.
With it being a lights out.
I'd be so annoyed.
I don't know where I read it this week, but it could have been on Reddit, actually. Imagine if there was the neon apparently was mentioned.
Oh, in the desert. It's in San Antonio.
Yo. Okay, you're right. I see where you're coming from there. I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen. I know LA Knight's going to lose. Fair enough, that's life. But if it's pre-recorded bollocks. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. This has the chance to, obviously, it's going to be good, but it is just part X of ongoing. So, yeah, I think it's going to be good. Going to have lots of heat.
Yeah.
And Sami's going to do something. But what will he do?
It'll be interesting to see how much the crowd is invested in Kevin, because I don't think many people are believing in Kev. Yeah. I believe in Kev Owens.
They love him in London. And shout out Joe Hendry there.
Yeah, he was kicking ass in Impact.
He's like
along with all the other crew
of baby face of Impact.
It's him, Repo Man,
Ernest the Cat Miller. Oh my God, we need to get some sort of segment with Hendry and Ernest the Cat Miller.
Yeah,
I need that in my life now.
Hendry plays the role of James Brown. Dancing.
I think that's a bad decision.
No,
it's all right.
I just meant for it.
I know you did.
One of those episodes of Stars in Their Eyes they can't show anymore.
Oh my God.
I didn't mean that.
No, I know you didn't mean that.
Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss in another match that might turn to spooky bollocks.
It depends how much howdy we get.
Oh God, you are right. It is all tipping on Uncle Howdy, the person
Literally
of the week.
the tip of his hat. Has this match in the balance.
Well, I was enthused for this card, but now you just sowed the seeds of doubt.
No, because on the positive side, if like Alexa Bliss is going to be badass up against Bianca Belair, who is badass, and not like spooky, woo. If she's more like just badass and killing folk, that can make for a good matchup there.
I think the one with the least storyline potential to go wrong is the Women's Royal Rumble if Rhea Ripley wins. So I'll tentatively go for that one for now.
I think the biggest issue, the thing that has the biggest chance to go wrong, is that the artist Hardy who's playing live, goes long, and they are forced to cancel the Women's Rumble match. You know what the Hardys like, yeah?
Yeah,
He's just
Hardy.
like us because, like we have sold out.
It's just like us because
That's
I saw him
the name
on...
of his song.
I said that it's like us because I saw him on Raw and I instantly hated him.
Now, I did it first, but if you listen to his song, it starts off like, I'm comfortable, but the chorus is like an old school WWF hard rocking theme. Yeah, listen to it, Maffew. It's
He could have traded in his tractor for a Mercedes-Benz. That's not how it goes at all.
what?
The Mercedes-Benz,
It goes on
it's
about-
him in the NXT.
He's got
What's it called? The song?
sold out by Hardy. He goes on
Hardy
trading in
sold
a Mailbag for a something, but he didn't because he didn't sell out. Not in this world.
Mailbag music. Hardy sold out.
So the best match, in my opinion, Maffew, while Jack looks for that, will be the drama of Reigns versus Owens. That's what I'm going to go for.
Gold records on my sheetrock. Not bad for a boy from Mississippi. Yeah, I can buy a Maybach, but I'm still in my F-150.
Working man's truck.
And my last name is a whole lot bigger than I thought it'd be. A lot of things changed except one thing. Me.
I hate
Gotta
him.
be me.
If he's in the Rumble, I hope Brock is there to bounce him.
I'm still the same old redneck F. Don't give a damn. Ain't afraid to throw a dead buck on my Instagram. Is that a hunting reference?
He's, oh,
Grain alcohol.
he kills animal. Boom.
Grain alcohol in my cup. Got the whole house wall to wall, and I still ain't sold out. Yeah.
Yeah, good song to say at singing out as you're playing live at the wrestling event.
Yeah. Throw a dead deer on
Mountain
my...
Dew, pitch black. Yummy, yummy. I think Uncle Howdy is a great wrestler.
Which match did you go for? Sorry, Ross.
Roman and Kevin, the drama.
enough,
The drama that could happen. What are you going for? Best match of the night?
The Rumble.
Which
both
one?
of them. Don't make me choose. They're both, well, apart from last year.
I'm worried that people will be sad if Cody wins, which sounds crazy, but with Sami and all that, they can't be sad if Cody wins.
They could be.
How
Ross
dare
will be
they?
sad if Cody.
He ended racism. Shocking, no. Honestly, after everything's Cody's done.
I saw a tweet last night that was like, on Monday night when it was Raw. The next morning, I saw a tweet that was like, "Wait, has Cody been out injured?" Because the video package, yeah. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, is that the end of the thing?
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
so. Nothing left. Tapping out like Triple H at the end of that 06 Rumble jab.
Whoa.
We've had a
Well,
lovely
he
time
lost, he
talking
lost.
complete tosh with the lovely, lovely viewers and listeners.
Mm.
Just a brief recap. Obviously, got lots on for next week because of the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're right.
Just thinking about the thing before. Sorry. It's every time I look up and I see the green of Joel's hoodie, it reminds me of Joel's reaction to it, and then it reminds me of the thing.
It was only mildly funny. We saw Joe's like be quietly tearing up. Like, it's like, oh, bless you. So, lots of stuff to do with the Rumble next week for Cultaholic.
Yes.
Isn't that right?
There's loads of stuff. Therell be a live stream as the Rumble's on Saturday night, which is youtube.com/live/Cultaholic.
/live.
Thank you very much.
Maybe.
It seems to be. Joel
Go on,
was
go like
yes.
YouTube. Oh, well.
Aye.
find
Ross will be doing WTF moments. I'll be doing what happened at, all that sort of stuff.
And there'll be news. Pictures are on the channel now of the Rumble
Yes.
for 2023.
Oh.
Other things have happened.
What about you, Maffew?
Thanks, Rob. I'll be reading more Bret Hart's amazing book.
Oh, God, where are you up to?
He's at the battle with Jim the Anvil Neidhart pistol over his own suitcase.
Okay, yeah.
And he's just joined the Hart Foundation.
Hey.
Because they said, you're going to be Cowboy Bret. And he's like, oh, God. So it's like, hey, how about me and Jim and Jimmy get together and become the Hart Foundation? He's like, leave me alone, Bret, next week. Bret, got this great idea for you. So he's going there. He hates everybody.
I was surprised how much
Shags everybody too.
I was surprised how much Chief
Hardly.
J Strongbow features in the He seemed to be a middleman between Vince and the boys.
Yeah,
he was like an
that's-
agent, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on for ages.
Didn't realize he had such a prominent role at the time backstage. That's one thing I learned from Bret Hart's book,
Wow.
as well as how great Bret Hart was.
Yeah, and how much of a get Bruce Hart is.
And also, Bruce Hart ruined his dad's territory.
Anything Bruce Hart did, he hated.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey.
This has been Jack. This has been Ross. This has been Joel, who's tearing up still. Yeah, all right, pal. And this has been Puppet Jack, who's done nothing as usual. Oh, sorry.
I thought I was going to snag him.
So, as always, mailbag@cultaholic.com for your thoughts and queries, and patreon.com/cultaholic for the Hall of Fame. But now we'll point towards the lovely, 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 incredibly expensive Cultatron 3000
Yes.
and say to end the thing.
Because
Oh, that's good.
I think we should do the quote of the episode, to be fair.
Which is 3, 2, 1.
This is Jack.
Maffew.
This is Maffew. This is Jack. This is Ross. This is Missy.
Oh yeah, my Jack Ross and Missy.
What did you say before? You said head instead of
Fastest head first.
Fastest head first. Jack Ross, Missy.
Yes. Yikes, and away.
Fastest head first.
No.
Jack Ross, Missy.
Missy.
Merci for watching. Au revoir.